Help!
Relax, Ed. Dr. Fire Harveystein needs to take your temperature.
Hold still, big boy.
Hey, Wilbur, is that raised lettering on that thermometer or genital warts?
Oh, Ed.
You know, Mr. Ed, you look just like a Hare Krishna from this angle.
Excuse me, can I come in?
Jessica Hahn, what are you doing here?
I missed you guys. You guys are great. This is the best show I've ever done yet.
Media slut. The only one in this room who hasn't rode you like you were in the Preakness is me.
Oh, yeah? The night's still young. You can get lucky.
Ugh. I'd have to be mad at my Torch song Trouser Trout to want you.
Hey, Jessica, you're a sight for sore eyes. Let's get out of here.
Ed, wait!
Oh, Jessica, thanks for taking me on your private plane.
And Ed, you're great. I really mean it.
Oh.
Thanks for putting me in your new video, Wild Horses. I love you, Ed. We've known each other for 10 minutes and you haven't touched me.
That's because I'm having a tough time trying to open this bottle of wine. Ever try to use a corkscrew with your hooves?
I don't need wine.
But I do, baby. Okay, never mind that. Let's go. Give me your snap and gyro.
Ed, give me a hug.
I've run out of hooves.
Then gallop!
Oh,
My pumpy Palomino. Oh, my stallion. A horse is a horse, of course, of course. Ed, are you asleep? You bastard. Get off of me, Ed. Hey, look behind that curtain. A microphone. It's been taping me. You bastard. Wake up.
hey, what is this?
What's on this tape?
I don't play that. Hey, Mr. Cuccione. Good to meet you.
Hello, Ed. What can you do for me and Penthouse, the premier girly magazine?
How'd you like to buy a tape of me and Jessica Hahn having an orgy on an airplane?
Yes, I would especially like that if the horse is the famous Mr. Ed.
You bastard! I'm gonna pass wind in your face.
Oh, for you.
Ed, your feet have never smelled worse.
I'll bathe them in tomato juice, Wilbur.
That only works on skunks. Hold still. I'm almost done replacing your horseshoes.
Hey, Wilbur, put on the TV.
The Dick Cavett Show with special guest star Jessica Hahn.
Hey, Wilbur, look at this.
My guest tonight reminds me of the late Dame Edith Evans on the stage of the Old Vic. Oh, yes. No, wait a second, that wasn't it. Oh, here she is, a woman who has been carnally explored more times than I've been canceled. Jessica Hahn. Excuse me, Jessica. These horseshoes just dropped out of your mini dress. Reminds me of the time the late Chico Marx once said to
Hey, Wilbur, there's my horseshoes.
Hey, Ed, forget about Jessica Hahn. She's trouble.
Maybe you're right, Wilbur.
That Mr. Ed, he fell asleep when we were making love. And he said he'd put me in his video. Dick. Dick? Are you asleep?
Well, there's Jessica Hahn with another dick that won't respond.
Oh, Ed.
Dick, you bastard!
Her movement, her dancing, her voice.
Our first guest tonight, morning radio program, is actually simulcast in 3 cities. He is now heard here in New York City, also Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to this program the lovely and talented Howard Stern. Hi, Howard.
You think it's something else.
I didn't have to take all those antibiotics. I didn't have to do any of that.
Oh, my.
Yeah, I know. I tell you. But, you know.
But doctors keep diagnosing you, don't they?
Well, I did have epididymitis, but it wasn't caused by...
Oh, epididymitis can be caused by that?
Yeah, you see what happens is... If I don't even feel this fissure. I don't feel anything.
And what is it exactly?
It's supposed to be a tear in my butt. But it must have been huge at one time, and now I've closed it up. But every once in a while, it gets a little aggravated.
It's like the hole in the ozone layer.
Right. If it gets aggravated, so it must have gotten aggravated. And where you don't feel anything in your butt, you just feel it in your testicles.
Yeah, because you've thought it was prostate at various times.
Right. So,
and I never understood that.
Yeah, so now I'm feeling good. Put one of those big suppositories up me.
Oh, I can't believe you didn't sing about this morning.
Yeah, I am singing. Suppositories. But now I'm down to 2 suppositories. I'm left, so I told my wife to get more somehow. But you got to get them through a doctor, so...
Right, you call that same doctor who gave you those antibiotics and say...
Yeah, here, give me my suppositories.
Right, this is what I want.
Yeah, but I hope that, every time I find a good suppository for my tuchus, they discontinue it. I'm really sitting here in fear that they've discontinued my suppositories.
It's like women with lipsticks.
All right. Is that right?
Yeah, every time you fall in love with a lipstick, they discontinue.
Yeah, well, that's how it is with my suppositories. I can relate to you now. All right, listen, Robin, it's 7:06. You know as well as I do that we have a lot of material to get to today. We are not slouches.
That's right.
We have put together an incredible program for you. I mean, yesterday's show was incredible. Between the sex phone calls and the...
Aaron Moran.
The Aaron Moran controversy. And Gary got a call from Scott Baio yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, I'll tell you all about it.
Oh,
let me take a break, and then I'll fill you in on what went on after you went home. Right after these words. 6:12, 6:12. No, in California, our show airs, obviously, 3 hours later. So when Erin Moran, the girl from Happy Days, was talking about Scott Baio being a bad lay. Basically. Because that was pretty much it, right? She was saying that he kind of...
He was a terrible lover very quick, I think.
Very quick, I believe she said.
That's like the worst thing you could say about a guy.
Yeah, right. And by the way, that's just her opinion.
Well, to her.
Yeah,
to her.
her.
I'm sure somebody's enjoyed it.
Right. That's not the kind of thing you want girls going around saying about you. And you know what? A lot of girls will say stuff about you because they're hurt that you...
It could be that it didn't work out,
You know, at the time she could have been moaning over Scott Baio and going, wow, this guy's the greatest lover I ever had.
Faking orgasms like crazy.
Right.
When you're 15 years old, you don't have that much control.
Right. Let's face it. Which one of us here, excluding you, Robin, which one of us here could say at 15 that we held out a long time? I'm 38. I don't hold out a long time.
I held out until 19.
Exactly.
15, if the girl said yes, you were done.
What was that? Yeah, right.
The girl said yes.
Yeah, you just would explode. And it hasn't changed that much in my life.
Well, he's quite a ladies' man, so I don't think he has any problems in that area.
So evidently he picked up the phone and called Gary, and there's several reasons why we know it was him, because he was able to answer a series of questions. So it was him, and he called, I think, from his car phone, right?
No, I don't know where he was, but he was agitated.
Yeah.
Really?
He called the L.A. radio station, and they gave him
our number,
our special number.
Right.
But I didn't know that he was calling, so it was just some guy ranting, looking for you, but he wasn't mad at you.
No,
he was mad at her.
I understand.
Well, what did he say?
He said that effing bitch is out of her mind.
Right.
Oh, dear.
Well, that was pretty funny.
How could you be upset about,
But Gary wants to get him on the air, but he won't come on. Or something, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I spoke to his manager / mother and father.
Right.
And
manager / mother, father.
So
only in Hollywood do you see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, he may come on.
Yeah.
And at 30, he's still got manager / mother and father.
You know what? I think he's been through managers and probably decided, you know what? My mom and dad could probably do just as good a job.
Yeah.
Managers, unless you got somebody like a Sandy Gallen or something who's got some clout, managers, you know what they are? They're more or less people who just, take care of your every need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They make sure you got your booking straight and all that other stuff. So, I don't know. I don't know how that all works. I've never seen a need for a manager. You got to pay an agent. What do you got to pay a manager for?
Well, it depends on the size of your career.
Right. Well, talk about for myself. I think an agent covers it all. Covers all bases. And publicist, I really don't get. I hired a publicist for a day. I just said, what am I doing? All of them want $2,500 a month, all the good ones. That's a lot of money.
Well, they plan to get you some good publicity, don't they?
Yeah, and then they'd call up and say, hey, we think we can get you in Cindy Adams' column. I go, no, don't get me in any columns. Get me out of her column. So they said, you know what, you don't even need a publicist. You're in the newspaper every day anyway. I said, yeah, my point was that I get bad publicity. See if you can turn these jackasses around. And they were like, I don't know if we can do that.
I should also mention that Inside Edition and Hard Copy and one other place called up looking for Erin Moran's number.
Yeah.
And I would give it to him. But I said, hey, I think she's got a lawyer in L.A. or something. And they had all gone through the lawyer and got no response. And we did.
Right. Yeah, she's not interested in that crap.
Good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, in fact, she's going to be on our TV show in a couple of weeks. She's going to be doing a Happy Days reunion with us. I'm going to play Fonzie.
Yeah, I brought you the tape today of the reunion.
Great.
She was absolutely right about that.
Yeah, really?
They're just sitting there. Oh, wasn't it great?
Well, it got big ratings.
Great.
Happy Days reunion got big ratings.
It would have gotten bigger ratings if they had done what she wanted to do.
Oh, yeah, that would have been great. Well, that's going to be our Happy Days reunion. We're going to interview Erin, find out everything, and then write up a Happy Days reunion. I love it. 616 92.3 K-Rock, WYSP, WJFK. Richard Lewis stopping by today.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, we haven't seen him in a while.
I have seen that commercial for his movie 7 times.
I know, they're running it a lot.
And, I finally figured out the people in it. I mean, they don't impress you enough to remember who they are.
Right. Well, it's Belushi.
It's John Belushi,
Jim Belushi,
John Candy.
Right.
What's the woman from Moonlighting? Sybil Shepherd?
Yeah, Sean Young.
Sean Young and Richard.
Right. And they seem to, in the promos to concentrate mostly on Richard.
He has the longest piece.
Yeah.
But they, introduce all those people and then say, and Richard Lewis, and he's saying all these lines.
Yeah.
So I don't know whose movie it is. But it looks like one of those Agatha Christie Who Shot Somebody movies.
I'm always amazed how many roles Jim Belushi gets, and I'm wondering who wants to even see him.
Yeah, what kind of deal is that?
Jim Belushi. Give me John. I guess if I can't have John, give me his brother. I don't know. I mean, he's an okay actor and everything. I just can't believe he gets that many starring roles. And has he ever had a hit movie?
No.
No? How's he doing it?
I don't know.
And how's he getting movies? I went to see that one movie. Mr. Stardust?
Destiny.
Oh, Mr. Destiny.
Yeah, Mr. Destiny.
I've seen it on cable.
Yeah, I paid for that. It was one of those nights where there was nothing playing, and we went in and saw it. I mean, it was okay. It was a cute movie, but, you know.
I haven't even watched it all the way through on cable.
Oh, no, I had to watch it all the way through. I paid for it. All right, well. It's just, you know, if Robert De Niro died, would I want to go see Hank De Niro? You know?
Yeah, do we have to take his brother?
Or like if Patrick Swayze died, would I want to go see that brother that's on TV all the time screaming about how he wants to be an actor? The one who just missed looking like Patrick Swayze.
And also just missed looking like the boy who played the banjo.
In Deliverance. He's a cross between Patrick Swayze and the boy who played the banjo in Deliverance. Yeah.
They made this like really bad sequel to Fast Times at Ridgemont High called The Wildlife, and they couldn't get Sean Penn, so they got Christopher Penn.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Good luck. It just doesn't work that way. You know, if John Belushi was alive, Jim would be taking tickets somewhere at the movie theater. Hey, come see my brother's new movie. Hey, anyway, did you hear Jessica call Gary's answering machine about my Joan Rivers appearance?
No.
Fred played it this morning, but...
I didn't know that was a new call. I just heard Jessica, and I thought, that must be
an old one.
We've done before.
There was about 20 that I haven't played you.
Yeah.
This is one of the ones I have played. She calls a lot.
Yeah. Let's see here. I didn't hear this one. I haven't heard it yet either, so I meant to play it yesterday.
Hi, Gary. It's Jessica. I just saw Howard on Joan Rivers, and he looked great. I mean, he looked gorgeous.
Gangie says she's in love with me, for sure. Gangie goes, she's definitely in love with you. She's definitely in love with you.
Hey!
He was really, really funny. He was charming. He was protective. His hair looks excellent. And his body, he's lost a lot of weight. He looks great. And I thought he was hysterical. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know, he really looked good. And he's...
I wonder where her hands are when she's making this call.
Who are you protecting? That's what I want to know.
I was really protective. Boy, instant review from Jessica, huh? She ought to write a newspaper column. Just about me every day. Something else.
It's the whole show, of course. I don't watch Joan, but I watch because of Howard. So just let him know he's gorgeous, and he sounded great. And hope to talk to you guys someday. Love you.
Someday.
Bye, honey. And tell Howard stop working so hard. Take a break. Well, I know he can't. Anyway, I love you guys. Bye.
I know I can't what?
I know he can't.
I know he can't. Wait.
Take a break.
There's more going, I know.
One more thing. I think Howard's like the classiest thing she's had on her show since she was begun. Besides me, of course, which she begged and pleaded. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know, he really did great. I mean, he is so funny. I'm watching it again. So just thought I'd let you know they really need to... She needs... Well, forget it. But he was really classy and funny as ever. Anyway, I'll talk to you later, Gary. Thanks. Make sure he gets this message, the first one. Just tell him personally, you know. Thanks, Gary. Love you. Don't work too hard, Gary.
She could really clean my pipes real good.
I think she wants to marry you.
I know. She's got the phone under her chin and both hands working. I'm telling you. I can sense it.
But picture that for a minute. She said, I'm watching it again.
Right.
Was she like in bed with her
rewinding.
like with it
nude.
Rewinding? Yeah, like
nude. I picture a nude in bed, rubbing herself down with oils, massaging her breasts, make sure they're supple and soft.
That's right. You got to keep those soft. You got to take care of those breasts.
I know she could give me a great time. I think it's a really relaxing day. You know, really just get me mellow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Those big jugs. A picture with a large screen television just rubbing herself nude against it.
But she says she never watches Joan, and then she says you're the classiest thing she's
ever
ever had on in a long time.
She watches Joan every day. Tom yelled at me yesterday. We have to start getting to the commercials on time. Fred, you got to just give me a hint. I'm like sitting here thinking, I wonder if I'm supposed to break at this point.
All right.
Am I? But you just say all right, but why?
Not this point.
No?
No.
At what point then, Fred?
About 10 more minutes.
About 10 minutes?
7 minutes.
7 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. That's a shock.
Imagine that.
Yeah, go figure that. Go figure that one out. You're on the air.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Can I speak to Howard?
Yes. Is this Jessica?
No.
Who is this?
Who's this?
Come on, you're on the air. Talk up, or I'm going to hang up on you.
I'm not on the air.
All right, thank you.
Goodbye.
Okay, you're not on the air. You're right. You're on the air. Hello? I'm not on the air. Knucklehead. You're on the air.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, can I speak to Howard Stern?
Yes, you're on the air. Okay, you're not on the air.
About the show I seen last week.
Yeah, go ahead. Listen, talk up. First of all, lower your radio and talk up so I can hear you.
Hello.
What happens if these people space out? They can't talk on the phone.
Hello.
Hello?
Speaking. Hello.
Well, I'm speaking to you.
Who's this, Howard?
Oh, my God, you're a retard. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Then why are you acting like a dope? Hello?
Yeah, I'm calling about last week's show when you had the underdog lady on.
Yes?
What's her story?
Okay, thank you.
Why do you have her on?
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, you know what? You would actually be a good guest on the show.
Would I?
Yeah, you sound about as bright as her.
Come on.
You do. Why put her down? You are no better. What?
You should set her up with Stuttering John.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Oh, stupid. Oh, my God, so dumb. I wonder if his whole family is stupid or just him. I bet you his whole family is stupid.
Yeah, I would hope that a father didn't have to say, that's my son.
All right.
And know how stupid he was.
Yeah, but what do you blame? Do you blame his teachers? Do you blame his genetics? Do you blame his parenting? What do you blame? All of the above? Everything. You think the teachers, genetics, and parenting?
Everybody failed him.
Everybody failed. All right. You're on the air. Yes, thank you for the call.
Hello?
Yes.
Howard.
Here we go again, everybody.
I hear you.
Stay along for the ride.
I hear you.
It's always fun.
All right.
It's like cranking up a car in the morning.
I wanted to talk to you about you on television.
Thank you.
No, I think you're unbelievable, like on the Joan Rivers thing. It was really hysterical. But the thing that I just can't quite get my mind around is you and Letterman.
Right.
I know, you don't want to talk too much about it, but I just find it fascinating when you're a guest on his show, and, at the time you whipped out that, you said it's New York Times article, and it was, he's jealous of Leno or whatever, and I could just see him burning up at you.
Yes. Well, that's the, look, here's the deal. I explained this yesterday on the air. Maybe you didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it.
But there's a difference. The reason that I come off so well on Joan Rivers is really on him and how Dave is handling things.
Right.
There's a very subtle difference. When you go on that show, it's all about Dave. How is Dave handling things? Even if I'm not even talking about when I'm on. If you watch the show ever, it's how Dave is handling the person he's with. Is Dave going to like this person? Is Dave going to hate this person? Is Dave going to give sarcastic looks to this person? It's about Dave.
But it seems like he doesn't like you, though.
Yeah, of course he likes me. Of course, he does a lot of the things that I do.
He gets a kick out of you.
He learns from me.
I mean, it's like you disrespect him like nobody does, but he lets you do it.
Well, what's he going to do?
Well, he couldn't stop having you on the show. He has your back.
Yeah, well, now we're into a weird thing. I guess, so I resigned from the show.
Why?
But Morty, why?
Yeah.
I had my reasons. I'm not going to go into it. Because I've gone into it 900 times already. Yeah. I can't keep repeating
myself.
All I
know is you talked about Imus or something.
Well, there was a lot of reasons. He was one of them.
Yeah.
So I resigned from the show. So now the thing for them to really do is to pick up the phone and say, hey, we want to book you. Is it really true you're going to resign? And we'd like to make it up to you.
Yeah.
But they won't do that because they're the Letterman show. They got to prove that they can go on now.
No, what they do is they ask people around you. Is it really true Howard really doesn't want to do? Would you think Howard would do the show? They don't know whether to make the call or not because they don't want a rejection.
Yeah, they don't want to be rejected. It's very weird. So nobody's making an overture here.
Yeah.
So I guess it really means that I will not do the show anymore.
Well, I thought we were trying to call him last week.
Yeah.
Because we thought it was great what they did about Roseanne.
Right.
And I thought at that point there might have been some softening.
Right. Well, we tried to make an overture, but I don't want to make an I don't want to come back crawling and say, hey, have me on, because I really don't care. I mean, if I'm never on the...
them. It's not a situation where you're crawling.
I mean, if I'm never on the Letterman show again, it's okay, but I enjoy the Letterman show. I like doing it.
Yeah, I really enjoy seeing you on it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just sort of kisses his butt, and you don't.
Yeah, well...
So that in itself is...
Well, right now we're into a 7th grade, maybe like a 5th grade dating thing, like me and Dave can't talk to one another until one of us breaks.
Right. Well, they're asking each other's friends to intercede.
Right. That's the way it's working right now.
You go see if she likes me.
Yeah, we're on a 5th grade dating level right now, and we're trying to work that whole thing out, so that's where we're at. It's kind of weird.
As far as you on television, as you were mentioning, the show with the Hollywood Squares, I can't wait for this Saturday, the conclusion of that, right?
Yeah, my agent called me last night. He got an advance copy of it. He said, I think this is the best television you've ever done, the second Hollywood Squares.
Really?
And I said, I know it is. I absolutely know it is. I said, this is really stellar stuff, so you'll enjoy it.
Because
he was complimenting.
Last week was great.
He was complimenting you too, Robin. He felt that you looked good.
I felt good.
You looked good. You handled yourself well. You had a good, solid presence on the show. You knew when to bow out. You knew when to come in. Very, very complimentary to you.
Wow.
And, of course, he loved your breasts, as everyone does. There isn't a person who doesn't mention them. He even said that, of course.
I doubt that.
Fred, no one said anything good about you, so don't worry about it. All right.
Fred was complimented in the meeting this week.
He was?
Yes.
What you mean? Why?
Fred, your sound effects were clear.
Fred, there's one. I have one minor complaint with. Yeah, really? Fred's sound effects were clear. Like he has any control over that.
I know.
Poor Fred. My agent did say that Fred shouldn't repeat the sound effects so often. Like he does a Twilight Zone thing.
Yeah.
And then if he does it again, it's like someone telling the same joke in the same... and I had a big argument, and then I said, you know what, you're probably right. I said, no. Fred is just, that's her theme song. No. He says, it's like the joke was funny the first time. Now the guy's coming up to the plate and telling the same joke. Either you should have a different sound effect or not play one. And I said, So, Fred, you were the only one who got critiqued, actually.
Fair enough.
Howard, I'm so excited to be talking to you because I did get through to you once before, and I guess I was so excited that you actually picked up the line that I didn't know when to shut up and let you talk, and you cut me off when I asked you a question about Letterman, and you were just about ready to talk about it, and then I started blabbering on, and you cut me off.
Right. Well, you got to know how to talk to me. You know what I mean? I mean, if you ask me a question, let me answer it. That's all. I mean, I would give you the same courtesy.
Oh, I know, but I was just so excited.
I just don't understand the listeners who call up, ask a question, and then they go on to something else.
Yeah, they don't even want to hear the answer.
Yeah. I almost had to institute a one-topic rule where you called up and only got one topic, but I haven't gone that far yet. But don't force me.
I won't.
All right, very good.
All right, my name's Robert from Venice. Thank
Robert,
you very much.
Don't give me your name.
All right.
And don't tell me where you live.
Okay.
Other than that, you did fine.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
By the way, Fred, that's not to say that your sound effects weren't funny. It's just that as soon as you're on a roll, you start repeating yourself.
I don't see it that way, but okay.
I didn't either, but then I watched it and I said, yeah, okay, I could see that. It's a nitpicky thing.
Specifically, what were you referring to?
Remember when Underdog Lady comes on, you play the Twilight Zone sound effect?
No, it's a cuckoo.
Cuckoo, that's it.
And Don said this?
Well, he didn't know you were if he had known you were playing the sound effect, since he represents you, he wouldn't have said anything.
Well, you want to know something? He's wrong.
He might be right.
And I stand behind it. Why? Does he ever play sound effects? He's a great agent, but what does he know about sound effects?
Okay. All right. Well, it's you know what? I watched it back, and I did say, hey, the laugh...
I would be the first one to admit it if I thought it was overdone.
But what I'm telling you is it might be right. I'm saying, hey...
I disagree.
But
of course I disagree. I played it.
Right, exactly. Okay. All right, Fred, we'll take this up later.
Narcissistic.
He just But he listens.
He does listen, but he has to fight.
And he's fighting, but he's considering it. I'm not saying I trust him anymore. I'm saying it's something we should consider.
It sounds like you're...
Fred, grow. It's something we should consider. Do you understand? It's just something we should consider. You know what? I get very defensive for you.
It's something to consider, and you want to know something?
So consider it.
I am considering.
And leave it at that.
I am considering. Okay.
It's the only way we're going to grow.
Okay.
Is if we critique and try to get better.
Okay.
Take the bitter with the sweet.
Okay.
So it's not anything that's cut and dry or something you have to hold to, but consider it.
I will consider
as a sound effects artist, which you are.
Consider it.
Can I make a comment here?
I will
no, your comments aren't valid.
Wait. When you're talking about...
Jackie.
Wait, trust me.
Jackie, yesterday was a very pleasant day. I can't tell you how pleasant.
I just want to throw some
grease. All right,
grease
don't irritate me.
I want to throw grease in.
Be smart. Sit back and relax. Don't even get involved.
I have grease.
If I open up, you're going to be sorry you brought it up. Trust me. I'm telling you, I know.
All right.
You defend everything.
No,
trying to always
I'm not defending. I'm just saying why Fred's defending so heartily.
Why?
Because if you question which sound effect he's using, that's a sound effects question. Right. When you're questioning whether he should repeat one again, then you're questioning his sense of humor,
right?
Which gets his ire up.
Yeah, well, you know what? I got very defensive, too, because my agent brought up some things about my own performance that I get very defensive over. And then when someone says something about Fred, I get very... But he wasn't saying about Fred. He was just saying he thought that, in fact, I had written this call for the sound effect.
Yeah, he was criticizing you then.
Yeah, right. So... I said, no, I don't see that. I said, I thought it was funny both times. And then I went back and watched and I said, you know what? It isn't as funny the second time. It's really good to hit it once, possibly. And then I started giving the whole Three Stooges defense that, hey, the Three Stooges did the same hits and smacks a couple of times in each movie, but... Look, Fred, you're fired, okay? That's what this is all leading up to, okay? Look, what do you want from me? Okay, very good, Fred. All right,
now you can break.
Very good. 633, 92.3 K-Rock, WYSP, WJFK. We'll be back right after these words. This week at R.D. Sands' original New York auto auction, someone actually bought a Ford Taurus for $650. A Ford Taurus. Someone else bought a beautiful Cadillac Sedan DeVille for just $900. And someone bought a beautiful BMW 535 for $1,100. I'm not kidding around.
What's wrong with these cars?
Nothing. The only problem with these cars is they were at an auction and a lot of people didn't bid.
Wow.
Just weren't a lot of people around. For whatever reason. Now, this is a true auto auction. Some people actually pay as little as $100 for a car. Is it a bad car? No, it's not a bad car. It's just if there are 5 people in the audience and none of them want a BMW that day, you pay $100. R.D. Sands' original New York auto auction. You never get stuck with a lemon. Now, how is that? Because every vehicle at R.D. Sands is fully inspected and dealer warrantied in strict accordance with the New York State lemon law. So you get a great car at a great price. Only one public auto auction is the nation's largest and the best, and that is R.D. Sands' original New York auto auction. Don't miss it this Saturday and Sunday at 186-02 Jamaica Avenue in Queens. It's indoors, it's heated, and admission is always free. For more information, call 718-454-2400. I'll give you the number again. 718-454-2400. Accept no substitutes. Go to R.D. Sands' original New York auto auction. It's a good one. 642, 92.3 K-Rock, WYSP, WJFK. You want to hear Stuttering John with Richard Lewis?
Yeah.
Even though Richard's coming in later, I want to hear this before he gets in.
I think we should.
Yeah. To know what he's been apologizing for. See, a lot of truth comes out in the Stuttering John interviews.
Truth or, it's hard to tell with Richard, though, because he's just such a generally angry person.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, here he is, Stuttering John. Where is Stuttering John? Is he here? Does anyone know? I haven't seen him.
It's his week to come in at 6:30, so he should be here now.
Oh, it is his week, because Ganji's here early. Oh, here you are. Hero of the Stupid. Hey, Stuttering John.
What's up, man?
We got some tapes?
Yeah, I got you some clips for the show. Some movies I think we should pull.
What movies you get?
Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
There's this one clip that when Charlton Heston's like, it's the madhouse. A madhouse.
Sean's a big Planet of the Apes man.
Yeah. I think he knows all those movies.
He loves Planet of the Apes.
I do.
I know. He even does impressions of the apes.
Cornelius.
Do your Cornelius. How's that? Isn't that funny? Can everyone see that? I think John is 9/10 ape.
He does that too well.
Yeah. That's funny when you do that. I like that. That's a good impression. Makes me laugh. Makes me laugh like a retard. All right, here's Stuttering John with Richard Lewis. This was at some comedy club opening, you know what I mean?
Caroline.
Yeah,
Caroline's.
He was the first guy I got.
Right. Here we go.
Richard!
John said he had a weird move. His model girlfriend, beautiful girlfriend, Richard Lewis has some piece of ass girlfriend.
Did you see her in the paper yesterday?
Yeah, I saved it. Here it is. She looks like Cindy Crawford or something.
Very pretty.
Yeah.
And he looks like a gargoyle.
Yeah, I know. He looks like an ugly guy. He looks like Ed McMahon next to one of his... it's not that Richard's ugly by any means. He's certainly... I think he's better looking than I am, for sure. It's just that there's no way he'd have her. Unless he had some kind of TV show happening. It's a lot of pressure being with a girl like that.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's why he's depressed.
Yep. They even have a picture on top of that of Alec Baldwin and Kathleen Turner. Kathleen Turner looks like 500 pounds. I mean, she's huge.
Well, you know what's interesting? Because I saw her in person. She really isn't that big. She photographs that way.
Really? She didn't look that heavy?
She didn't.
Boy, she's a horrible looking... I mean, she looks like a witch. But I mean, she makes her living looking good.
I know. They must have their work cut out for them.
Yep. So anyway, John said there was a weird move because John had this, the TV cameras with him. Richard Lewis pushes the girlfriend out of the way so that no one will photograph her.
Really? So he just pushes her around?
Yeah, well, he doesn't want her on camera for some reason. What's that all about?
I don't know. As soon as I went to ask her a question, I was going to say, how was it being with Richard? He was totally, freaked and just kind of walked away. I don't think he wants anything personal in his personal life.
Well, big deal.
So don't take her out.
Yeah, keep her in a box.
You're going to a public event where there are going to be cameras.
Let me hear this.
Hey, John. Man, you know me.
Like I don't know you.
I got to ask you a couple questions.
Yeah.
Howard wanted me to talk to you. Let me ask you, Richard.
Go on.
Are you jealous of Seinfeld or what?
Jealous? No. Why should I be?
Because TV show.
No, I love
We wrote all questions to irritate Richard.
Yeah. We just wanted to get under his skin.
Yeah. Are you jealous of Seinfeld?
It's so hard to do because he's been on the show.
I know, but so that's why we had to make the questions extra tough. Because we even said, what's the point of interviewing Richard Lewis? We know Richard, and he's a good guy. And
the usual questions even wouldn't get to him because he knows us so well.
Right. So we just let's make every irritating question we can think of for Richard, just to irritate him out in public.
Yeah.
Because just to see how he reacts.
No, why should I be?
Because TV show.
No, I love him. I love my best friend writes the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Larry David.
Okay,
I thought Seinfeld's best friend was Larry David.
Well, everybody's claiming him now. They're fighting over Larry David.
What?
No, I was going to say because he's a success.
You add so much to the conversation.
But it doesn't work. If I would have been able to spit it out real quick, it would have slid through like a non sequitur.
What?
Nothing.
What?
If I just would have said it off the cuff.
What were you trying to say? I'm curious.
Well, everyone's saying they're his best friend because he's a success now.
All right.
If he was just a loser, then it would be like, oh, yeah, I don't know who he is. That's
he's better off when he gets stuck with...
you'd rather not know.
You'd rather not know what he said.
What he has to say.
Because once he finally gets it out, you go, what? Right, everyone wants to be friends with Larry David now that he's a success.
That's what I was trying to say.
Nice observation.
Thank you very much.
You put that all together yourself. Well, you got a high IQ.
I'm
None of us
glad you were here.
Yeah. It's a good thing you're here to explain. Very good, John.
Sorry.
Get back to the action. I don't want to inhibit you from talking. You just feel free.
No, we never want to do that.
No. You say whatever's on your mind.
Go on.
Are you jealous of Seinfeld or what?
Jealous? No. Why should I be?
Because TV show.
No, I love him. I love my best friend writes the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Larry David.
Okay, we know the Howard Stern show tape for broadcast. Let me ask you, do you think you're...
Where'd you write this?
I didn't write it.
Who wrote this crap?
Howard, do you think that you're...
Howard wrote these questions?
Come on, Richard.
Prove it to me.
Please.
Don't read. Come on, you do. I love your song. I heard your song today.
Thanks. Do you think that your model girlfriend left because your show was failing?
I never went out with a model my whole life. Failing? 4 years is failing? What the hell you know?
Well, I'm
4 years?
Howard wants to know, Rich. I got to ask this stuff.
I'll tell Howard Thursday in person.
Why? Are you coming down? How come you don't do the TV show?
I only do Letterman and Carson. He knows that. Ask him.
Let me listen. How long did Paul Rise's show last?
I have no idea. Who gives a crap? I don't care. I just care about...
He hates Paul Reiser because Paul Reiser ripped off all his material and ripped off his whole attitude and everything. Just so you guys know our...
Well, that's what Richard says. We don't know what Paul did.
Right. Richard really doesn't like Paul Reiser. Yeah, right. Richard claims that Paul Reiser did that. So any question with Paul Reiser is going to make him even more nuts. So far, what do you think of Seinfeld? Are you jealous because his TV show is successful? How long did Reiser's show last? What about your model girlfriend?
Ask him.
How long did Paul Reiser's show last?
I have no idea. Who gives a crap? I don't care. I just care about the homeless.
All right, let me ask you. How does Jamie Lee smell up close?
She wears this perfume from Argentina. It's fabulous.
Was Jamie Lee a bitch on the set?
No, she's...
Come on, Richard.
What are you looking? Go interview Ted Williams again. What are you looking for? Controversy? She was fabulous to work with.
Really?
Yeah.
How did your mother feel when she heard your show was canceled?
She threw a party with her family. No, she was very upset. She cried a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you upset?
I was upset the way it was handled. 4 years is a long run on television for anybody, you know. But I hated that the studio canceled it, not the network. That really stunk. It sucked, actually.
Isn't Paul Reiser syndicated?
Who?
Paul Reiser syndicated in his TV show?
Paul Reiser. I don't know. What am I, his agent?
All right, let me ask you one more. That's it.
The question was, isn't Paul Reiser syndicated and still in production? Well, how else are you going to irritate Richard? He knows the whole shtick. He is getting irritated, isn't he?
Yeah.
Howard, you write this?
Paul Reiser.
Jackie, did you write this crap? It sucks, these questions. And I like your tune today. I heard today. This should be a single. It's fantastic.
I appreciate it, Richard. Paul Reiser has managed to parlay his TV image into getting parts in many movies. Why hasn't the same thing happened to you?
I don't know. I've been very busy for the last 4 years. I have a movie opening March 6th. Once Upon a Crime. I got to go inside. I got to see Caroline.
This is your girlfriend, Richard?
I got to go.
Hi. How are you? Hey, Richard. Thanks a lot, man.
You're a sick bastard.
I love you. Thanks.
You know, I idolize you.
Oh, I don't see it.
Who wrote these questions? Howard. If you wrote them, they suck. If you wrote them, they're bright.
Take care, Richard.
That's so irritating. He handled it very well, but I know he was irritated. Paul Reiser. Reiser.
Yeah, I didn't know which was the right pronunciation.
No problem. Paul Reiser. See, Richard's a much bigger star than Paul Reiser, but I think it just irritates him, even still. You know what I mean?
That the guy gets work at all.
Right. Any kind of Paul Reiser question irritates Richard. Yeah. Well, anyway. 651, 92.3 K-Rock, WISP, WJFK. Good work again, John.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, very nice. Thanks. Richard Lewis will be in later.
One of these days we have to bring those two together.
Paul Reiser and Richard Lewis? Yeah. See who's funnier. Well, we always thought Richard Lewis was funnier. That's why he's on our show.
Man.
Yeah, he's our man. We're backing him. All right, we'll be back right after these words. 651. There's a whole thing going on with me, and when I'm not feeling well, I can't keep my body together.
Most people have that problem.
I just lose it all. So
but it's not everywhere.
You want to know something? I was so embarrassed by all of this. No, because I can look thin. I was so embarrassed by all this. I called up Dan yesterday because he was in the editing room. I said, look, you got to cut around my belly. No. I'm really that embarrassed.
No.
Shut up, Jackie. I'm talking to Robin now. You know, Jackie, you're too vocal on this show.
I'm sorry.
Once in a while, it's good to hear from you. Where was I, Robin?
You were saying cut around my belly.
That's the problem when somebody's out for a day. You start to wish they were out every day. You know what I mean? I got to get back into Jackie now. I should go, yeah, get him out of here.
Eat the cookies.
Eat your ice cream.
Shut up.
These guys haven't stopped eating T&W.
I know.
Do you guys got malt ball and fudge?
I have coffee mud pie. It's unbelievable.
What is coffee mud pie? Let me see what that looks like.
I never heard of it before. It's got some
Is it coffee ice cream?
Coffee ice cream with... I don't know what mud pie means. I guess it's some kind of nuts and...
Don't say nuts.
Sorry. Some kind of testicles.
Wow, look at how rich that is. This is called T&W ice cream.
And they're eating it for breakfast.
Yeah, and they're having a great time. Look at Gary. You're disgusting.
This is so good. I mean, it's like eating chocolate chip cookie batter. You know how good that is.
I know.
This chocolate fudge.
That's the one I like. The T&W.
This is my favorite one so far.
The chocolate chip dough cookies.
Cookie dough.
Cookie dough.
But they're sending over 3 more flavors tomorrow, so I could be swayed.
Wow. T&W, good for you. Good product.
Howard, this says fudge and cream cookies and almonds is what I mean.
You know what? I got to bring home a vat of that for my kids. They would go nuts for that.
It's the best ice cream to get them.
Yeah. Anyway, so I call up. This was a really embarrassing phone call for me because you know me. I believe in anything goes. Whatever gets on tape
and you've
goes.
never.
Well, there were 2 weird things. I do. You ever see the movie From Here to Eternity?
That's the one with Burt Lancaster and Deborah Carr on the beach, that famous beach scene.
Right. So I come out in my skivvies. Now, Martha Quinn would not wear a bathing suit. She's uptight, but she wore a little slip.
Uh-huh.
And she looks really cute in it. So we're on the set and everything, and I could see where actors get like a little inhibited, you know what I mean? It was kind of weird, but...
That's exactly the scene. You have a whole crew around you.
Yeah, so...
And then you're supposed to make out.
And we get... Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I'm running on the beach, and then I flop down, and I start kissing Martha. My wife's going to kill me. You know, my wife hates that, but I didn't kiss her on the lips or anything. It looks like I'm kissing her on the lips, but I didn't. You know,
Hasn't she accepted the fact that you're an actor?
Yeah, well, this is acting, and it's called for
and
a
you're
kiss.
A character. You're not her husband at that
But my wife hates this. But anyway, it's not like I banged her or something. I just gave her kisses. So,
not like you're doing it away from work.
Right.
That would be bad.
Yeah, although I would like to get Martha in bed. Martha's got a tight body. Because I had to, like, put my arm around her waist.
Uh-huh.
And, man, there wasn't an ounce of fat on her.
Well, there never has been.
No. I love that. I love that. You could almost feel her guts.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, the package was so tight. I can't explain it. You can feel the muscles.
Yes.
I love that on a woman.
Well, I like that on a man. I can see how you would like
And we dressed her in a slip and high heels. And it was really cool.
High heels and a slip.
Yeah, on the beach.
Oh, you.
So she looked really slutty and good. Because the whole idea was to make her slutty.
Change her image, yes.
And she looked...
Make her more than the girl next door.
So, you know, we go through it, and there's a couple of shots where my belly is... I mean, I really look like an old man on the beach, and I'm hairy. I forgot to shave down and everything, and the black hairs look really disgusting. So I called Dan up, and you know what? There's this girl who edits our show, Wendy, who does a really good job. She's really talented. One of the few talented people at Channel 9. And I don't even like Wendy, because Wendy's kind of cute. I don't even like Wendy seeing me with my belly like this. Because Wendy and I, you know, we always talk dirty to one another.
Uh-huh.
Well, not dirty, but I always flirt. You know me, I'm a big flirt.
Of course.
And I'm always carrying on what a big stud I am. And then Wendy sees my belly's flopping over. And Wendy's real cute. So I had to call into the editing room and say to Dan and Wendy, is there any way you could cut out my belly? Like, you know how they shoot around it?
Sure.
Like, there's alternate shots. And Dan's like, oh, I can't find any. And I go, you know, man, if it was you, you'd want to find alternate shots. I really can't find it. I said, you go back and look again. There are ways to hide it. Well, we could put a big black dot over your belly.
Well, what is the purpose of this whole thing? Is it supposed to be funny?
Yes, but please, I'm sick of always being the buffoon. Always.
Howard.
All right, well, please. So,
all of a sudden you're going to be leading man material.
I know, but this is particularly embarrassing to me, okay? Of course I'm not leading man material. In fact, there are side shots of me during the love scene. Like, Martha looked really cute, and you see me, and my big nose is in her face. I mean, you want to take me and throw me out of the scene, all right? But that's the funny part of it. It's supposed to be funny because it's like me playing Burt Lancaster. I shouldn't be playing Burt Lancaster.
Well, see, Burt had a really flat stomach.
Right.
And part of the...
Yeah, well,
is your
the problem
belly.
is this is reality, you know, and I'm trying to, like, you know... I don't want to be totally repulsive. And I'm pretty repulsive. I don't want to be totally repulsive.
Maybe I should look at it. You're too close to this whole situation.
No, wait a second.
It couldn't be this bad.
Well, it's going to be shown anyway because there's no alternate shots.
Yeah.
Then the other thing was that, you see, we get wet down because the waves start rolling over us.
Yes.
And I put real fish in the water. So Martha freaks out that there's real fish. In fact, I'm the one who wrote that, and I forgot, and I saw the real fish and started freaking out. I called Dan. I said, get real fish in there. And he goes, okay. And then I see the real fish, and I go, whoa. I didn't even know they were real fish. So it's very funny. But after they wet us down, Martha's slip rides all the way up, so you see her sitting there in her panties. And her panties are white with, like, black stuff all over them, like little dots. And it looks like you're seeing the real thing.
Oh, no.
When it's all wet down.
Oh, no.
So she said before she left, and she's really great in the scene. I mean, she's really good. You're going to be very surprised how good she is. But, or maybe just next to me she looks really good. But and I think that people will see her in a more romantic way. But she said, look, I don't want my panties showing. So we had to go in and find alternate shots. But even with the alternate shots,
it looks...
Well, Dan calls me up and goes, I found alternate shots. Take a look at it. I don't think we need to put a black dot over her panties at all because I covered it. I covered it with just taking different shots. So I take a look at it. It looks even worse the way he did. I said, listen, we promised Martha we wouldn't show her panties. We promised her. Promise is a promise. You got to cover that up with a black dot.
Or why can't you just sort of...
It's going to look worse because people are going to think they're seeing the vagina. So I said, no.
Can't you block that or tile it, whatever that's called?
Yeah, they're going to.
Yeah.
They're going to.
I thought black dot might look...
So there might be black dots all over this. There might be...
Oh, so you're going to dot your stomach.
I don't know. No, I won't do that. But, try to realize when you watch this that I'm going to be going down in weight very soon. And I'm going to have a nice body again. Give me a break. You know what I'm saying? Got my nipples, hanging like a 50-year-old man with the bellies. Because Martha kept screaming, my boyfriend's going to see this and he's going to get really jealous. And I just said, well, we're not really doing anything. I mean, let's be honest.
Well, after he sees you, he'll probably just think, this was a joke.
This was like a lesbian scene. The guy's got a body like a woman. This was a joke. But you know what? The scene looks a lot dirtier than it is because, I'm in my bathing suit and she's in a slip. But, it's pretty good, though. I mean, obviously I'm not taken seriously because I don't look like a leading man, but...
But you were acting well? You didn't...
I think I did. What did you guys think? You think I was acting okay?
You did well.
Yeah, I thought I was doing
good.
You did
really well. It was good.
First of all, I don't understand the scene anyway, which that's what was giving me trouble. I didn't understand Burt Lancaster's modus operandi in that scene. And what was his problem? Burt Lancaster falls down on the beach, and he kisses this girl, right? And she's really hot.
Yeah.
And she's digging it. She kisses him and everything.
Right.
So then he starts saying, she goes, oh, that was a really good kiss. And he goes, and he starts going in, he says, oh, it was a really good kiss, but you've kissed tons of, he gets all jealous all of a sudden. You've probably kissed tons of guys, and you're comparing me with a million other guys. I'm like, what are you idiot?
I don't remember the movie.
Yeah, I think you really had to see more of the movie to because out of the
blue,
blue,
a lot of the stuff was taken out.
Here he is getting it on, and all of a sudden he's like bitching and moaning.
He's crying like a woman. And I'm like, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be banging here on the beach. And then she goes to smack him. He grabs her hand, and...
Oh, I got to see this.
Yeah,
you had a real chance to act.
Oh, of course. Any chance to act, Robin.
You did it better each time.
Yeah.
Sometimes
How
you
many
do it
takes?
great, and then the next take...
We did 3 takes, because if we knew once we smacked Martha with the water that would be it. Yeah. So we had to block it, We really actually did. It was like shooting a movie in a way, but... What?
And each time you got better?
Yeah, it was good, or else you wouldn't have been able to see anything.
Focus on the acting.
Right.
It was good.
And each time you got better?
Yeah, well, the first time, I didn't even understand Burt Lancaster's line. I'm sitting there going, what the hell?
Yeah, you're missing a lot.
Yeah, I was like, what's wrong with this guy?
You don't even remember the story, and I don't either.
Me neither. I just remember that one scene where they're rolling around in the waves.
Right.
And it was a pretty hot scene. But I know my wife's going to go, what are you doing with that Martha Quinn? I'm going to say, hey, we're doing a scene from here to eternity. Well, why can't you do a different scene? I go, but what good is it if, I'm trying to create a hot, sexy image for her? I go, what am I going to do? Bad News Bears? I know I'm going to get some grief for that.
And you never actually kissed her?
No, I just, went to the side,
Your lips never touched
Never.
hers?
Never. It's going to look like it did, but it didn't. I really mean, I swear.
I don't believe you.
Jackie and Fred were there. They saw.
I don't trust them.
She was too uptight to ever let that even.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I felt like I was raping her because she wouldn't even return anything. I mean, she wouldn't even kiss me.
God, she realized she's supposed to be an actress.
Yeah.
And she should just be able to do that naturally. I don't understand why she was so tight.
Yeah.
She loosened up in pieces. Like the first part where she lied there and stretched back, it was like...
She looked good.
Yeah,
but there was no... siren.
But
she's got a little tiny breast, though. I mean, it's not like there's nothing there. Yeah. There's something going on up there. Right?
We were looking.
Did you see any nipples?
No, but because they weren't big
I
enough
almost
to...
did. I almost did. I almost saw that much.
She
was real uptight, too, with those underpants.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that big a deal.
You know what it is, though? When her underpants are wet down, it looks like you're seeing the real thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Believe me, I'd love to show it like that.
I'd love to see it like that.
Yeah. It's wild.
She watched the replay up in the office before you got up there.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, my God, my boyfriend's going to kill me. She was also pretty uptight, too.
Yeah.
And then she told us some story about how Bobby Brady's wife in real life got really upset. She had to kiss him on the show.
Oh, man. Wow.
She was sort of unnerved about her boyfriend and stuff.
Yeah, well, it's a boyfriend. I got a wife, okay?
Yeah, this guy won't even marry her. We're
right.
worried about him.
Yeah, why is she worried? Well, she's worried about a guy who doesn't even want to marry her.
Yeah.
What's wrong with her? Where is she living? In Los Angeles?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, what's wrong with her? What does she got? She's every minute with the boyfriend.
Forget about him until
Yeah.
he puts a ring on your finger.
Right. Yeah, if he's so in love with you, why doesn't he marry you?
Yeah. He's going to be upset.
Right. What is it?
No. We're going to take a phone call in a couple of minutes.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll take a break, and then we'll be back with some phone calls and a whole bunch of stuff. We'll be back right after these words.
Kimberly Taylor's going to be there.
Oh, yeah.
What has a higher IQ, Kimberly's brain or her breast implant bag? That's the way I like them. Built like a brick duty house.
With nothing in the attic.
Right. You betcha. You want to have a good time, you get over there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, March 6th, 7th, and 8th.
You know what I think is stupid?
What?
They got Boy Gary coming there to sign autographs.
Boy Gary with his choppers the size of the Beverly Hillbillies hot rod.
I hope he puts the pin in his teeth. That's the only thing that make it worthwhile.
Exactly. All right, we got to get out of it.
All right. Hey, we're back. Anyway, 718-92.3 K-Rock, WYSP, WJFK. On our phone is a girl who wants to claim that she was Madonna's lover.
Really?
Yeah. Gary spoke to her on the phone yesterday. He said he put her through. But, again, you got to realize that, this is somebody's story. It could be totally made up.
Well, I'll tell you, there's one way to stop this from happening. Madonna could call us.
Yeah. What is it, Gary?
Yeah, she's got a lot to tell you.
Okay.
I won't get too into it.
Hello, Sandra?
Hi.
No,
It's not Sandra.
This is not Sandra. You're on the air. This is, let's call you...
Adrian.
Let's call you Adrian.
Yeah, thanks.
Hi, Adrian.
Hi.
What are you, some kind of model?
Well, yeah, in a way. Mm-hmm.
What do you mean, kind of, in a way?
Well, I don't like to go around and tell everyone I'm a model, and people will come up to me and offer me jobs after seeing me. I mean, I'm not saying that in a way that's very egotistical. It's just kind of something that's happened to me all my life. I kind of fall into things.
But what do you do for a living?
Well, that's how I kind of make my way.
So you're a model?
Well, yeah, but I just think it sounds so ridiculously dumb.
What do you mean, to say you're a model?
Yeah.
Why is that dumb?
Because it just goes with having no brains and,
So you're a model, but you don't tell anyone you're a model?
No, but, people, if they say, are you a model, and they see me, then I just say, what do you think? I mean, I don't mean it in a...
Well, why does everything have to be so heavy? Why don't you just say, I'm a model?
Because we can't see you. We have none of that on you.
Yeah, you don't have to, get all tongue-tied with that question.
I guess I'm just used to...
So you're a professional model?
Yeah, I work. I do. I work pretty often.
Okay. So, anyway.
Okay.
By the way, I have to say this because I can't validate whether these claims are true.
Well, I know.
I have to say that you claim to have been Madonna's lover, but you certainly... anyone could call in and say they're Madonna's lover. You realize that?
Of course.
Fred has claimed that 3 or 4 times. I don't believe it. You understand that?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, this is just a story.
Well, the reason...
I mean, anyone could call up and say they're Howard Stern's homosexual lover. And, and the point is, the only thing we could say is that they're lying.
I understand that. It's easy to
anybody. Let's say you had an axe to grind with Madonna. And you wanted to, ruin her reputation or something. Not that she hasn't hinted at lesbianism.
Yeah, I don't think this would ruin Madonna.
No, I don't think it... The reason I'm calling is not to ruin her career or anything like that. It's just, I think that it's pretty much she's had unauthorized biographies and everything like that out. So it's not like I'm opening people's eyes and making them think, oh my God,
are you doing?
She dabbles.
Yeah, why are you doing
The reason I'm calling you is because I have a little story about it. The whole reason that I'm calling is not to say, oh, I went out with Madonna. It's to tell you a funny story.
Well, you sound kind of cute, though, I'll tell you that. How old are you?
I'm 27.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's kind of old for a...
What's your measurements?
I'm 5'10". Is that too tall for you?
I'm 6'5".
Are you?
Oh, yeah, honey.
I knew you were tall, but I didn't think you were that tall. Oh, that's very fitting, the 5'10".
That would fit perfect with me. You're my yang to my yin.
But you're married, Howard.
No, I'm not.
That's not... Oh,
you know what Gary just called? You know, Gary he says, hey, Bolf, you want to get a boner? I go, what is it? I ran into Tawny Kitane's publicist yesterday.
Yeah.
I go, yeah. And she came up to me and said, you know, Tawny is really taken with Howard. She keeps saying if he wasn't married.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Tawny Kitane.
She's just teasing you.
Oh, Christ. But that's the publicist saying it. Oh, come on. I tell you, my wife's got to let me have a little fun.
No,
I don't know. I mean, I shouldn't talk because I'd be hypocritical if I
What do you mean?
Well, I've kind of dabbled in that area of married men before.
You have? So you know how to handle that. And you wouldn't tell anybody if we had a little thing going, would you?
I don't think
you wouldn't call into other radio shows.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, yeah, I made love to Howard Stern. Oh, really? Yeah.
Tomorrow she'd be on the phone.
So you're not a lesbian, are you? You go both ways.
Right.
Right. Now, let me get this straight, just so I get I got to get a fix on you.
Okay.
You're there now in your apartment?
Well, I'm actually at a friend's house, yeah.
I see. A man?
This one's a woman, but I was at a man's.
Is this a lover of yours?
No, actually, this is platonic friend.
Is she another model?
Yeah.
So you're both models spending the night together?
She's not here. I'm staying in her house.
I see. And what are you wearing right now?
Well, it's early here, and to be honest...
Just to be totally honest.
I'm not wearing anything.
You're completely nude, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yes, you're laying in bed talking to me nude. What, are you smoking a cigarette?
No, I don't smoke.
And so where are your hands right now?
Well, one of them's on my left breast. The other one's on the phone.
So you're laying there, 5'10". How much you weigh?
125.
And how big are your breasts?
They're 36C. They fit my body.
Yeah, and you're very tight, aren't you?
Yeah.
Do you look like anyone famous?
Not really. I'm more. I guess I'm kind of in the exotic category.
Are you a little dark-skinned?
Yeah. Well, olive. Yeah.
Olive. Black hair?
Dark brown. Yeah. A lot of people think it's black.
You're probably almost all shaven, aren't you?
For some reason, I think because I have English and French in my blood, I'm pretty smooth.
And you're almost hairless, aren't you?
Yeah. But I have a little bit of Armenian in me, which gives me kind of thick hair, but...
I know, it's a turn-off. I've been with Armenian girls. They have very coarse hair.
Yeah.
Coarse.
I've been with Armenian...
You don't have pimples on your back, do you?
No.
One I was with was kind of rough going.
It's not the same girl.
Yeah, thank God.
Howard, it's me.
So you're completely nude, and what are you doing? Are your legs crossed, or are they open?
I'm sitting up. I'm sitting in like an Indian-style position.
Oh, you're Indian-style, so your legs are crossed.
Yeah, at first I was laying down, and then...
So the heel of your foot...
is close to,
is very close to the most intimate of areas.
Yeah.
So you're naked, and your left hand is on your breast?
No, my right hand's on my left breast.
What's that all about?
I don't know. Sometimes when I lean over, it just kind of supports it.
That's how she takes the pledge, Howard.
Can you look down and see everything?
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, look down.
Yeah, I'm looking down.
Wow. That's a real turn on.
This wasn't supposed to be the sex phone.
Well, I'm just trying to get to know her a little bit, Robin. I have to... Come on. I'm in fuzz heaven.
Oh, gee.
All right, so, Adrian?
Yeah.
So you're
27.
What age did you lose your virginity?
I lost it early to a boy. I lost it at 15. I mean, maybe that's not that early.
So you've ever been with two girls at the same time?
Yeah.
You've had a pretty active sexual life, haven't you?
Yeah.
Now, you claim to have met Madonna. How did you do that?
I have access to a lot of parties in Hollywood.
So you went to a party in Hollywood, and what were you wearing that night? Were you dressed to kill?
I wore this short sequin, kind of like emerald green dress, but it's strapless and it's low cut, and I have green eyes, and it worked, you know? I mean, you know how people wear things to suit their eyes. a lot of, blue-eyed people. What color eyes do you have?
Blue.
Oh, do you wear the blue shirts? And
Yes,
people say,
and then my eyes come out even
that
bluer.
brings out your
Yes,
eyes,
yes, yes.
So this one, it's kind of like a dress that I always stick by.
And what were you wearing? You were like wearing no panties under there?
Well, that night was something
special.
I had to be a little bit more proper than that.
So you were wearing, what, like a G-string under there?
Yeah, we were
But no
sitting-
bra, right?
No, of course
Of course not, because it was strapless.
Right.
I got that all figured out.
My breasts are real, too.
I got you.
Which is kind of unique where I work.
So where are you calling from, Hollywood?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you get down here in 15 minutes? Would that be impossible? So anyway, a lot of guys always come on to you, I would imagine. I mean, you're pretty desirable.
Yeah, they do, and yeah.
And you're not that interested, are you?
No, I'm
You're too good for anyone, aren't you?
No, I'm not like that.
It's got to be a Madonna for you. So Madonna walks into the room. She shows up at the party.
Right.
What was she wearing?
Yeah.
She was wearing this kind of cream-colored, kind of off-whitish dress. I guess it brought out her hair. And it was tight, and she has a nice hard body.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it.
Yeah. And
I got her at a party, too. So she walks in, and she notices you right away, right?
Yeah, we just caught eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It was very subtle.
And, do you talk right away, or is it like like this little game of, looking at each other?
Yeah, exactly. You have drinks, and then you drink your drink, and you sip it, and you...
And so she hasn't even... You know that she's interested, and you're crossing and uncrossing your legs on the couch, right? All right, I know your story.
Leaning forward and back, yeah.
You little bitch. And, yeah, so...
and...
What are you wearing, 5-inch heels this night?
No, not 5-inch.
Spikes?
She's 5'10" already.
Yeah, but she doesn't even care. She wants
I
to
was
be...
wearing heels, but I wasn't... Not 5-inch.
3-inch.
Yeah, 2.5, 3-inch, the normal type of heel.
My wife wears a pump.
Does she? Does it look like a sneaker?
Yeah. It's like a patent leather sneaker. I go, God, I'll carry you. The great Dee Snider of Twisted Sister, his wife wears 5-inch heels. One night he had to carry her up the steps.
Right. Remember, she also had a dress on so tight she couldn't move her legs.
Yeah. I said to my wife, look at that. Look at that. She can't move in her dress, and she can't. But he's carrying her up the steps. I couldn't believe it. I'm going, wow, that's devotion.
She might as well have bound feet.
Yeah. Oh, it was great. It was unbelievable. She's a friggin' Barbie doll, and I love it. But anyway, enough about him. So, you're there, and so how do you finally meet her?
So, that night, there was a time where it was crowded in the room, and I'm trying to remember if she brushed by me or I brushed by her. Anyway, there was physical contact, and it was very...
electrifying.
Yeah, it was hot. But it wasn't...
Were you on the trial for some women? You dig women. Obviously, you'd been with them.
No, I dig women enough that they arouse me.
Right.
And...
I'd just like to hear that sentence come out of my wife's mouth just one time. I've done women enough that they arouse me. All right, so what does she say to you? Excuse me?
Yeah, probably something like that. One of those, sorry. You know what I'm talking about when you brush by someone.
How are you sitting right now? You still cross-legged?
Yeah, do you want me to move?
Hey, why don't you lay back and relax a little?
Okay.
Lay down on the bed.
Okay.
Put one leg up.
All right.
And can you just can you do stuff to yourself while you're talking to me?
Oh, Howard, I don't know, because I might get distracted.
Come on, get into it a little bit.
Well, is this your 976 line right now?
No.
Oh.
I'm just saying, just relax a little.
Okay. Why, I sound uptight?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sound very uptight.
Really?
Yeah, you need to unwind.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead. Now keep telling me the story.
Okay.
Yeah, so you sure this is real?
Oh, yeah.
Say, I swear to God.
I swear to God.
All right, but that still doesn't mean it's real, Robin. This could be a total fantasy.
That's right.
Where's is your left hand on the Bible, so to speak?
On the volleyball. Is that what you said, on the volleyball?
On the Bible.
Oh, so to speak. Yeah.
All right, so you've moved your hand now?
Yeah, I did.
Good. Okay, let's go. All right, yeah, keep telling me. So so she says something, you don't remember what it is, and what happens? Let's get to it.
Okay, so we see each other, and we have a mutual friend that introduces us, and we, of course, pretend like we didn't even notice each other and say hi, and then that was the first party. And then...
Oh, so you didn't even go home or anything? You just said hello?
Yeah, but I'm not that cheap. I don't dive in.
You are. Well, go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, but once I'm in a relationship, I might be cheap within the relationship, but I don't,
You mind holding on? I got a break for commercial.
Yeah.
I want to get to the part where you guys go to bed together.
I was going to say, are we ever going to get anywhere?
Yeah, I mean, this is like...
I know, and plus I have a little story which I think's funny. That's why I'm... Oh, God.
Well, let's get to the funny story when we come back, all right? Hey, and by the way,
what?
You have to come visit me,
Really?
Yeah.
You'll fly me out.
Sure.
Whose money are you spending now?
Tom Triasano. All right, hold on, okay?
Okay.
It's Hollywood broads, huh? You believe her? I don't know whether to believe her or not. Who cares, though?
Could have been somebody who looked like Madonna for
That's
all
right.
I know.
Could have been Harpo Marx. All right, we'll take a break, and we'll come back and hear her very funny story right after these words. Shop all year round trying to get the lowest prices on things. The things that they make with their own skins, they get them at the lowest price. They always wait, and they're very, very meticulous in that.
So why don't you go to the Leather Warehouse first?
Yeah, come into the Leather Warehouse. What's the matter with you? I'll smack you. Come into Leather Warehouse this week and find your best value in leather for spring. You'll love the prices on quality coats and jackets that are arriving daily. For example, a handsome lamb jacket for men and full-length zip-out coats for ladies, only $199.95. With 25 stores in the tri-state area, it's Leather Warehouse. And there's sure to be a Leather Warehouse located close by. For the Leather Warehouse store nearest to you, call 1-800-544-8669. That's 1-800-544-8669. Yeah, Gary.
I just want you to read this fax before you get back to see how in sync you are with the audience.
Howard, please don't stop with Madonna's Lover. About 1 million guys are about to explode. Let me read this other fax, too. I thought this one was pretty good. Dear Howard, number 1, where's Jackie? Number 2, he's right over there. Belzer called you a genius on CNBC interview with Paul Schaefer. See, Belzer's finally learning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Finally caught on.
He's not Chevy's friend anymore.
Right.
So better start calling you a genius.
Number 3, Underdog Woman is a keeper. Joan show appearance was brilliant. Kill the clip. I loved it. Stealing from your lessers does not behoove you. Who's stealing what?
Oh, he's talking about the I don't know that you're stealing anything, but he doesn't like the I loved it.
Probably all the other radio stations are doing it now, and he figures I ripped it off from them. Great. Okay, well, anyway, who cares about what this guy's fax is? I'm sitting here reading. I got a girl on the phone. Oh, by the way, Jackie will be at Zodiac's April 2nd, Thursday night in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Go try and stump the joke man.
That's where you can find Jay.
That's where you can find him, if you want to know where he is. For jokes and to order his video, Who Farted, I Smelt It, call the all-new digital 516-922-WINE. 922-WINE is just a regular call. Adrian, you still there?
Yeah, hi.
You still nude?
Oh, yeah. I was kind of just thinking.
Thinking about what?
About my sheets.
How soft they are?
Yeah.
What are you, on satin sheets or something?
No, they're just really good cotton quality. They're just nice.
Can't believe you're a model.
Why?
What kind of modeling you do in magazines?
Yeah, a lot of print.
Have we seen you in them? Make real famous ads?
Probably, yeah.
You can make good money doing that, huh?
Yeah, I could live comfortably doing that. It's nice. That's the luxury of it all.
So you're just laying there naked.
Yeah.
Your body is so unbelievable. Probably sometimes you look at your own body and you can't believe it, right?
But you know how everyone has hang-ups about their body.
Yeah, you don't?
No, I do as well.
So describe to me exactly where you're on the bed.
I'm kind of in the middle of it, sprawled out a little bit.
And where's your head on the pillow?
No, it's kind of resting on my elbows.
Why don't you put your head up on the pillow?
Yeah, but then it's going to smush the phone into my ear. I'm not on a speaker phone.
Yeah, but wait a second. I don't understand something. You're on an elbow.
She's not on her back. She's on her side.
I'm on my stomach. That's right. Oh, okay. I see. Oh, I'll get on my back. Okay.
Get on your back.
Okay.
All right. You're on your back. Completely nude.
Yeah.
You're very olive skinned. You're 5'9".
You know, it was nice in California. A couple, about 5 days ago, and I went to the beach. So, you know how olive skin gets kind of Well, not really sallow, but, you know, it's just not as rich when it's pale. But I got a little bit of color, and that's nice.
So, what do? You bathe topless?
No, you can't do it on the beaches here, because you could get a ticket.
What do you wear? Do you wear a thong?
I don't know. I own one, but I don't know. I just think it's kind of like, look at my butt, you know, on the beach. I'd rather just lay out.
So right now you're on the bed on your back, right?
Yeah.
And you got your head on the pillow?
Mm-hmm.
Where's your legs? Are they like...
Are they what?
Like, what are they doing?
They're kind of bent.
Bent?
Yeah, they're kind of...
Is one over the other?
Yeah.
You got, like, your ankle on your knee?
Yeah, exactly. Are you here? Is there a camera? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Can I get what?
So are you getting hot?
Right now?
Yeah.
Because of your voice?
Yeah.
You have a nice voice, Howard.
So do you.
Oh, thanks.
So what are you doing? Are you doing what I told you to do?
Oh, you mean like occupying myself while I talk to you? I'm kind of stretching now.
Could you just occupy yourself?
A little bit right now?
Yeah. All right. Let's get back to the story.
Okay.
While you occupy yourself.
Actively occupying.
Okay. Now, where were we? So you were at a party, you met Madonna.
Right.
And then you went to another party.
Right.
And you meet her again. This time, what are you wearing? The same sexy outfit?
No. Different outfit. This time it was black. And, you know, black and short and tight. You know, That's how you do Hollywood. That's how you play.
Right. So then Madonna sees you, and what, does she come right up to you and say, hey, how you doing?
Not right up, but we catch eyes again, and then she definitely walked over, and we started talking about, didn't we meet? Very casually, but it was all a game.
So there's probably a lot of big celebrities at this party.
Yeah, there always are.
Like, who's there? Like, who's at the party?
Different people. I mean, why?
I'm just curious.
Oh. What?
What famous people besides Madonna are there?
There are people like, you know, like... all I could think of is that Jimmy Smits was there.
Jimmy Smits?
Yeah, I know that's not even...
He's a pretty big star.
Yeah, but it was just funny because right when you said who else was famous, I just thought of standing next to him, and he had, you know how he has that little smirky smile?
Yeah. There's a smirky smile, that's right.
I just thought, who else can I say that would be kind of big and, you know, I mean, she's powerful. The reason, I don't know, she's powerful, I think.
Okay, so.
Anyway.
All right.
And I think that's kind of what.
She is powerful. I'm very powerful myself.
Are you?
Yes.
I think that was kind of like what the thrill of it.
All right, so anyway, so what happened? So how do you guys end up, let's sort of get into this. So you and Madonna talk, and what happens?
So we talk, and we basically speak and then kind of mingle on our way, and then we meet again later. And I guess we're kind of talking in codes a little bit, like, okay, great, and we'll hook up and we'll hang out. So we ended up, after that party, there was an after party, and it was more intimate. It was at someone's house.
Are you occupying yourself as you tell me this?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, good. All right.
And so we...
You mean it, or you're really doing it?
Well, I mean it.
Okay, all right.
And, see, now this is... I keep on getting distracted.
All right.
Is that your point?
All right, so forget about occupying yourself. Don't get distracted.
Okay, so anyway, we've met. Then we plan on doing something on our own. So I think this was... I'm not saying that she is, you know, homosexual or whatever. I know that she's intrigued by women as well as men.
Right.
You know.
All right. So what happens? Where do you go?
We go. Okay. So we went to this house, and then we go to her house.
Right. And she lives in Los Angeles?
She lives in Hollywood.
Okay. So yeah, you go to her house, and it's probably a big place, right? And you're impressed.
Yeah, but you know how you go to a lot of these places, so you kind of numb yourself off to being impressed. Like,
right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but meanwhile, it's Madonna, so you're impressed.
Huh.
Yeah, so what happens?
So we, I guess we kind of get intimate.
Wait a second. So you walk into the house and what? Madonna starts kissing you, according to your story?
No. We walk into her house, and we're still fully clothed. And,
yeah.
And we talk, and we look around. She shows me her house, kind of like, like to make me feel more comfortable. And it wasn't like let me tell you also, we didn't dive on each other. We didn't.
Yeah, so who makes the move?
You know that I'm going to say I mean that she did. Because it makes me feel powerful. But she keeps trying to entice me with words, and
yeah.
she goes to her refrigerator and she gets out. She has like this whole little fruit and vegetable section.
I can't get to the. You believe this, Robin?
I have never heard a story like this in my life.
I can't believe it.
Vegetable
the
section
fruit
of the
and vegetable
refrigerator
section.
where you're now in.
Unbelievable.
Wait, what's wrong? What's wrong with that? Why?
Because I'm just trying to.
What's that got to do with the story?
I want to get to how who makes the move.
Because then she starts. She said, "I'm just going to have." Okay, so you want me to dive into what we did?
Well, yeah, she gets. Well, you just.
We're not going to. What are we still at the front door? We're going to follow you all through the house?
Come on, let's go.
Basically, we went swimming.
You went swimming. She has a pool. And you went. What did you do? You guys got completely undressed?
Yeah.
What you said? She said, "Let's go for a swim."
Well, we were talking about how it was a nice night.
Right.
Yeah.
And she said, "Do you want to go for a swim?"
We ended up outside.
Right.
And then I put my foot in the pool to feel it, and it was warm. It was nice. And so she said, "You want to go swim?" It wasn't like.
It was innocent. Yeah.
It all
sure.
smooth. It was.
Right. Okay. So you said yeah, and what happens? You start to undress.
Yeah.
Were you uptight about undressing?
No, because I like that. I like kind of the power of it.
You like being nude in the water?
Well, yeah, and I like...
Madonna just ripped off her clothes first, or you ripped off yours?
She said, "Do you want to go swimming?" And I said, yeah, and then I just kind of... I guess...
She never knows what happened.
I wasn't...
No, that's why I don't believe the story.
I know.
Are we making this up as we go along?
Yeah, come on.
No.
So what happened? You peeled off your clothes?
I took off my dress.
Right.
And then...
So you were nude with your dress off.
Right, but I had shoes and stuff, so I had to deal with that.
Yeah.
And then I dove in.
And what about Madonna? What did she do?
She followed after.
She got out of her dress?
I kind of made the first move doing that, so I guess I made the first move.
So you two of you were swimming naked, and what happened?
Then you want to know intimate details?
Well, what happened? Did she swim over to you? Did she start kissing you?
I dove in, went all the way to the end.
Yeah.
She dove in, met me there. It was funny. It was...
Okay, yeah, she dove in, and what happened?
She dove in, and she came up to me, and then from there she swam down straight under the water, and then popped up kind of right up to me, and then we kissed. And why? Is that not a big deal?
No, we dig that.
And...
it's... And then what happened? You did it right there in the pool?
No, it's not as smutty as that. It's more like
So what's the funny story? That's not so funny.
Oh no,
I'm laughing hysterically.
It's a story outside of that. It's another night when we went out.
Oh, so what was the funny story?
Well, we were in Hollywood and we were hanging out at her house.
Try and make it quick because I got to move on to all
is there a vegetable bin in
the refrigerator? Yeah, go ahead.
And we were talking about what we should do that night, and just kind of casually talking, and we planned on meeting up with Sandra.
Sandra Bernhard.
Right. So we went to the Laugh Factory to see her perform.
Right.
And as we were watching the show...
So you guys were involved a long time.
Different periods. We would meet, and then we wouldn't see each other, and then we'd meet again. It's kind of like an enticing...
So far her half-hour story was that she kissed Madonna.
Right.
So you guys went up to a bedroom?
Yeah.
And what'd you do, all night?
What do you mean, what did we do all night?
Was it good?
We had a nice time, yeah. I'm being vague, huh? It was nice. I'm not out to smut up you know.
All right, so go ahead. Yeah, all right. Well, by the way, we don't even know that this is true. Let's make that clear. I mean, this could be your whole fantasy.
You can smut it up all you want.
Yeah.
You don't even know if it's true.
Yeah, so we don't even care. You know what I'm saying? You can say whatever you want. This might be your fantasy as far as I know. But I'm digging it. So, okay, so you go out to the Laugh Factory, you see Sandra Bernhard.
Yeah.
And what happened?
Okay, so
make it quick.
Okay, I will. So the MC comes on stage.
Yeah.
And he gets kind of political.
Yeah.
No big deal. Controversial a little bit.
Right, who's the MC?
This guy, I don't know, Tom or something.
Yeah, all right, go ahead, yeah.
So every time he does that, there's this tape that comes on.
Yeah.
That says, "Ladies and gentlemen, Howard Stern."
Yeah.
Okay, no big deal. I mean, it was funny because he was getting political, and I just thought the correlation was funny.
And a tape would come on, says, "Ladies and gentlemen, Howard Stern"?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that bad?
Well, why would a tape come on at a comedy club, say, "Ladies and gentlemen, Howard Stern"?
You know when there's an act and then an MC comes up and introduces other people?
Yeah.
And then he goes down and then he comes back up, it would introduce him. It would kind of be like it was introducing him because he was so political.
Oh, so it was a joke saying, hey,
yeah.
Obviously not Howard Stern.
Right.
Okay, right.
So anyway, it was funny, no big deal. And she got really pissed off. And, I mean, really pissed off. Because she heard your name. She goes, "That is ridiculous." And I went, "Oh, yeah, whatever." You know, I blew it off because it wasn't... I mean, it was funny.
Yeah.
They did it a couple times.
Right.
And that's fine.
Right.
But she got really insane. Like, she kind of got violent. And she was making a little bit of a scene. And
sort of like Chevy Chase when he hears my name.
Does Chevy Chase do the same thing?
Yeah, Chevy Chase gets frantic when he hears my name. We have a theory as to why he can't handle it. Probably because I'm contemporary and I'm funny and people laugh at me and nobody laughs at him anymore with his stupid movies. But go ahead.
Okay, so anyway, she had probably the same kind of violent reaction. But it was strange, and I had never really seen this side to her. Like,
so what did you do?
So I kind of laid low.
Did you ask her why she was getting so upset about the name Howard Stern?
I said, "What's the big deal?" And she said, "They shouldn't be playing that. That is ridiculous." You know, and then she kind of swore a little bit. And then I said, "It's I mean, you know, this was kind of our first fight."
Right.
And then she got the waitress.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that a show's going on right now.
Right, yeah.
And she got the waitress, and she was saying, "Tell them to stop playing that tape." And the waitress was like, "What? Shut up, lady." You know, and so she goes, "Get the manager." So the manager came over, and she was just basically saying, "Turn that thing off. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard." Blah, and just going off about your... I just didn't understand it. And this is, I mean, I know this doesn't seem very funny to you, but this is the story. And then the manager said, "Well, we play the tape occasionally."
So Madonna stormed out of the club.
Yeah, she was pissed off, and she made the owner...
Well, that's a pretty funny story.
No, but, what did you do to...
Who knows? She's a nut. She's a nut job.
But
we don't even know her.
We don't even know her.
You've never talked... I mean...
No, we never talked to her. She's wacky. The saddest part of it is my daughter goes around. She knows how to sing every Madonna song.
Really?
Yeah, it really depresses me. But I don't put it down or anything. I just say, oh, it's good.
Did you ever do any? I mean, did you ever?
No, one time we called her house when she was going out with Sean Penn. Big deal.
Yeah.
But she didn't even pick up. We got her answering machine. And that's the only interaction I've ever had with her. She used to sleep on the floor here at the radio station before she got famous. But that's it.
She despises you.
Yeah, well, of course she despises me.
I mean, I guess...
I'm contemporary. I'm what's happening. She's not what's happening. You know what it is? She wants to shock the world. She can't shock the world.
Yeah, but...
You're talking to the guy, the king of honesty. I expose her for what she is. Don't you get it? I get on the radio every day to 5 million people and say, you know what? Listen, how can I explain this? This woman's got more money than God. She shouldn't be sitting worried about me. These people focus on me. Same with Chevy Chase. Hey, you want to hear Chevy Chase? Here, here's Chevy Chase going ballistic. Where's that tape, Freddie? Well, this girl has a way of dragging out a story, doesn't she, Robin?
I'm exhausted.
I'm really drained from her.
Did you really hate it, though?
No, I don't hate it. I'm just drained from you. I'd just like to see what you look like.
Draining.
Say, send me a couple of pictures, will you?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Don't bother.
Yeah, don't work up a sweat about it.
Yeah.
No.
Here's Chevy Chase, right? Someone calls up first and says, Howard Stern, Chevy Chase.
Let's go to calls for Chevy Chase, Glasgow, Scotland. Hello. Am I on the air?
Yes.
Howard Stern.
I don't know who that is. To Pittsburgh. Hello.
Hello.
Is that guy, Howard Stern? Boy, he's an ass. Can't stand him. Go ahead. I've never seen him. He was on the show once as radio, but have you seen his show? Yeah, I've never seen it, but I've heard him on the radio. And? He's very funny. He got the brain of an egg timer. Let's go.
Larry with the phony laugh. Chevy getting a phony laugh from Larry. He's got the brain of an egg timer. So then they, on the satellite, some guy recorded this, because Chevy was on a satellite. So Larry King, he takes a break, and Chevy's there, and he's talking to all the little guys, the studio techs and stuff, right? So here's Chevy. This is off the air. No one's asking him about me.
Long break. Well, that Howard Stern is such an ass. I mean, really nothing. There's nothing there. Nothing.
Thinks about it.
You were funny. You were just funny.
Mumbles.
Stern. Make Downey look like Joyce Brothers.
Mumbling to himself. Joyce Brothers, Mick Downey. Mumbling to himself. They're like an old feeble man. An old feeble, jealous man. It's the same way John Belushi used to bother him. You know what I mean? He used to bug him. Why do people like Belushi?
John Belushi used to bug Chevy Chase?
Sure. Chevy's jealous. Look at Chevy's last couple of movies. Well, who's going to see him anymore? Is he funny? Has he ever made you laugh? Chevy Chase ever made you laugh, honey?
In Fletch, yeah.
In Fletch? You ever see Fletch 2? What?
No, I missed that.
See, I was going to say, when I showed you the videotape after the show today, you have to understand how much time goes by that they're in a break. I'd say he's sitting there for like a good 60 seconds, and he's not saying anything.
Right.
So that means that all that time he's thinking about it.
Yeah, I know. He's like obsessing on it.
It should have it was just a fleeting reference. It should have gone away, and he's like really like boiling over
He's a bizarro. I think the toupee is heating up his brains too much.
Well, now he and Madonna can get together. They have something in common.
Yeah, they both hate me. And you know what? I hate both of them. So the feeling is mutual. First of all, I saw that Madonna movie. I wanted to puke.
Which one, the Truth or Dare one?
Truth or Dare. She didn't open up about her own life. When a woman comes to her and says her ass is bleeding. See, this is why they all hate me, because I sit there and I tell the truth about them. And Chevy Chase, forget about it. My mind is so far away from Chevy Chase until I hear him ragging on me.
Right, that's the only reason to think of him.
I mean, who even thinks about Chevy Chase? He's totally irrelevant. Put out the Invisible Man, the easiest concept to make money with. You can't screw up the Invisible Man. Everybody has a fantasy about being invisible. All you got to do is go out and do the stupid movie. Nobody wants to see him. He's irrelevant.
In fact, he's screwing up the movie.
He's Gerald Ford's pal. He deserves to be at fundraisers. That's where he goes. He goes to fundraisers and meets with other celebrities. He hangs out with Demi Moore at Disneyland at Liz Taylor's birthday party.
Because the whole point of Chevy is that he doesn't want to be invisible in the Invisible Man movie.
Right. Who cares about him? He's irrelevant.
To be seen.
He's irrelevant. Time has passed him by. All these guys, they're not on the edge.
You don't think that they could make their career a little bit better again?
Well, listen, what's it matter? They've made their money, and they're all fat and bloated with that money of theirs, and they're not hungry anymore.
Chevy has a street named after him.
Good. All right, listen, I got to go from you. You've already, you gave me, in the same phone call, you gave me a boner, and then you made me go soft. All right, so, it's too much work with you.
I'm sorry to accept.
You smoking?
No.
She says she doesn't smoke.
I hear her smoking something.
No, I was breathing out.
All right. You sound cute. Why don't you come visit me?
You send me a ticket.
All right.
I'm sorry that I bored you.
You didn't bore me.
I just found it interesting.
Well, by the way, we don't even know that it's a true story. That's the problem.
Well, yeah.
Why don't you call us when Madonna's with you?
If you can have Madonna verify the story.
Why don't you have her call? Why don't you call us when you have her in the bed with you?
Okay, but she hates you.
All right, but get her to do it.
Why did she...
You know what you do? You're in the middle of getting her hot, right? And as soon as she's about to climax, you go, let's call Howard Stern. She goes, no, I hate Howard Stern. Just finish off here. No, I'm not finishing until we call Howard. All right?
And then I'll get on the air. And
right.
You'll definitely talk to her.
Yes.
But see, is there any way that she would talk to you? Why would she talk to you if
She'll talk to me. Because she's going to want to finish off with you. You're going to have her in the heat.
Yeah.
She's going to be sitting there aching.
Yeah.
Her loins will be aching for you.
Yeah.
All right, my sweet?
Okay. Thanks a lot.
All right, thanks for the call. Whether it's fantasy or fact, it was entertaining.
Okay.
All right, you're good.
Okay.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye. That's the model, Adrian, who claims to have had an affair with Madonna. Of course, once again, let's repeat that that could be total fabrication, in all fairness. But who cares if it is or isn't? She had me going for a while.
I'm just glad I'm not a man.
Yeah, I know. It's tough being a man.
I could never sit through that.
You know what it is?
Just to get to a beautiful girl.
We sit through it, and we sit through it, and we sit through it, and then finally you even get fed up. It starts to dawn on you that as great looking as she is. But again, you see, this is the great thing about being on the phone. I mean, if this was real life and she really looks like what she says, and we're sitting there.
You'd sit there.
I'd listen to her for 3-4
That's what
hours.
I'm saying. I could never do that.
I'd have to go on a date and put in 5 dates with her and listen to that crap for 3 or 4 hours. And then can you imagine after you finish orgasming, you're still in bed with her?
Then
and
you got to go through it again.
Yeah.
She wants to talk some more.
She wants to talk some more. I went out with, once in a while I'd get lucky in my sexual past, as limited as it was, and I'd get a really good-looking woman, and most of the times I couldn't even stand listening to them, but I'd screw them anyway. And then afterwards, you would wonder why you'd get up and leave. They would really wonder why. And if you're a guy, you just can't take it.
You always forget that they're going to keep on talking when you're done.
Oh, my God. It's like, and then you go, well, if I stay, maybe I can get excited again. But, oh, my God, she's yapping away. Like, I mean, this is horrible.
I always
Why do you
heard
think
those stories. Now I know what you mean.
Oh, my God. That was like a sexual experience, Robin.
Oh, my God.
After, you know how excited I was? We went to commercial, we came back, and then she started, and I just went, oh.
You know, that really was.
It really
was.
was.
Like a sex experience, because it was like she said she swam, she came up, she kissed her, and the minute she kissed Madonna, it was like, now how do I get her out of
how
this?
do I get out of this? How do I get off the phone with this woman?
You could hardly get her there. Then you got her there, and it was like, okay, now what do we do?
Yeah. Man. What a drag.
You guys do have a tough life.
We do.
You have a lot of work you have to go through.
You're damn right we do. Wow-wee. Hey, so
I'm going to give you renewed sympathy.
Thank you. We'll be back. Hey, by the way, Richard Lewis is stopping by today. That should be fun. We haven't seen him in a while. And, there's just a whole bunch of things going on. I got to go recover. We'll be back right after these words.
94 WISP Philadelphia. Howard Stern all morning, classic rock and roll all day.
Mission Control, the Eagles have landed.
And now, the new home of the Philadelphia Eagles.
WJFK. All right, here's the agenda. I got a couple of tapes. Where'd Gary go? Oh, I told him. We got a couple of tapes here that we still have to listen to. What are those tapes?
Stutter and John's various stutters. We wanted to pull out, he has all different kinds.
Yeah, and what is the other one?
The other one is...
you got those Oscar hair questions?
Grammy hair questions.
Yeah, right. Grammy hair questions. There was some lady at the Grammys just asking hair questions, and then when she stopped asking hair questions, some other guy took over.
Yeah, it caught on.
You want to hear that?
Yeah.
All right. This is,
I just don't know what a hair question could be.
Well, we sent Stutter and John to the Grammys, and everyone was mad at us backstage because John was asking allegedly ridiculous questions. And I say the questions that are ridiculous are what the regular reporters ask. I mean, they were meaningless. Jeannie Wolf from Entertainment Tonight was asking all the hair questions.
She's now on Fox.
Yeah, she's on Fox. Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's the great thing about Fox. You go on there, nobody knows you're there. It's a way of being incognito. So she's back there, and everyone who came up, she asked a hair question?
She asked a lot of hair questions, because... And it was weird because they were acting as if there was some hair motif on the show.
Yeah.
And there wasn't.
Well, that's the problem. Everybody has their own little agenda. Like the stations that come down from Philadelphia, they ask Philadelphia questions. By the time you're done, you can use none of the questions.
Because at one point she says to Whoopi Goldberg at the end, Whoopi, you made reference to your hair, and then she asked a hair question. But, Whoopi might have made a joke, a tiny joke in 4 hours.
All right, let's hear this. Is this tape 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ringo, up there you made jokes about the hairstyle, so you might as well tell us how this hairstyle came about.
What, this one?
Yeah.
Well, I was sitting at home on Saturday in L.A. wondering what to do with my time. So I took the clippers out, and this is what happened.
Oh, this is a Ringo Starr.
This is a home cut. It's not a Flowbee.
Now, we had a survey, and they said the only thing they could think of to make Michael Bolton sexier was that he had to have a short haircut. Now,
Did they really say that?
Yeah, now...
Who's that, Ringo?
No, that was... They're all linked together. That's an English reporter now, asking Michael Bolton
asking a hair question.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you got to put a little space between these. Because we don't know what's going on. That still sounds like Ringo.
Yeah, it's still a British accent. So I thought Ringo started asking Michael hair questions.
Yeah, you got to put a little leader between these. That's the way to do it. Because you think one hair question would be all right. So now the English guy starts asking about hair?
Right.
How serious is this long hair, Michael? We need to know.
I don't know. I'm too busy trying to figure out what the critics want me to do. I can't think about what my audience wants from me.
What kind of answer is that?
You know, it's funny because my fan club gets about 500 letters a week, and they all want me to keep my hair long. And they make it very clear. You know, they hear rumors that I don't start, and they say, we heard he was cutting his hair. Please don't let him cut his hair. So
you're kidding. You mean there are actually people who actually write...
people who are involved in his hair.
To the point that they write a letter?
Yeah.
About his hair? I find that hard to believe. I bet you there's not one letter.
I can't believe there's a fan club.
I bet he writes the letters. My fan club receives 500 letters. I know because I write every one of them. And they all write about my hair. They can't decide what to do about my hair. Are you serious? Give me a list of these people. I want them annihilated.
See, the best hair question for him would have been he amazingly has somehow figured out how to make hair grow in the front of his head again.
Yeah, well, that's why
he should share that secret with the world.
That's how he makes his real money. He wraps his head in seaweed. The real answer is he spends so much money on stamps writing his fan letters that he can't afford a wig. So, okay, that's the English guy picking up on Jeannie Wolf's thing. Right. Does Jeannie go back to her? Okay, all right.
You know, when I wake up in the morning, it's not the first...
He's still answering the hair question.
Right, like it's as if, you know, what was it like to win a Grammy? Yeah. A shorter answer.
Yeah. This is a very complicated answer. I need to rewind a little bit.
He has thought a lot about his hair.
Yeah. Well, you can see he's put a lot of effort into it. Because what is that, like a barrette thing that he does in the back?
Occasionally, but usually it was flowing free that night.
Yeah, it's not real good hair.
But he's doing a little weave thing in the front now.
Think so?
Yeah, he's got more hair than he's had in a few years of it.
Oh, really? So you think like he's adding to it gradually?
Right.
Yeah, that's a good move.
Yeah, rather than going all the way.
Right.
You know, when I wake up in the morning, it's not the first thing I think about. But we'll talk about the stuff I think about some other time, right?
All right, who picks out the outfits and the hairdos, and how often do you shave?
Who's that to?
I'm not sure.
Who picks out the outfits and the hairdos?
And how often do you change?
Probably Sam has a lot to do with it.
Kevin, Mark has a little bit to do with it.
Who is that?
The world's most annoying band. This is Color Me Bad.
Oh, Color Me Bad? Those guys? That's really bad music. I mean, that 4-part harmony is pretty, cool, you think. But we were doing it back in the office. I can do 4-part harmony.
Doo-wop is that.
Fred, what was that song we were doing? What were we doing in the office the other day?
Well, why don't you just hit it now? Because they would do it.
Give me a song. I haven't practiced. What is the song?
Oh, they practice all the time.
Yeah. What is the song that we were singing? I'll do it right now. Give me a song, any song.
Freddie, what was the song?
No, I don't know the song.
Here, Duke of Earl. You ready? Fred, me and you.
Okay.
And Gary. Right. And Jackie. All right, I'll go like this. Duke, 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 Duke of Earl, 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 Duke of Earl. All right, and Fred, you're going to be Duke.
You be the tenor, that's what that is.
Right, whatever that is. All right, let me hear what you're going to do. Duke. All right, Duke. And Gary?
Duke, Duke.
Right, you're the mid part, and Jackie?
Duke.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Duke, 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 Duke of Earl. Earl, Earl, Duke of Earl, Duke of Earl, Duke of Earl, all of baby, gonna roll, Duke of Earl, gonna go, Duke of Earl, ah, baby, Duke of Earl.
Where's the record contract? Those guys are making money.
I know. I mean, come on.
Together.
Hey, right? The same crap. Who picks up the hair and the clothes?
Brian. Probably.
You know, in the 60s, if you asked a band that question, they would have vomited on you.
Stephen Knoll told me yesterday, he's a hair designer. He said, I love the way Patty looks now, but I like the big hair.
Well, honey, you better go buy some.
What is that?
That's the guy talking to Patti LaBelle now.
That's a guy?
Yeah.
That's a guy.
Yes.
That's a guy.
That's the guy from. That's a different guy from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Who everything was, you're from Philadelphia. What do you have to say to the people? This is a big night for Philly.
Patty's a girl, right?
Patti LaBelle.
Yeah.
Where is he? Tell him I can't wear it anymore. Hey, girlfriend, you know what? I can't wear the hair anymore because it's just, dated. I did it because the fans really wanted it. And if they ask for it again, of course, I'll give it to them. But it's not really what I love. I mean,
what fans? She has fans?
People are writing people about their hair?
I guess so. It's evidently a hot topic.
Her fans
4 years.
Yeah.
This is not really calm, but I go even calmer than this. I go like girlfriend.
Girlfriend. That's every minute. Girlfriend.
What is girlfriend?
That's her way of being. That's her way of being black.
Going like girlfriend.
Yeah. Girlfriend. That's a whole big thing that all these middle-aged yentas.
Now with everybody using the term.
Yeah, it's like when Oprah wants to be black, she goes, girlfriend, girlfriend. That's when she wants to be black. And when Dionne Warwick and Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle want to be black, they all say girlfriend. Girlfriend. That's their new thing. I observed that stuff. That's all the people who don't, know how to talk that street language. They pick up one word.
I never heard that on the street.
I never heard that anywhere. Fred calls me that.
Actually, we love to see the different looks you're going to come out in. And though you look hot tonight, that's pretty conservative for you.
Ooh, wow, Jeannie Wolf really into it, huh? Sounds like a siren. Well, that's pretty conservative for you. You know what? I'm getting nauseous from this tape. Is it over?
I think there might be one more question.
Who was that question to? I just got to find out.
I'm very conservative. I mean, whenever you see me...
That's Barbra Streisand.
Is that Barbra Streisand?
Gary wouldn't label any of these for me, would he?
Outrageous and whatever else. It's because the fans, they really expect it from me, and I don't like...
That's Patti LaBelle?
Yes.
Oh.
They had follow-up.
I like the calm hair, the calm clothes. I do.
How about some grimy stuff? Whoopi, you were kidding about hairdos tonight. Now that you've seen everybody copy your hairdo, you ready for a ponytail, a long page boy?
No. What is she, nuts? Every question out of her mouth is about hair?
I told you.
Oh, man. Well, Whoopi, you joked about hair. What about hair?
But you got to understand something. These questions are a publicist's dream.
I know.
This is like
they love that.
They're totally non-confrontational.
Yeah.
And it gives they're interested in me.
Uh-huh.
That's why they hate John.
Take Jeannie Wolf, hold her down, and shave her head. God almighty. Does she have anything on her brain? Man, oh man, she got hair on the brain. Isn't there anything more relevant than hair?
Nothing else to say to Whoopi Goldberg.
I feel very vindicated because when I first hit the scene, people called me Raggedy Ann and had all kinds of really nasty things to say about the style in which I wore my hair.
Right.
And then suddenly, lots of people started wearing it.
Yeah, they ripped you off.
They were really attractive, and no one ever...
How about the whole Jamaican Rasta
community
calling you ripping it off? What are you talking about, Whoopi? She started it.
Bloody apologized to me for being so goddamn rude in the newspaper.
Ooh. Boy, she's so angry, Whoopi.
I don't understand how you get this upset about these things.
I don't know about hair. It's unbelievable. Maybe we're barking up the wrong tree here.
We start asking hair questions, we'll be in trouble.
Everybody's so G-damn...
And nobody ever apologized.
You friggin' bastards. Nobody apologized. She's mad. Wait, I got to hear that. This hair thing. We got to start having John ask hair questions.
Yeah. Say about the style in which I wore my hair. And then suddenly, lots of people started wearing it, and they were really attractive, and no one ever bloody apologized to me for being so goddamn rude in the newspaper.
Boy. Ooh, man.
Jeannie was opening up a can of worms. We didn't even know it.
I apologize to Jeannie Wolf. I didn't realize how much you can get out of people just asking about hair.
You said there was no controversy.
Yep. Wow. She's a hell of a reporter. She may be the greatest reporter to ever lived. Hats off to Jeannie Wolf.
Let's try to get her questions beforehand next time so that we'll know what to ask.
Gary, you stand directly behind her. Look over her shoulder. That woman's on the cutting edge. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
94 WYSP. Howard Stern all morning. Classic rock and roll all day.
I got a Mitsubishi television. I want to hook up speakers to it. What do you guys recommend? Then they actually hook up what they think should be hooked up. I mean, they show you right in the store. They take a Mitsubishi television, they hook up some speakers. I think that's pretty good. I like when you go in there and they hook everything up for you and they give you real service. One of the worst parts about buying a TV or any kind of thing in a store, especially when it's big, like an appliance or something to do with stereo or TV, everybody just sort of blows you off. Not at Grand Central Radio. It's like you can't believe they go so far out of their way for you. Grand Central Radio is an authorized dealer for all the products they sell. Grand Central Radio carries only the finest brands in audio and video, such as Sony. Now, this is important. A lot of stores only carry 3 or 4 brands. Listen to this. Sony, Nakamichi, Denon, Yamaha, KEF, Bose, ADS, Macintosh, Panasonic, JVC, Altec, Lansing, Proton, NAD, Bang & Olufsen, Mitsubishi, and Turk AM/FM antennas. And that's only some of the things they sell. Remember the phone number at Grand Central Radio. Same-day delivery for most items, 212-682-3869. They're located at 155 East 45th, just off 3rd Avenue. 212-682-3869. Now listen to this. Here's a series of Stuttering John's stutters. You ready?
Okay.
Tell me what is your favorite. All right, that's one. Here's number 2. They build on you. Here's number 3. Now, here's number 4.
Oh, my God.
Here's number 5. Fred, let's see you imitate that one. Fred's good at that. Here's another one. So another Stuttering John. Do you think that those are not altered in any way, by the way. That's the one you like, Fred.
Because it's like it's like he runs out of breath at the end.
I think there's more.
Could I hear that one again?
Yeah. I don't think you nailed it.
Because like the last one, it kind of goes.
This is the one that you always do.
I
got to hear that one again.
That's a good one.
I love that one, yes.
Do you think that...
I like when he...
There's something extra going on in there.
Yeah, there's something else going here, too. Listen to this one.
Oh, man.
How do you do that? What is that?
Can I hear that one more time?
It's like a staccato, if you will.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
There you go. I think that's it. Maybe I got one more. No, that's it. Sorry, guys. Party's over. 828-92.3 K-Rock, WYSP, WJFK. I got my invitation to Joan Rivers' Oscar night party.
Yes.
Did you get one, too?
Yes.
Adrift on Oscar night? Swifty's invitation still in the mail? Well, relax, because Joan Rivers requests the pleasure of the company of Mr. and Mrs. Howard Stern. Well, she really digs us. Her first annual Oscar night party. Monday, March 30th. Buffet, ballots, and big screens. What does that mean, ballots?
That we'll have Oscar ballots so we can vote on each category.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Gee whiz. Party fun.
Little games, party games.
Buffet, ballots, and big screens. Time, 8 o'clock, dress festive.
Well, Cindy better get that tree ornament back on her head.
I always dress festive. I don't think I'm going to this one. You know, I can't go out on a Monday night. I got to work the next day. You going to go? I hope you go, though.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, you ought to go. You're single. You got to go meet some men.
Please.
Come on, you know what that's all about. Don't act coy with me.
Shipping magnates at Joan Rivers' party.
You know the men that Joan attracts to her parties. You should have seen the sorry cast of losers of that last one. Even I threw Robin out of there. I said, get out of here. You're not going to meet anyone.
Nothing to hang around here for.
Maybe we should broadcast from our party. What do you think?
That would be a good idea.
Do you think anyone will be there that's any good?
Us. Joan's family.
Yeah, Melissa. Want to call Joan and RSVP, but say we're bringing about 9 people and we need to broadcast?
And we have to set up some equipment?
I can RSVP if you want.
Sure, why not? We could do that.
Let's feel her out on this. She's got to be grateful to me.
Well, will she have that recorded message thing set up for this one again?
I don't know. But she's got to be grateful to me for getting her those big ratings the other day.
Absolutely.
Man, I saw the overnights on that.
We should have some pull with her.
You're not kidding. I don't know how they did on, hello?
CMB.
Oh, hi, this is Howard Stern, the radio show, calling live for Joan to RSVP.
Oh, golly. This is your publicist. She's not here.
Oh, hey, who's this? Do I know you?
No, you don't, but I know you.
You sound cute.
Well, I am kind of cute.
Let me ask you something. What do you wear? Okay.
We've had enough of that this morning.
Are you nude? No, I'm just kidding, of course.
Are you coming to the party?
Well, here's my thought on the party. Has anybody good RSVP'd so far?
Well, if you say yes, well, gee, you'll go to the top of the list.
Well, because the last party I went to of Joan's at her house, it was, Cindy Adams and Blaine Trump were there, and it was like, you know what I mean?
What if I promise you neither of them will be coming?
Well, you know what I'm thinking of doing? Me and Robert are just discussing here on the radio. Maybe we'll do the broadcast from there. Like the Oscar night.
How about an Oscar night broadcast at Joan's party?
Yeah, I'll bring some microphones and tape recorders and stuff, sit in the corner and do a show.
Well, it's possible. Let's talk to Joan about it.
Yeah, you talk to Joan about it, but first you got to tell me who's going to be. If no one's going to be there, I can't do a show.
Yeah, we got to have somebody to interview.
Besides Joan, and Joan's only good for like 3 minutes, and then she flits off.
There will be great people. I just don't have the list right
Will
here.
Melissa be there?
Melissa?
Joan's daughter.
Yeah, do you know her?
Oh, sure. I don't know. That's something Joan, I don't know if she
All right, here's what I'm
going
to do. I'm going to call you back same time tomorrow.
Don't. I don't want to be at the office at 8:30 in the morning.
What are you doing there?
Well, I'm just doing some memos. I wanted to get out early.
Memos? You got to memo stuff to Joan?
No, other clients. If you want to call later.
All right, well, I'm going to call you tomorrow around 9-ish.
Okay.
And then what we're going to do... Hey, you don't sound bad at all. You married?
Let's stick to Joan's party.
She sounds like a sophisticated woman, doesn't she, Robin?
Yeah.
Very sophisticated, like a Peggy Panache type.
Uh-huh.
Oh, God, I don't know who that is, but that doesn't sound
That's
good.
That's not a negative.
That's a compliment.
That's a compliment.
Okay. So 9
Hey, you guys charge $2,500 a month? I'm not paying $2,500 a month to any of yous. I don't care what you do. I call that Salters, Roskin, and Friedman. They want $2,500 a month to represent me. I said, $2,500 a month? I'll go buy myself 7 Mercedes at $2,500 a month. That's what I said. That's what I said to them. I really did.
Well,
They represented me for a day. You know what I said? I don't even want to be in the newspaper.
Well, you're doing fine on your own.
Yeah, I'm in the paper every day. I'm in Richard Johnson's column today. Here's what it says. You ready?
Sure.
Maybe it shouldn't matter, but it does. Paul Tsongas will have a tough time ever becoming president because he doesn't look or sound very presidential. Having seen Tsongas talking on TV with Tom Brokaw, I have to agree with radio revolutionary Howard Stern. Tsongas sounds a lot like Elmer Fudd and looks a little like Mr. Rogers. There you go. You see, I'm in the paper right there.
Well, you're very good at describing people.
Yeah. So anyway, here's my point. We're willing to broadcast from there, but there's got to be some bigger names than Cindy Adams and Blaine Trump. And,
Okay, well, let's talk about it tomorrow.
All right, I'll call you back.
Joan, and we'll talk about it.
All right.
Okie doke.
You guys charge $2,500 a month?
More.
Well, you forget about it from me, I'll tell you that. All right.
We can talk about this.
All right,
I won't
thanks.
charge you for this.
Fine, I'll call you tomorrow.
Okie doke.
All right, what's your first name?
Kitty.
Kitty. All right, honey.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Kitty. I like that. Who names their kid Kitty?
I don't know.
Kitty. Oh, Kitty, baby, just come on. Oh, yeah, baby, that's the way I like it. Yeah, Kitty. Scratch me like a cat. You horny little... maybe I could get into that kitty thing.
Yeah?
Oh, kitty. Yeah. It's like naming your kid after a cat, Kitty. I knew a girl named Pussy. Named a Pussycat.
No, you met that girl, too?
Pussy?
I was out with a girl named Pussycat the other day.
Yeah, Pussycat. No, I was just kidding. What are you talking about?
I was out with a bunch of friends, and one of them was dating a girl named... He gave us her real name, but her nickname is Pussycat. So the rest of the night he kept saying, Pussycat, would you do this? And Pussycat, have you done that?
Who is his friend?
And this guy named Jerry.
Jerry, and his girlfriend's name is Pussycat?
Yeah, and finally, at the end of the night, I mean, somebody wanted to say something to the girl. Nobody could remember her name, so we were like, gee, we don't want to call you Pussycat. And she said, well, everybody does.
Really? What's her real name? Vagina?
Yeah, what are they covering?
Pussycat. Well, anyway, we'll see about that. I wouldn't mind doing a broadcast from there.
Yeah, that might be fun.
That could work out. That'd be good. And then if it's a Monday night, we could just sleep late Sunday and then go over and show up for the broadcast, and then it'd be cool. Oh, no, if it's a Monday night, we'd have to sleep.
We'd have to work Monday morning.
Oh. Maybe that's a bad idea.
But we'd still have Tuesday to sleep in.
You know, Gary's brother just moved to Texas. So he doesn't get the TV show down in Texas. I guess they can't show it there for some reason. So his brother said, send me up some tapes. So Gary sent him some tapes, like 4 tapes. And he told his next-door neighbor that Gary's... his brother's on TV. So the brother's thinking, like, the neighbor's thinking, it must be like Magnum P.I. or something,
right,
you know?
Yeah.
Or maybe he's on a soap opera. So say, let us see the show. No explanation or anything. Gives him the tapes. The guy won't even talk to him now.
Are you kidding?
No, the guy won't talk to him. Right? He hasn't talked to his neighbor. Who's on the phone?
I called Joan. She's on the phone.
Oh, Joan Rivers?
Yep.
You called her?
Well, yeah, I know you wanted to talk to her.
Well, I mean, I didn't want you disturbing her. Hey, Joan.
Hi, my angel. What are we talking about?
Did you see those ratings I got you the other day?
Did you see those ratings that I got you when I was on your show?
Well, that's true, but...
This is very lucky.
Yes.
Howard, people are saying to me that you looked very handsome on my show. What have you done?
Well, first of all, you have a real lighting person on your show.
Because you really looked good, Howard.
Yeah, I didn't do anything, though.
You swear to me you haven't put chin implants in or something?
No. I know I'm a goofy-looking guy, but I swear to you...
great on my show. People have been calling me and say, he looks really good-looking.
I know, I did look good, and I'm telling you, the reason for that is, first of all, somebody new is cutting my hair. I finally got somebody good to cut my hair.
Thank God.
Secondly, the lighting on Joan's show is good.
Soft,
it's soft lighting. It doesn't accentuate all my negatives.
So why don't you get my lighting guy to come over and do your show for you?
Because I work for Channel 9, and they have no money for anything professional. That is my problem in life. This is the problem. I'm not doing real television. I told my agent this is a waste of time already.
Howard, for people to call me and say he looked great.
Let me tell you something. People have told me that was one of my best television appearances ever.
Well, that's because we always have a good time together.
You know what my agent said? You give me room to groove. You know when just to come in. See?
Listen, Howard,
I made you look good.
What can I tell you? Anytime you have an open invitation.
And let me tell you something. I thought you looked hot in that little leather outfit which you wore for me.
I wore it just for you, Howard.
Joan is rock and roll when I come on, isn't she?
I borrowed it from Joan Collins. Have you seen her play? She's wonderful, by the way.
Well, would you throw that party for her?
I'm throwing a party for her in 2 weeks.
Yes.
And she deserves it because she's adorable in her play.
Well, let me tell you something.
Private Life. You should go see it.
I could go on all day, you and I kissing each other's ass.
Yeah,
but
I love why'd you call me?
And by the way, when I felt your ass, it felt nice and tight. No cellular.
Thank you very much. I worked very hard.
I thought you looked good, too.
Are you coming to my Oscar party?
Well, let me tell you what I was thinking. I just called your publicist there.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. The thing I was thinking is maybe I should do a broadcast from there.
That would be wonderful.
Now, but you got to have some big names here. It can't be Cindy Adams.
There? You know, I'm going to big names. Who am I going to have? I'm going to have you. I'm going to have Robin. I'm going to have me.
Yeah.
I'm going to have probably Tommy Tune. I'm going to have Joan Collins.
Yeah.
I'm going to have all my friends.
Yeah, that doesn't sound so good.
That doesn't sound so good.
You can interview me, Howard.
Yeah, I'll talk to you all night, Robin.
No, we're going to invite everybody from Broadway.
Oh, Broadway,
all
forget
the Broadway people.
I can't go.
Who's on Broadway now?
Glenn Close. Excuse me. Gene
Glenn Close isn't going to be there.
Mike Nichols. There are a lot of biggies. There's a Joan Collins and Private Lives.
Alec Baldwin going to be there?
Alex always shows up, because of the thing he had with Edgar.
Yeah, right. What thing did he have with Edgar?
You didn't know Alex Baldwin, my late husband?
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, very good. Alec Baldwin knew your husband?
I don't want to say anything because it'll ruin Alec Baldwin's reputation.
What do you mean? What did they have?
What can I tell you?
What? What are you talking about?
I'm just making up stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, here's the point. Is Melissa going to be there?
Yes, probably.
See, she's worth interviewing.
Well, there's one guest.
There's a guest.
There'll be
Melissa.
a lot. If you show, a lot more people will show up.
Okay, so we got Joan as a guest and Melissa's a guest.
Yeah, and Joan's good for 3 minutes because she has to flit around and talk to everyone.
Hostess.
Joan Collins is hardly what you call chopped liver.
Okay, we could do her.
All right, her I talk to.
Tommy Toon.
Oh.
You can show him how you tap dance.
Yeah.
Blaine Trump.
Blaine Trump? I would interview her, I guess.
She's wonderful.
She's a good interview?
Wonderful.
And who
you
else?
never interviewed her, Joan.
Yeah, Joan. How come you don't have her on your show?
Because she's a personal friend, Howard. I don't exploit friendship like you do.
I don't know about these. And what's with you with all these parties?
I'm becoming the Swifty Lazar of the East Coast.
Will Joey be there with Cindy?
Yes, Joey and Cindy. And
Joey's good for an
we
interview.
We can chase them around and have them avoid.
We can ask him when's the last time he had a solid bowel movement.
Cindy is really not
speaking. Everybody that's in New York working, any theatrical person, is coming to this party. You know what I'm saying?
All right, do me a favor. Give me a guest list, and I'll tell you if I'm coming.
Oh, that's fair. Boy, have you changed?
I've grown.
Not really.
Have you
Not really.
2 years ago, you'd have been saying thank you.
Well, you know what I mean.
I'll get you the guest list.
All right, very good, Joan.
Okay, good to talk to both of you.
Good to talk to you, and again, thank me for the ratings.
Howard?
Hey, you pulled a 20 share in the last 15 minutes.
I know. Isn't that wonderful? Because I thought you were going.
Did you check the ratings when you...
I didn't check the ratings, but I know I was picked up for my 4th year, so I know my ratings are great.
Yeah, very good for you.
So good that we both stay on forever. And Robin, my door is an open door for you.
What does that mean?
Because I love Robin.
Well, what would you do for her?
Well, what happens when I walk through the door?
Yeah.
What happens when you walk...
You get another egg sandwich like you got at a party.
Two now, you know.
Is there going to be food at this party, or are we going to have egg sandwiches?
Howard will always have a hot place for you.
You know what Joan's food was like? It was like, here's an egg sandwich, hold the egg.
Yes.
You know, here's a piece of bread.
You know what? If you're not used to wasp food, you have to assimilate.
Say hi to your boyfriend for me.
Sure, which one? Goodbye.
The old crow, whatever that guy is. All right, goodbye. Right. See, that's my little buddy, Joan Rivers.
The old crow.
The old crow.
Terrible.
She's got a boyfriend that barely walks. She was in a walker. Good for her. She's out there living it up. Believe me.
She's having a good time.
You're not kidding. There's someone who really is starting to let loose.
Yeah, I think she got a whole new life happening here.
Did you see Elizabeth Taylor on Oprah yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Does she make you nauseous like she does me?
Why is that, though?
See the hair on her chin?
I didn't notice hair on her chin. Hair on her chin?
Man, it was like a billy goat.
I got to go back and look at the tape.
Who did her makeup? Who did her makeup? Oh, hair? What? Hair? She looked like Willie Nelson. Oh, man. You know, because she's this glamorous woman. And, you know, when you get old, it's hard to be glamorous. She had the hairs, the menopausal hairs, all over the chin. They were just hanging off like a billy goat.
I got to take another look.
Ooh.
What kind of TV screen do you have?
Oh, man. High resolution. She was close to ape. And then she goes, well, I had a great birthday party, Oprah. We closed down Disneyland and just had 1,000 of my friends. Hey, how out of it can you be? It was obscene what I was seeing. It was obscene. It was an obscenity.
I had Michael Jackson and my son Michael give me away at my wedding.
Oh, man. I want to throw up from everybody. Let me take a break. We'll start the news. Richard Lewis will be in. And, let's just take a break so we don't get interrupted in the news. Vermont Teddy Bear has a cuddly brown bear with green eyes, black bowler hat, green bow tie, and gold chocolate coins from over the rainbow. Isn't that a nice gift for St. Patrick's Day? Or what about a birthday? Or just to say, send someone a gift. You send them a nice bear. And it's convenient. You don't have to go shopping. You just call Vermont Teddy Bear at 1-800-829-BEAR and talk to a bear counselor. It's all taken care of in one phone call. Send someone a bit of luck this St. Patty's Day. Send Patrick O'Byrne, the lovable beargram from Vermont Teddy Bear. Call 1-800-829-BEAR. 1-800-829-BEAR. Thank you. Patrick O'Byrne. Robin, didn't you date him, Patrick O'Byrne?
No, I did not.
Oh, that's right. That was Penn O'Gillette. I saw this big, fat woman walking around with ashes on her head yesterday.
Oh, dear. Did you?
And I forgot it was Ash Wednesday, and I just said, God, look at that fat slob, can't even bathe, I mean, because it really was a mess.
It looked like a smudge of dirt you
they had made a mess on her head. So look at her. Gee whiz. It's better than being fat. At least be clean. Then I realized, I said, oh, yeah, it's Ash Wednesday. We forgot to put ashes on everybody.
That's exactly what happened to me. I didn't see a big fat woman.
Yeah. Oh, you missed her, huh?
Yeah. I saw a couple of people at a, very nice place with dirt on their faces.
This woman was so proud of her ashes, though. You could tell. I mean, she was just so proud.
Well, that's why I couldn't understand. These people were walking around Avery Fisher Hall with little black smudges on their faces.
It's a weird phenomenon.
And I thought, isn't that odd?
It's one of the weirdest religious rituals, I think.
Yeah.
That next to the Jews wrapping that box of leather around their arm.
Yeah, but you don't see it. I don't ever see that on the street.
I've seen it.
Have you?
Yeah.
I mean, they wear that outside?
Yeah, sure.
I didn't know that.
Tefillin. Man, it's wild. Oh, here's a fax. Howard, are you a giant or is Joan Rivers a midget? Your hand covered her entire ass.
That's true.
Yeah. It is
what's
true.
The answer to that question?
Well, I guess it's a little of both. When you put a giant next to a midget, it looks funny. I palmed her whole ass with one hand. I mean, that's wild, isn't it? That did look bizarre when I was standing next to her. I mean, it looked like, that picture they have of the tall guy in the Guinness Book of Records next to the shortest?
Right.
That's what it looked like to me. I look awkward standing up. That's one of the things I figured out on TV. Have me sitting down or behind something all the time. You know what I mean? Like Bill Cullen used to hide his polio by...
Right, he always sat on that little stool behind a...
Podium. It's like me, like I got polio or something. Didn't he have polio, Bill Cullen, or something?
I think that was it.
Yeah. Boy, you see my hand next to her ass?
It was the whole thing.
Boy, one of my fingers, and she'd forget Edgar was ever alive. Oh. She would never even... She'd go, what was my husband's name again? Jesus, you're great. Look how long my fingers are, Robin. Did you see that?
Yes, they are kind of long.
Yeah. Ever think about them?
No.
All right, come on, let's do some news, Robin.
Sorry, no.
You going to start with Dana Carvey?
Well, if you want to, we can do that.
I like that.
Wayne's World is the #1 movie at the box office 3 weeks in a row. So now everybody's wondering, what have these two, Mike Myers and Dana Carvey, got? They got to be interviewed.
Yeah.
So now we can find out exactly how they came up with these characters of Wayne and Garth. First, let's hear Mike Myers. We got number 15 first.
All right.
Here's where the character of Wayne came from.
Please, I know where it came from. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I used to do the character when I was about 12 because that's how I used to talk.
Okay,
so I used to do Wayne at kitchens and parties to make girls laugh.
Now, where did Garth come from? Number 16.
It was just Mike wanted a sidekick to play off of. And so I got the blonde wig and the glasses. And I had been doing this character, Brad, based on my brother Brad, who's sort of a nerd type character. And I incorporated that into Garth. And that's why he holds his mouth that way.
It's like rocket science.
And talks that way. Yeah, that could be good. And so that's kind of how it came about. And then in the film you learn more about Garth, that he's technically brilliant. And he's a world-class whistler, and he loves red rope licorice, and he's in love with a woman, Donna Dixon, at the diner, and things like that, the donut shop. So he's still evolving, really. There's still stuff about him that I'd like to bring out.
That's good that he's still evolving. That means there's probably a lot of exciting things to look forward to.
That means sequel is what.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? That was really a burnt-out bit on Saturday Night Live. It ceased to be funny, and you know what? I just got a feeling they came out at just the right time, and there's nothing else out. There's no kind of comedy. I mean, I can't explain it, but there's got to be a weird reason for that being a hit.
Well, you don't have to explain it because Mike Myers will explain it for you.
I think the ads are a bit off-putting in a weird way. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll hurl. Although it makes me laugh, I think people will assume that it's going to be all visceral and almost like a German beer hall review. But it's actually quite sophisticated.
Is that the reason?
That's one reason. The ads may be a little off-putting and getting, people to come in because they think it's a gross movie.
Right.
And the other reason, here's Dana Carvey.
The world is simple and pure. Someone's either a dweeb or he's cool or a bud. And all that happy simplicity, I think, is charming and reassuring in a way in a world that's so complex and so multifaceted.
He's very deep.
You've never watched Donahue.
He's very deep, Dana Carvey. Aren't those guys
You know,
deep?
it's not even his bit, but he's thought it out much more than Mike Myers.
Yeah, well, you know, he's put a lot of effort into that character, sort of developing the guy with the wig and the glasses. I don't know. I find those two very annoying. And it's very. And on one hand, I'm happy that their movie's doing well because that says to me, well, we can definitely do a movie, and I know it's going to be big. And I've been talking to a lot of Hollywood types about either being in somebody else's movie or actually getting the money together to do our own movie. And I've heard from some very interesting people, some big studios.
Yeah.
So I know it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen.
So this is probably just making everything a little bit easier for you.
Yeah, but on the other hand, I just can't stand those guys. So I don't know. I think the guy who plays...
feel good about it.
Mike Myers seems to be pretty talented, but...
No, we never interviewed him.
No, we interviewed the guy who's the guy...
copy guy.
The Xerox machine guy.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. Fred Norris making copies. That guy. We interviewed him. He's sort of a one-trick pony, but that's pretty funny.
But he also writes stuff on the show.
Yeah.
According to him.
So he says.
Yeah. Big news in the political front. It looks like one of the Democratic candidates is ready to bow out. Bob Kerrey has called a press conference for today. And what people expect him to say is that he's getting out of the race for president. He pretty much thinks he's handled the whole thing wrong from the very beginning, that he's done an awful job of selling himself to the American people. He's been indecisive about where his campaign should go. He didn't know how hard to stress his Vietnam past and how heavy to bash Japan. And as a result, he's getting absolutely no action from the public. So I think today's the day that he's going to bow out of the campaign.
Right.
Even before Super Tuesday arrives. He didn't win anything the other day when just about everybody who was running won something.
Right. Even Jerry Brown.
Yeah. So he's decided enough already. I don't have to take this kind of drubbing anymore.
Right.
Meanwhile, President Bush is now campaigning very hard because he's tired of the embarrassment of having Pat Buchanan show well in these primaries. So yesterday he was down in Tampa, Florida at a fundraiser, and he was bringing up his best moment.
We drew a line in the sand in the Persian Gulf and kept our word, and I'll draw another line in the sand right now. If the Democrats send me a monstrosity, like the bill that passed through the House, I will send it right back, vetoing it the day that I get it. We are not going to let that happen to the taxpayer in this country.
Boy, he's tough. He scares me when he gets angry.
You're hearkening back to those days of Desert Storm.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy, is he trying hard. It's so funny when a guy's trying obviously hard.
Yeah, you can tell he's straining.
He's straining to be like a tough guy.
And he also knows who he's talking to. He's down in the Miami Beach area later in the day, and he, of course, was talking to a crowd full
of
anti-Castro people, and here's what he had to say.
I'm looking forward to being the first president of the United States to set foot on the free soil of post-Castro Cuba.
You should wear an eye patch. That'll make him look tough. I always thought that was a pretty scary
Make him
look.
look like a pirate.
Yeah. Pirate Bush. We got to take a break.
Well, it just goes to show you that a guy will say anything to get elected.
Yep.
How's he going to get Castro out of Cuba?
He'll work on it. Read his lips. Big fake. She's sweating bullets, this guy. He's terrible president. He's lucky the Democrats have nobody.
He's hoping to outlive Castro at this point.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, what if Castro dies? Then I get set free on Castro-free soil. All right, we'll be back with more news right after this. Richard Lewis is going to stop by, too.
94 WYSP. Howard Stern all morning. Classic rock and roll all day.
That's the amazing thing.
Well, when he did that, apparently it sounded like he was saying to the president that he should get out of the race, which, of course, the Bush administration replied, to which they replied, he must be losing his mind. He must be getting a little flighty from all that traveling he's doing. But anyway, he still continues to nip away at the president.
Mr. Bush is not a conservative, but every 4 years he does a passing good imitation one.
This man is very frightening because the whole gist of his campaign is that the president should be paying attention to the National Endowment of the Arts and prevent them from funding what he considers bad taste art or pornography.
This is what he's worried about. You see, because he's a columnist.
Yeah.
Columnists are good. That's a good issue for him. That's a meaningless issue. No one in America really cares whether or not the National Endowment of the Arts. I mean, I kind of, like, if you ask my opinion, I don't think we should be supporting any artist. That's my feeling. I say it's art when people pay for it. You know what I mean? I really don't want to pay for some filmmaker to go around making gay porno movies. I really don't. But is that a real important issue to me? Do I think it merits a 30-second commercial and all that advertising time?
And that's a reason to vote a guy out of office?
Yeah, I mean, that ain't it. That ain't the reason. You know, I'm saying this guy, that, you know, our whole house is falling down. You don't sit there and work on the garden and the roses. What you do is you get in and you build a new foundation on the house. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear these. You see, these are all balloon issues. They send up the balloon. They see how the people react. These are all just jokey kind of issues.
Sure. They're very emotional. You get people rallied. You're not telling them you're going to do anything for them, except you're making them feel better. Like we're going to get a moral strain back in the country somehow, and then everything will be fine.
The world's going to be more decent as a result. You know, hey, come on. I'm frightened of stuff like that. I want to hear a guy tell me how he's going to fix the country.
So that's what he's mostly up to, this Pat Buchanan. Right. He's also, I think, and I've heard a lot of people speculating on this, he's not really running against George Bush right now.
Okay, here's the thing. First of all...
Howard, you're breaking my heart here, man.
All right, well, here's the deal. I don't see... You see, so this is not a fan...
You're a very influential guy. For you to make a comment like that, that's going to hurt the cause here.
So you're not a fan, I take it.
A fan of what?
This is not a fan call.
Oh, I am a fan, definitely. I'm listening to your show. I listen to your show every morning.
Well, here's the deal, okay? It's kind of hard when... You see, don't forget, you're making a lot of money now, right?
I was the other day, not so much anymore.
No, I'm saying, come on, you've done very well. I was a big fan of yours on Knots Landing, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I used to watch you all the time. And I always say to myself, why did he leave Knots Landing? That's a good show. Why don't you stick with that job? See, I thought you
would have been a bad move.
I know, I thought you were out of your mind leaving that show.
I got tired of living in L.A., Howard.
You're not kidding, but I just couldn't believe it. And then all of a sudden you made it in movies. That's very, very rare. But anyway, here, let me explain my position. It's very hard when you get a regular paycheck and you see money coming out, you know, with taxes. And I'm someone who thinks we should be minimally taxed. I'm with Jerry Brown. 13% across the board. Whatever, you know, if a road needs to be built, fine. Everything else the government should get out of.
Got it.
And to me, hey, if a guy wants to make a movie, I say there's plenty of people who can finance that movie. And if there isn't, then you know what? He's probably a crummy filmmaker anyway.
Well, there's two things at stake here. One is that kind of work you're talking about is very rare.
Right.
Of 85,000 grants that have been funded by the NEA since 1968, only 30 of them were controversial. The rest of them were from museum work, dance companies, theater companies, symphonies and parks and orchestras across the country.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, to me...
The money was used to disseminate culture around the United States. There used to be 40 dance companies in this country, all below 14th Street in Manhattan. Now there are 300 nationwide, thanks to the NEA.
You sound like you're reading this from a book.
No, I do a lot of work on behalf of the NEA.
But let me tell you something. To me, a ballet company should go out, and if people want to see that stuff, they'll pay a couple of bucks to see a ballet company.
So you should let the art die.
Right. I mean, if people don't want to see ballet, what are we going to do? Keep paying for it so that they can go see it? No, I don't get that. I don't really get that. I'm being serious.
The most important issue you're talking about, okay, that's one issue that you don't think that the government should be funding art, period.
Like the government funds radio stations.
Then you talk about funding controversial art. Hey, wait a second. Listen to your show.
No, but you see, I am...
What if all of a sudden the FCC decided they didn't like anything that you said?
But that's different.
You were off the air.
Wait a second. That's an issue of censorship.
That's exactly what this is an issue of.
No, but this is not censorship. I'm saying anybody should be allowed to do whatever they want, but go get your own funding for it.
Yeah, well, then you go get your own radio station for it.
Yeah, but wait a second. You're not thinking clearly. Alec, you're not thinking clearly. You're bringing up...
mixing apples and oranges.
I get it. I'm not thinking like you, so I'm not thinking clearly.
No, let me explain something to you, okay? Now follow this. You're saying, now let's say the government does have radio stations, you know that. They have publicly funded radio stations. Right. I'm against those. I don't think there should be, I say a radio station should be, you put stuff on the air, people like it, they listen, you get ratings, advertisers by advertising, and that's how you make money. Or you can go to the public directly and ask for funding. Say, hey, do you want to make a charitable contribution?
There are certain art forms. Let me just explain one thing to you. There are certain art forms in this country, like dance, for example, and symphonies and things like that, where the basic structure of those art forms and the participants of those art forms could never be supported in probably 95% of the cities around the country.
Right.
In other words, every time a man sits on stage and plays with the New York Philharmonic, you're watching a guy who has to leave that job and go teach music lessons 8 months out of the year to pay his... He doesn't make enough money for that.
So be it.
And there's no community that he can work in Dubuque, Iowa, where he can teach enough music lessons to pay his bills to be in the Dubukes. You know what I'm saying?
But you understand that nobody wants to see that anyway? That's why Dubuque won't support it? I'm saying, like, hey...
I think that they want to see it, and they just don't have the money, and that the government's helping them. I mean, what are we going to do, turn the whole country over to TV?
And rap music?
Culturally?
Yeah, why not? I mean, if that's what people want, I mean, you're too uptight about it. You see, everyone's trying to figure out what people want. People will pay for what they want. You know, and you know, maybe
I was at the symphony last night, and I was glad it was there.
Yeah, but I
Howard.
wasn't. Why do I have to pay for it?
That I'm glad.
I wasn't at the symphony. Why do I have to pay for it? You should pay for it. You want to go? Go. That's what I'm saying. Nobody understands my point. Now, Alex says...
People have incredible educations. They're incredible artists.
Oh, come on. You stop sucking up to Alec. You think you're going to get in bed with him?
They don't.
This guy's got Kim Basinger.
Records as Marky Mark,
Oh, come on, come on. You never talk like this. Boy, does she like you.
Listen, Howard, I love you. I love your show. You're fantastic.
Do I hear Kim breathing in the background?
Yeah, hold on. Get down, please.
Yeah.
Get down.
Are you having the time of your... Hey, I gave your brother a bachelor party.
You what?
I gave your brother a bachelor party.
Which brother? My brother Steven?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Where?
Right on the air, man. I had him with his pants were down around his ankles. He's running around in his undershorts like a maniac in his cowboy boots.
Don't encourage him, Howard. You're bad. You're the Fagin of this crowd out here. It's
I know. Hey, so what are you up to? You're up to that play, huh?
Yeah.
How's that going?
Fine. Excellent.
Who are you in that with? Kathleen Turner?
No.
Who are you in that with?
Jessica Lange.
Jessica Lange? How's she?
Excellent.
Do you kiss her on stage?
No. Everything but.
No kidding.
No, I don't. Nothing like that.
What play are you doing?
This is Williams, so the sexuality is very toned.
What play is that you're doing?
Streetcar Named Desire.
Oh,
sure you do. What do you play? The Marlon Brando part?
That's right.
So what do you walk around in your boxer
Don't say the M
shorts?
word.
Do you walk around in your boxer shorts?
Sometimes.
Do you ever get a boner on stage? Like if you're there and you get excited by Jessica Lange.
I should have known if I called you to talk about the NEA. We were going to get into my boner reality.
So who do you think won the argument on the NEA? Me or you?
You did, Howard. It's your show, babe.
I did though. I really did win the argument.
That's why I love you, Howard. I knew when I called, I go, you know you're going to lose, but call him anyway because you like Howard. Goodbye, Howard.
All right.
I love you.
All right, take it easy, Alec. Alec Baldwin just checking in.
The point is, though, Howard, that the part of the role of government is maintaining the culture.
Look at you.
Oh, you.
Look at that
I've
glow.
always felt this way.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
I'm looking at you with that glow because Alec Baldwin called you.
Look at you. Look at you.
You are terrible.
Oh, Alec. I was at the ballet the other night.
I was not at the ballet. I was at the symphony.
Symphony. Yeah. Alec, if you're still listening, Robin will see you at Tribeca tonight. We'll be over there.
Don't be ridiculous. I saw him the other night at Caroline's. Look at me.
I saw him in Hunt for Red October.
Oh.
I wanted to ask him what he felt about Harrison Ford taking that part, but he was just into rapping about the NEA.
Harrison Ford taking what part?
Didn't he take over the Hunt for Red October too?
I guess. I don't know. I wasn't interested.
Isn't
in
that right, Fred?
Project.
Yes. Yeah, I got that right. Alec went for more money, and they blew him off.
That's a mistake.
You know what the best role Alec Baldwin ever had? If you want to rent a great movie, and I just happened to rent it. I didn't know he was even in it.
I know what you're going to say.
Say it.
Miami Blues.
Wow, what a movie. This guy, Alec Baldwin, plays a guy of real criminal mentality.
Psychopath.
A psycho. It's the coolest movie. It's really some movie. The guy's good. He's a very good actor. And, of course...
but you wouldn't fund him.
No. No, I say,
going to see his movie.
I'm not going to fund Alec Baldwin. If Alec Baldwin wants to go do ballet, let him go do it and let people pay for it. I mean, what is this? I got to pay for everything? What is it, Gary?
Richard Lewis is here.
All right. Well, you know what? Why don't we take a break? We can finish the news with Richard Lewis and talk to him some more, okay? Right after these words. Prep Tax, 1-900-PREP TAX, PREPTAX. Just have these two things handy when you call. Yeah, I'm talking about doing your taxes over the phone. I know that sounds kind of nutty at first, you think about it, but if you've got the short form or an uncomplicated long form, you can do it right over the phone. H&R Block, they compete directly with H&R Block, 1-900-PREP TAX.
And that's good.
Yep.
Competition is good.
They'll beat H&R Block's price every time. No need to leave your home. On weekends, you can do your taxes. You can do it weeknights. You can do whatever you want. 1-900-PREP-TAX prepares a computer-generated return. You know right over the phone whether you owe money or not, whether you're going to get a refund. A certified public accountant reviews every return. All you got to do is have your W-2, your last year's tax return, and interest and dividend statements. That's all you need. And the cost is $3 a minute. And they're saying the average short form is approximately 5 minutes, so that's $15. Long form, approximately 10 minutes, $30. There it is. This is all done on computer. H&R Block is done manually. What do you think of that? And they charge more money. So there it is, 1-900-PREP-TAX.
Use them.
Want to bring in Richard, do some news with him?
Yes, he's ready to come in.
Yeah, I know. He gets a little nutty if we keep him waiting in the hall. But, hey, we had Alec Baldwin on. He's a much bigger star.
Well, Richard gave me a big hug. Alec didn't.
Oh. I could have done a 9-hour interview with Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, we should come in here.
Yeah. Hey, Richard. How you doing, man? Alec Baldwin was just on the phone. What are you doing?
He's on the phone?
Hey, man.
Howard.
Hey.
You have a lot of... I can't tell you. There's a whole resurrection going on outside. I'll tell you later.
What are you wearing?
I buy coats.
No, you wear a perfume. Woo!
No,
boy, have you changed.
Perfume. No, it's cough medicine with codeine.
No, come on.
No, it comes with a little spray.
Oh, my God. Is he perfumed, Robin? Did you smell him?
I hugged him. I'm wearing that scent now.
Put your headphones on.
Why?
Because we're on the air. Who's that? Who's this? You come with a guy now?
CIA. Don't ask any more questions. It's CIA, and his name is Mr. X. And
Richard Lewis comes with a guy now.
Yeah, he's got a bodyguard, I think.
What are you wearing, man? A tank top?
No. A suit.
Sexy. A suit with a tank top?
No,
You're your sex symbol. You're a sex symbol now.
So
he's working out now.
Did Dice have liposuction?
No.
I understand. Oh, I meant to tell you.
What?
Somebody came up to me from Page 6 the other day.
Yeah.
And they said, let Dice tell you he didn't have liposuction.
No, is it lipo? I'm sorry.
I know it's lipo, probably.
Yeah, all he wants.
I think it is
all he
lipo.
wants.
Yeah.
He's going to be running around, with this, big thing around his waist, and he's going to say he hurt himself exercising, doing too many crunches or something.
All right.
But he really did go into the hospital for liposuction.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how to let him come in here tomorrow and show me whether or not he had liposuction.
Rip off his shirt.
And let's see it.
Yeah, let's see.
And what happens? Because I've been in LA. I'm going to move back to New York, I think.
Are you?
If the movie goes well and I write, I can write from New York.
Sure you can.
I don't need to be in L.A.
No.
I mean, I like L.A., and yet but I'm a New Yorker.
What about that girl? I saw the picture of the girlfriend.
Gorgeous, huh?
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you won't introduce me to her. This is like you know who she looks like? Cindy Crawford.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Do you ever ask yourself, when you're out with a woman like that, do you say to yourself,
but forget gorgeous. I'm not, I'm more.
Right, you're into personality.
You're into
I'm
brain.
Personality.
Yeah.
I've been listening to you all week in New York.
You're going bald.
Huh?
You're going bald.
I know.
Are you losing your hair?
Am I really?
Oh,
look at that.
Dear. What are you trying to do to him?
Look at that. You got a big bald spot in the front. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I know you don't.
Do you have plans to impregnate this woman? Because I'll tell you, boy, you don't want to lose this.
A week from Thursday, maybe.
Probably. I wonder how annoying a woman like this is, a model.
Could she be anything like the woman we talked to this morning?
Look at him, man.
I told you he's been pumping.
No.
Look at your arms. You're like Joe Piscopo.
Look at those arms. Look at those arms.
He's Ram Jew. Look at that.
Here's an example of a fake laugh.
Richard Lewis
anyway,
just took off his
shirt. I'm going to Services a week from Thursday.
He's wearing a tank top like Joe Piscopo, and he's got the arms of Joe Piscopo.
Yeah,
like I didn't do it to get your
without
laugh.
a shirt.
Like I didn't do it purposely for you.
Man, well, you look great. What can I say?
Huh?
I'm even attracted.
Are you really?
Wow, look at the size of you.
Are
you taking steroids?
Huh? It's steroids, by the way.
Are you taking steroids?
If you say steroids.
Are you taking steroids?
What if you get a pizza? I'll have a poot soon.
What are you taking, man?
Huh?
What are you taking?
I'm just.
Wow, Robin, look at that.
I'm shocked.
What do you think, Robin, huh?
You look good.
I feel like I'm poolside at the Raleigh.
You know why? Because I'm going to be 50, and I'm in the 40s.
Right.
I decided if you live your life twice,
right,
we're dead.
Boy, when you're
so now I do everything. Now I do it now. I knit. I lift weights.
Yeah.
I make love with reckless abandon.
Who is this girl that you're with? Oh, this is an incredible
She's a writer,
woman.
Miss X.
She's a writer.
Oh, she's gorgeous. She's a writer.
Call Dr. Ben Kyleman on Camden.
He just banged his hand into the wall.
Yeah.
She just learned to do her name.
I cannot believe on your incredible, the cassette.
Yeah.
How can you not put unless I didn't hear it.
Right.
I heard 95% of it. Remember that thing at the Grammys 2 years ago with Black Wool? What's his name?
Blackwell.
Mr. Blackwell?
Black Wim.
Yeah.
That guy I had a fight with?
Well, there's going to be other albums. I mean, you know.
That was a great moment.
That's one of my more recent moments. I went back into history.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, there's a chronology here.
All right.
You understand that.
I was upset about it a little
Richard Lewis has a new movie. He has quite an itinerary.
Oh, it's Friday, I think.
He doesn't do comic stand-up dates anymore because he's now an actor.
No, he's too tired. I'm tired.
Busy.
I'm tired. I do the talk show, so I like to talk.
Right.
Because you do one show and there's 10 million people.
This Friday, can you believe Wayne's World is the #1 movie at the box office?
I didn't see it.
Man.
I didn't see it. I'm not going to say anything. I didn't see it yet.
I
would say, because I'm a new man now. You know, and when I went to Caroline,
you never dressed like this.
You know,
he's wearing a muscle shirt.
I know.
No, I'm not. I'm wearing a suit. It's a T-shirt. I forgot to put on the white Hanes T-shirt.
Hey, you look good though.
By the way, Caroline's. I missed you. I missed Robin.
Right. We weren't there. That's why you missed us.
Stuttering John was there.
Right.
I said, John,
nice job.
I don't feel well. I have to do 50 shows for the A-List for a Comedy Channel next week. I'm not well.
Right.
I said, and I'm not against, and I'm an angry man now. And I will. Pat Cooper, by the way, was unbelievable.
Wait, you're all over the place. Do me a favor. Eat your breakfast. You're all over the place.
No, you know.
Conan the comedian is having trouble concentrating. Hey. You know, that's a bad sign. You're spending too much time in the gym and not concentrating on your comedy.
First of all,
that's a bad sign.
If I do comedy, I'll start again. I'll do Pips again. I'll do the improv and do Caroline's. But right now, I just want to relax and.
This is a bad sign.
What?
You're spending a lot of time in the gym.
No, I went
once. This is a bad sign, Robin.
I don't like it. Pretty soon, he's going to have a band.
Think funny. Yeah, you're going to have a band and drums on the stage? I mean, what are you going to do? What are you up to?
Funny.
What are you up
to? That was funny, Howie. Can I call you? Did I call you Howie in camp?
No.
You probably went to like a sleaze camp.
Someone told me now you're writing for Joe Piscopo now.
Well, they actually kill people.
Are you writing for Joe Piscopo? Is that true, or is that a rumor? Okay.
Listen,
all right.
I forgot my other T-shirt.
Who is this guy with you?
He's Mr. X, and he's my CIA man. Please.
Who are you with? Are you his agent?
Let's talk about politics and take
What
calls.
are you? Who are you?
He's Mr. X. He will not talk.
Richard, be real.
I'm telling
Who are you?
He's my oldest friend, and he works for the CIA, and that's it. And he's not allowed to talk about it.
He certainly is your oldest. He is your oldest friend. He's got to be about 70 years old, this guy. How old are you?
That's not true.
How old are you?
Howard, don't make him talk. Just deal with me.
Who is that guy?
My oldest friend. He works for the government.
I can see this is going to be good.
He said, no.
Richard won't admit anything.
Oh, yeah. Like, blame me for a CIA guy not talking.
Is that the guy who spots you at the gym? Is he the guy who holds the weights up while you bench press?
Howard, let me tell you something. Just because you lose weight. I forgot to wear the Hanes T-shirt. It's early for me.
Is he turning you on, Robin, in a way?
I've always been in love with Richard.
Well, we never made love yet.
And we're not going to, but anyway.
Are you jealous of Jerry Seinfeld? Is that why you pumped up?
No, I had 4
Was that a funny question?
That's why I called you the other day. I did 4 years on television. That's a lot.
How do you figure 4 years?
I don't understand that.
The first year was like 6 shows. Wait a second. Wait, how do you stretch this to 4 years?
You stay up all night like Abe Lincoln. Abe Lincoln with a candle.
You did 4.
How can I bury this bastard?
You did 4 dog years, not
read the reviews, Howard.
All right, take it easy.
No, he's
putting you down.
commenting.
I'm not going to take any crap from you today. Really.
He's not commenting on the quality.
Paul Reiser can bench press 400 pounds.
That's what so John... Paul and I have no
He
hard
ripped
feelings.
you off. There's no problem with that. I go with you on that.
I have no hard feelings. Look, life's short, man. That's it.
Oh, you're turning over a new leaf.
I want to have a kid.
Right.
I want to make love with Robin eventually, and that's it.
You will. Let me ask you something. The girlfriend that you were with.
The new one.
Is this a very serious relationship?
No, nothing serious yet unless I have a child.
Do you ever say to yourself, there's no way I would get her if I wasn't famous?
You always ask this question.
But isn't there a pressure involved with that?
I'm curious you ask this question a lot.
Isn't there a pressure with that?
Huh?
Because you know what, Richard, seriously,
I have a problem
let me say something about you. If he wasn't a famous comic, let's say it didn't work out, David Brenner didn't lend him the $1,000.
And he was Richard Lewis, the accountant?
Let's say he was an accountant or something. He'd be like all the wives would go, oh, she has a really cute husband.
Yes.
He's
very handsome.
He'd be cute for a guy living in Jersey.
I got a nice guy for you.
But there's no way he'd be with models.
Show him that picture. Look at that picture.
She just wrote a poem today in bed. Know what it's called?
What?
The Bird Hello. It's fabulous. It's about a bird flying.
Now,
Jackie, I'm not kidding.
Did Paul Reiser nail her first?
The bird hello. The bird's on the sill. It's writes like soul.
If he wasn't a comedian, he'd be lucky to pork anything. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You know what I mean. He's a good-looking guy. Don't get me wrong. He's a nice-looking man. But it's not like he'd be...
Just because you're tall, Howard, really.
Come on.
You know, I thought you were going to make love with that woman last week or 2 weeks ago. I was listening to, the woman, the transsexual who you love?
I would have given her a rub down.
She was here today. I'm not scared. Remember I used to come here like in the middle 80s?
Yeah.
And you always would have like someone like an hour from the chair.
Right.
We have a guy who's going to get burned in an hour.
We would bring people in to see Richard Lewis.
But now I want them.
Yeah, you're into it. You're a new guy.
Well, when I come back.
All right, listen, we'll talk about the movie. We'll find out.
News. I want Robin to finish it. She's been doing great news lately.
By the way,
thank you.
One full hour with Joan Rivers airing this Friday. Richard Lewis and Joan Rivers.
Yeah.
I just came off an hour with Joan Rivers.
It. I have it taped. My friend taped it.
You should watch it.
I will watch it.
It is brilliant, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
I heard it was very funny.
Of course.
Larry King, I know. Why do you mock him so? I'm on tonight.
You're on Larry King tonight?
Yeah.
All right, everybody call in with your Howard Stern question.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
You got to say something about Chevy Chase.
I love you
tonight,
too.
Richard.
Huh?
Yeah, say something.
What happened with the Chevy Chase?
Want to hear it?
Yeah.
Should we play for him?
Yeah.
He put you down though, didn't he?
Not only did he put me down, he's obsessed with me.
Why? Did you put down his movie or something?
No.
I didn't see that.
He's never on my mind.
I would comment on those movies if I saw him. I swear to God. I just didn't see. I haven't seen.
He's real bad. He's really unfunny. He's unfunny.
You think so?
Well, I mean, I think he was funny.
He's a great physical comic.
Yeah, it's great when he falls down.
How long ago was it that he stopped doing that?
Yeah, right.
Hey, a lot of his movies gross a lot of money. You got to.
Oh, you Mr. Hollywood now? You can't say anything bad about anybody?
I'm telling you, a lot of his movies with Goldie Hawn, they did very well.
Yeah, how's his last three movies? What about his last three movies?
I don't know. What were they?
Think about it.
Hello?
Yeah, no one knows.
Well, I don't know. I read. I'm a reader. You don't.
He falls down well, is what you're saying.
You don't have a chance.
His career tumbled and he fell down well. All right, so here it is.
What was the last novel you read? Because you're going to die, Howard, on your deathbed.
Yeah.
And people are going to say, Brothers Karamazov, all these books, Red Badge of Courage, you're going to go, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot.
I read Red Badge of Courage.
Who wrote it?
Who wrote it?
Yeah, who wrote it?
I'm not into who wrote it.
This is like
John Steinbeck.
It's like, oh my God.
Stephen Foster.
What would be? Here's what would be if you were on Jeopardy.
Yeah.
You would lose.
I bet you I could beat you at Jeopardy.
Yeah. Here's the characters: smelling someone for 100. You could. There's
what it is?
Categories you couldn't even answer.
It's so hard to talk to you with the triceps. I mean, I have to just bulging. It's the funniest thing, and the big hair clumping out of the arms.
No, what it's called?
What?
Underarm hair. You're an idiot.
How about cutting it a little bit?
Can we be friendly a little bit?
Yeah.
I don't want to fight the
We're friends. We're buddies.
Because you told me to come late today, which really PO'd me.
No, I told you to come at 9 o'clock.
You said, I don't want Richard interrupting me. That's what I heard.
No, I don't want you interrupting the news. Rob and I have special news.
I'm pretty good in the news.
I know, you're good.
I'm not as good as Belzer, but I'm...
You're good.
Gilbert, punctured my eardrum yesterday. I had to go to the hospital.
Right.
But I saw him at Caroline's. What was wrong with him? Because I was...
Did I tell you that whole weird story? I got a lot to tell you about.
Come on.
All right, we'll talk about it. But let's do the news, Robin, after we come back from these words. We'll finish up with that, and then Richard Lewis and I will discuss his movie and some of the other big events in his life.
Well, some things haven't changed. He's up and walking around the studio.
Giving me a rub down. Ooh, with his muscular hands. All right, we'll be back right after these words.
94 WYSP. Howard Stern all morning. Classic rock and roll all day.
I mean, tell me.
Richard
Lewis. Got me here late. I wouldn't have interrupted Robin. I want him, go to bed.
Richard is his real self off the air, and it's fun. Then he goes into this shtick when he's on the air.
Come on.
You start telling me the real good stuff off the air.
Huh?
You tell me good stuff off the air.
What, making love on the mountaintop with the nanny goat?
I don't want the funny Richard Lewis. I want the serious Richard Lewis.
Okay.
So, let me tell you about a musical that's going on.
What's it called?
It's called Return to the Forbidden Planet.
Hey, why not?
And this is, did you ever see Forbidden Planet, the movie?
With Robbie the Robot.
Robbie the Robot.
Robbie the Robot had a cocaine problem.
That's right.
What? And it wouldn't come out of its trailer. It took 8 years to make the film.
It was a difficult situation.
I want more cocaine. No, I have a tape, a bootleg from the Friars.
What someone did
love the
was
Friars.
they made a play.
And Pips.
A musical. A musical. Out of this Forbidden Planet. It's called Return to...
Who plays Robbie the Robot?
Robbie the Robot's on skates to simulate really movement like a robot.
Does it take place in Venice, California?
No, this is a great theater. You must go see this while you're in New York. Return to the Forbidden Planet. Plus, it has the music of the 50s and 60s. And this Friday and Saturday night...
Go on, you read.
Julie Cruz is in it. You know her?
No, I really don't.
Haven't you dated
her?
Well, I'm sure you'll be dating her any day now. Post-performance jam sessions with the legendary Martha Reeves.
Martha Reeves is in the play?
Well, at the end, she comes out and jams with them.
Wow.
And then you have future guests like the Shirelles and Gary U.S. Bonds who actually jam.
Where the hell are the Vandellas? This is a controversy.
Performances are Tuesdays through Fridays at 8, Saturdays at 6 and 10, and Sundays at 2 and 6. For tickets, call Telecharge. 212-239-6200. 212-239-6200. If you want to have a lot of fun, this is it. Return to the Forbidden Planet.
Richard's all broken up. You just realized the Vandellas are broken up with Martha.
Are they really?
Oh, please.
Oh, Martha's... Well, they're all great together. She's great.
And Robbie the Robot. You know who plays Robbie the Robot?
Yes, I do know.
Paul Anka.
No.
Yes.
Pat Cooper.
Pat Cooper, right.
Can you imagine how funny that would be?
Pat
What's
Cooper
that Italian word he uses when he hates somebody? It's a schnazzula or a stapala.
Hi, this is Robbie the Robot. You shpapalooza.
Not shapooza. He said the word 1,000 times. Yeah, when he hates people.
Scavol.
Scavol.
Yeah, something like that.
You know what's great about him?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't consider, it's not even, he didn't come off bitter. He just came off honest.
Yeah.
And angry.
Yeah.
And
he's good.
True.
He's very funny.
He's so truthful, man.
Letterman uses him now.
Huh?
Letterman uses him now. Yeah.
And he's a fry. That's one of the reasons.
I resigned from the Letterman show. I haven't even talked to Richard about it.
We haven't talked to Richard in over 4 years since he did TV.
Right.
I got
you got a TV. Now they canceled the TV show. He's here. No, seriously, come on. Be honest. Be honest.
I live in L.A. What do I...
Yeah, but you could have stopped it. You were in New York a couple of times. You did Regis and Kathy Lee. I knew about it. That was kind of weird. You stop in, you say hi to friends. When you're on a roll, now you're not, now
Howard, I rarely came to New York. I stopped doing personal appearances for a year and a half. I stayed home, really.
You did Letterman.
You did Letterman. And you were on a roll.
Letterman's my man.
And he's in here telling me, he goes, Albert Brooks and I watch the TV show every Saturday night. We call each other
when we're home. When we're home.
Right, and we call each other. It's the funniest thing.
Really?
Does he come on the TV show? No. I don't come on your TV show.
I only do Letterman and Carson. I told you that.
Earlier this week, he said, I only do Letterman and Carson. So then today he says, I'm doing Joan Rivers for an hour.
Joan Rivers is not a talk show.
Kathy Lee.
That's not a talk show.
That is a talk show.
It's afternoon. I'm talking late night.
Oh, night.
You're late night.
Oh, I see.
Well, we're weekends. We're not weekdays.
You know the commercials they have in L.A. for your show? It's hilarious.
Yeah, well, the promos.
No.
What do you mean, for the radio show?
I don't know. I hope they're making money in L.A. I don't know what kind of advertising you have here in New York.
What do you mean?
Oh, man. People sometimes watch your show and I mean...
Oh, you're talking about 1-900 numbers.
Oh, that's the whole commercial.
That's all we have.
I mean, you never see,
I know.
Hey, Arid Extra Dry. It's
I know.
Like, 1-900, I'll come over.
It's embarrassing.
And suck your wig.
I know, it's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
I know. In fact, on this week's show, we do a spoof of a 1-900 dumb sluts.
Yeah.
I mean, because we cannot believe the amount of 1-900 numbers. It's just unbelievable.
How come you can't get like a cottage?
I'm not making any money off of this show. I want
We don't sell the advertising.
I want them to cancel it.
What about the production value?
I got to get in a real TV show.
I heard Jones say you need softer lighting.
Softer lighting? I wish they turned the lights out. Well, when he was doing the show with Jamie Lee Curtis, he would drive by our studio and spit at us.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to come in. Now he's a big
never have to do that show again.
1-900, he's full of it. 1-900.
I know what you're talking about,
though. It's so obvious when you lie now. Now, after knowing you for like 8 or 9 years,
the TV
when
show,
you lie, it's like so stupid.
I don't lie.
Oh, but when you say things, it's like it's almost like Rodin is going, don't believe this. I mean, you're not a good
actor.
How
much money does a guy make on a sitcom?
Millions.
No, be honest with me.
I give it all.
Give me a ballpark. I have no idea how people make money. When you're on a sitcom, a hit sitcom,
they cancel our show.
I know they cancel.
No, but not the ABC network. The studio, because of the recession. Speaking, let's talk politics.
You think that's why Robin? Do you hear what he just said?
He's saying he didn't make any money.
I made money.
No, he says they canceled the show because of the recession.
That's what they said.
Do you believe that?
No.
That's what the studio said.
Come on. Roseanne is going to cancel because of the recession?
No, because she's number 1 or 2 or 3.
So what are you talking about? They canceled. You had your run. That's it.
The studio canceled his show because they did not see any syndication possibilities for this sitcom.
And you know what killed the show? Jamie Lee Curtis, not Richard.
Oh, come on.
Oh, he was doing his darndest.
Because she dressed like an old yenta.
People love her, though. Maybe
no, they don't.
You're down on her.
No, I'm down on her because she ruined your show.
Where
you would have had a hit.
Richard?
If she dressed sexy and acted like a Marlo Thomas, that girl kind of image, it would have been fun.
So now I'm in the movies. I'm in the movies. It opens Friday. If you don't go.
Jim Belushi?
Jim Belushi, John Candy, Giancarlo Giannini, Sean Young.
Hey, what's with Sean Young? How's she look?
Oh, she's
she nude in this?
Huh?
Just, you know what this...
I tried to...
I saw the trailer. It looked a little like it's a mad world.
Exactly.
Kind of thing
it's
like that.
Funny.
It's a funny movie?
Very funny. You can bring your kids to it, too.
Is it better than that Boy Scout movie? No, I'm being serious. No, come on. I'm asking you to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm asking you to evaluate your own movie.
That's the Boy Scout movie was for little kids.
Right.
This is for adults, and and
I'm looking forward to seeing this. Your acting has become great.
You are a good actor.
You're a real good actor.
I'm real, aren't I?
Yeah, you're good. But he thinks he's out of stand-up comedy. He's going to have to go back and do it.
You think so?
I know you're going to have to. You're going to be acting, too. Don't worry, but you're going to be doing that.
But it's a pleasure not to plug a personal appearance. But if I do go back, I'll have to warm up.
You'll be fine.
Caroline's and Pips,
So he doesn't want to. He hates doing stand-up. I can tell.
I never liked it.
He always hated it.
Because I did all new material all the time. It drove me crazy.
Hey, no one's putting you down for that.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Did you make $30,000 a week on Anything But Love?
Oh, I don't know. I have to call my accountant.
Was it $30,000 a week?
I'll call my accountant.
Was it around that? Was that my...
No.
20,000?
Please.
It's $1 million a year, you know.
Oh, please.
Did you make $1 million a year?
Oh, I doubt it.
You did, didn't you? You made more.
Look at him.
Look at him. He's so happy.
Not happy.
No wonder he's pumping up.
I'm happy. My right testicle's blue. I just went to... After 40, you'll be 40 like, what, in 3 years?
Yeah.
It goes downhill. Jackie, you're like 60 right? No, Jackie knows. Jackie's more my age. No, maybe you're younger.
Can we do a little news?
Yes, let's go.
Yeah, stop rattling on.
Yeah.
Rattling
on like a mental patient. Doing Letterman this week?
Knock mental illness.
Are you doing Letterman?
I'm not telling you.
I resigned.
Why? He loves
He loves me. I love him.
Funny on the show.
They can call me up and say, "Hey, things are cool now."
Have you been on A&E yet? Reruns? They must have rerun.
Yeah, I've been rerun a few times. Rerun a few times.
Like a moron today. What happened?
Oh, okay. Yeah, you've been mumbling for 3 hours now, and I'm talking like a moron. I make one grammatical error.
That's true. I'm a little hard on people. Yeah. I'm very hard on people. To get my drift. I'm trying.
I wish you would give me the real interview one time.
I am giving it right in anything.
Talk to me about your girlfriend.
I don't have a girlfriend. I date different women.
What's it like getting in a sack with those models?
Oh,
Jesus. Do you like...
the problem
How long do you last in bed with them?
During an orgasm, they show me their glossies, which is sad.
All right, let's get to the news.
You're not going to get a real conversation out of it.
No, you're not. I want to hear the news.
Look at the veins in Richard Lewis's arms standing out. Isn't that impressive?
Stop it, Howard.
Wow.
We're impressed, Richard. We haven't seen you.
You are turning. You're coming out of the closet.
No. I can admire another man's arms without being gay.
You're like a Greek statue.
You can't be 1/8 gay?
What is that?
1/8 gay if you just like a man's arms?
I'm gay for your arms. Those are big arms, man.
He looks at you like a Greek statue. He's just admiring.
Let's do the news. Come on.
Did you see who was at the John Gotti trial yesterday? Richard, when are you showing up?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Tuesday, I'm doing a couple of minutes up front.
Jay Black of Jay and the Americans.
I saw this on the news. Jay Black walks in, and, he's aged.
16 candles.
No, he doesn't do that.
I'm sorry.
Only in America.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Let me tell you something. You're mocking my singing. That's Topo Gigio on acid.
Academy of My and
Only in America?
Oh, he was.
Only in America.
He showed up at the Gotti trial.
Because Gotti
was a gig.
He's a Gotti supporter.
A neighbor of his, and he's known him for 25 years, and he thinks he's getting a bad deal from the government.
Oh, boy.
So he came to show his support.
I heard the judge was so impressed he threw the case out of court. And he said, Jay Black from Jay and the Americans?
Forget about it.
Is that supposed to influence the jury?
I admire him for his courage, because, he's not going to get the home show now. Let's face it.
Yeah.
It was funny because there was a little bit of a squabble as to where he could sit. They get 12 passes or something for family members.
Do you think the mafia gives you like a big...
Comps.
But the comps.
Yeah, the comps.
Can I have a comp for Bill, the no-neck Robinson? Can you imagine going to, to will call for the trial?
I know. Bill, the no-neck Robinson, and Jay Black of Jay and the Americans.
That's right.
Is there a will call at this trial?
Yeah.
Come on, I should go. I'm going away.
Yeah, you're busy.
Larry King tonight.
But, Jay Black hadn't had a hit in a while. I thought Gotti killed him, too. I think he was just gone.
Well, what I found interesting? He sang at 2 of the weddings of John Gotti's children.
But explain something to me. Like, if you get in tight, like if I got tight with John Gotti, and I show up to his trial and stuff, because a lot of people are doing that kind of thing.
Right.
Do I get, special favors and stuff from the mob?
Maybe Jay wouldn't have any a career at all.
I don't know. I mean, seriously, can
That's quite an accusation.
Because I would do it.
Well,
no, Jay's got. I know a guy who used to work with Jay. He's got a pretty active career. Believe it or not, there's a lot of
Oh yeah, those revival
nostalgia
shows are going on around the country all the time. But you'd think. The whole thing with the Godfather movies was if it was Dean Martin or Frank Sinatra, they had great careers because they had a Godfather.
Right.
Wow, it's all rumor. No one proves anything.
I'm not saying that's
What are you,
true.
nervous?
What are you?
What do you think is going to happen to you? You got big arms. You can protect yourself.
No, I'm just saying it's all rumor, man.
Look at those muscles, man. It's hard to take you seriously, man. He's like, hey, man.
I mean, whenever he moves, just see another vein pop up.
Yeah, he's Joe Piscopo, I'm telling you. Joe Piscopo doesn't have arms as big as
He's
you.
a muscle lifter.
Yeah, but so are you.
Whatever you call it, a dumbbell.
What, do you go to the gym like 5 times a week?
No, I go once every 3 months.
You doing split sessions? I mean, what is this?
Look at that phrase.
Yeah, I know all about all this stuff. I know about it. I don't do it, but I know about it.
You look thin on the tube.
Yeah, well,
I don't know why, but you have that little belly, though, right?
Oh, I got a big belly.
That's why. See, because I wear my pants. I have a belly too, and I wear my pants like my grandfather. You now are starting to do that, Howard. It's a bad sign.
No, I have a pair of sweatpants on because my testicles are having a problem.
I heard about that.
Yeah, please.
I
don't wear these pants on for. Not serious.
Are
no.
they drop lowering?
No, it was my fissure.
Control with them.
Oh, please.
Oh, God. Wow. What an out-of-line comment on your show.
Also, yesterday at the Gotti trial, they dismissed another juror.
What's that about?
I don't know. This is the second one within a week. Again, the records were sealed, so we don't know why.
Well, you know why?
Why?
Because she had a cassette of all the Untouchables episodes while she was listening, and she figured that it wasn't fair. Or the judge felt, hey, get her out of here.
Spending too much time in the gym, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's too much. You just stop going to the gym.
You're a threatened
If you want to be funny, you just got to stop with the gym.
First of all, your hair right now, it's looking like Alice in Wonderland. It's sad.
Oh, come on. Come on, you've got long hair, too.
Not like you.
Well, big
you
deal.
look like the woman on that little raisin box. You're the raisin woman.
Oh, boy.
You're the raisin woman.
Now you're funny.
Thank you. I put my shirt on.
There you go.
It's coming back.
Although Reiser used that joke on Live at 5 yesterday.
Come on, I have nothing to... Look.
I'm kidding with you. Come on, get
In
a life.
Alexandria, Virginia, they convicted the fertility doctor, Howard. They have found Dr. Cecil Jacobson guilty.
Seaman Jacobson.
Guilty of what?
Of lying to his patients.
Oh, come on.
Can you believe this story?
Big deal. Listen, there is no woman on this planet who should be having a turkey baster inserted into her private area to have a baby. That's not natural.
Well said, Howard. Boy, can you go on a speaking tour with that?
They found out he's Richard Lewis's father.
Is that right?
That's true.
Well, they say...
Wait, what happened? Didn't he actually inseminate other women?
Well, yeah, they came
behind
to
their
him
back,
asking for
that's dyslexic.
anonymous donors, and he told them he had anonymous donor sperm, that they didn't know who the sperm was from.
So he has like 30 or 40 kids?
75, they think.
Oh, my God.
All in the same little area.
Is that any different from anybody else who donates sperm to a sperm bank?
Of course it is. He didn't tell the women.
Listen, I have a friend who used to donate to a sperm bank in college.
How much did he make?
$75 a test tube full.
How many sperms are in a test tube?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's right. That's why you would be on Jeopardy for a minute and a half.
Please.
Okay.
And I'll tell you something. This guy fathered in the Boston area.
Yeah.
We figured out maybe 2,500 children.
Well, now, yesterday I was
children.
looking at the Larry King Show, and they had a couple of experts on there, and they say that they only allow them to donate sperm to 10 people in the same general area.
This guy donated for 4 years of college. Why would they?
They don't send it away somewhere?
Oh, come on. Come on. They don't donate it to, they don't... What is that, Richard? Are you mumbling?
No, it's a little phlegm. I'm sorry, go on.
He's nervous. He's on Larry King tonight. Larry will laugh plenty hard at Richard, you'll see.
That funny little fake laugh of his, yeah.
It's a fake laugh, though. Larry point that every time he fake laughs.
So I'll give you a little secret.
Everyone's going to call in and talk about me, you know.
Good. I love you. I don't care. He won't take the call. Hey, I was trying to figure out when your fans call.
Yeah.
They probably say, they probably come in with some really intelligent kind of thing.
Yeah.
This whole thing with the sperm doctor, I can't believe, because my cousin went there, and they put him through. Howard!
Right, that's exactly how they do it.
It's like psychotic, man.
Anyway, this guy faces up to 280 years in prison.
Really?
$500,000 in fines.
What is that year per sperm?
Yeah, right. Every shot is a year. You have 280 shots.
He'll be sentenced on the 8th of May.
Why not just give him life? I mean, what if he does live 280 years? He gets out and he impregnates more women. He would be about 300 when he gets out, wouldn't he?
Yeah, do you think he'll be able to? I think he'll be reformed.
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, we do have a little bit of the doctor walking out of the courtroom yesterday.
Okay.
How can he even walk anymore? I thought I did a lot on my own.
How does he feel about the verdict?
What's his name again?
Cecil Jacobson.
What's his nickname?
Hold on, I'm having trouble.
Boy, I gave him a straight line, huh? The greatest straight line. I gave you the greatest straight line. What's his nickname?
Hold on. Cecil Jacobson.
You don't have that one?
No, I don't.
Shall I help you with a number?
Give me a number.
Howard, you've lost it, man.
Number 6.
Number 9. Number 9.
I'm missing numbers 6 through 9.
Where'd you put them?
Yesterday you had the same problem. How come what's wrong here?
I don't see a number 6, guys.
Oh, this is embarrassing.
I'm very... Oh, here it is. It fell down. Oh, no, that's Chevy Chase trashing Howard on Larry King.
They don't trash, by the way, Stuttering George single. I think it's a great single, by the way.
Oh, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
I'm going to find it. I want to hear the guy leaving the courtroom.
What are these? Oh, yeah.
Robin, you sure you gave it to me?
I gave it to you, yes.
This is like being on someone's porch in Rochester, with, lightning bugs and drinking beer. There's a lot of dead air here, Howard. Come on.
Oh, don't get nervous. Oh, I got it.
Great. Oh, you're fabulous.
I told you I'd find it. I got carts coming out of my ears.
Well, I'm obviously in shock. I had total reliance and still do on the justice system of the country.
Richard Lewis will be back to tell us about Once Upon a Crime, which opens nationwide with Sean Young, Sybil Shepherd, John Candy, Jim Belushi, Giancarlo Giannini.
It's fabulous.
You should have gotten us a screening, Richard. We could talk to you about it.
Well, you never ask. You don't call.
We're going to a screening today.
Just put me down.
We have a screening, Robin, this afternoon of private screening. You want to come with us? We're going to see...
I can't. I'm going to Washington.
Oh.
I'm doing Joan.
We're doing an 11:30 screening of... What is it?
Felix the Cat 2?
Oh, it's the new Michael Douglas movie, isn't
with
it?
Sharon Stone.
Bad Instincts.
Yeah. She plays a lesbian.
Is she really?
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. She's the one from Playboy.
I know her.
Oh, you know her?
Yeah.
Have you ever dated her?
No.
Be honest. Oh, man.
Richard.
No, we were riding on an exercycle next to each other.
No, be honest. Have you ever dated Sharon Stone?
No, but we were on an exercycle. We go to the same place and we ride on the bikes next to one another.
Let me smell your hands. What happened? Tell me the truth for once.
You just wrote.
We
did talk a lot about sex and men and women, though.
Could you have gotten her?
Huh? She has a boyfriend, I think.
Big deal.
No, I think I'm a little too Jewish for her. I give little tests up front.
Yeah, right.
I say words like Passover. She says, Passover what?
the Jewish test.
No, I need at least a couple of Jewish phrases.
All right, let's take a break.
I give them the biggies.
Let me take a break.
Then her, Moses.
We'll come back. We'll talk about the movie.
Is Moses gone? I saw that movie. All right, get out of here.
We'll finish the news. We'll talk about the movie, and then we'll get out of here right after these words. Their success rate with either the patch or pills is greater than 85%.
What do you wear?
The medication is the same in either form, patch or pill. Now, let me explain to you. These are medical doctors. In addition to the patch, there is a whole psychological approach to getting people to quit. These medical doctors have come up with the approach 85% effective. Would you make this phone call right now and quit smoking?
Where do you wear the patch? Over your eye like a blue bit?
I am not smoking. That's exactly what it is.
No, is it that kind of patch?
Over your eye.
Where do you wear the patch? It's like a little tiny thing you hide?
No, you wear that in your Cub Scout movie, a patch.
Hey, I have a big movie coming out tomorrow, and I really expect you to go see it.
Let me give the phone number, and I'll give a plug. 212-794-2200.
You get threatened by friends, even friends who are doing well.
No, I don't. I'm not happy to see you doing well.
No, 212-794. I walk back to the hotel, you bury me.
No, I don't. 212.
I have my friends tape it. You're lying.
You're wrong. You're lying. Bring in a tape where I buried you.
You're despicable.
212-794-2200. Bring in a tape. Richard Lewis this Friday, big movie opening. This is exciting. Our friend Richard Lewis in a movie.
I'd like to see Richard on the big screen.
If this one should hit, that means probably...
We'll never see him again.
Yeah. Once Upon a Crime opens nationwide with Sean Young, Sybil Shepherd. Yeah, because he'd rather, call Albert Brooks on the phone. Why don't you call me during my show?
John Candy?
Why are you calling Albert Brooks? You could be calling me during the show, but you're calling Albert Brooks.
Hey, for you film buffs out there, I'm sure there's plenty who listen to Howard.
Right.
The people who ran the cameras are Fellini's camera crew, so it's pretty trippy.
Ooh.
Pretty trippy, man.
That is pretty good. Right. Those are the guys who never moved the camera. All the actors had to run in front of it.
Oh, Hellman!
But anyway. All right. Anyway, starting April, I just want to show off that I know Fellini movies.
Yeah, you can't name 2.
If I can name 2, how much money you want to bet that I can name 2 Fellini? Let's see if you put your money.
How much
money? How much money do you have? Let me see how much money you have.
It's all. Well, I have a lot in my wallet. I have about $100. I mean, no, I'm kidding.
Does anything start?
I have
with
no. In fact, I left my wallet in the hotel.
Anything start with 8.5?
Huh? You're gonna.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm going to bury you. So don't.
All right. 8.5.
Anyway, starting April.
Always talking about organs.
The A-List on Comedy Central Network. It's a stand-up comedy show, and the host is Richard Lewis.
62 of them.
Now, if somebody got the Comedy Central Network, we would all be in business.
He's on 62
funny.
shows
Very funny.
on Comedy Central?
He will host.
Millions get the Comedy Central Network.
He will host that.
Yeah, we're really great comedians.
Yeah?
For the whole year.
All right.
That's right. Now, we'll talk some more about the movie. We're going to find out about what it was like to film with Jim Belushi and Sybil Shepherd.
Sean Young.
And Sean Young.
Giancarlo Giannini. John Candy.
Giancarlo Giannini.
Cooper should have been in it. I was so impressed with his appearances. I know I'm repeating myself. Because I love people that speak their mind.
Let's speak our mind in the news. Let's keep going with the news. We're doing good here.
We're doing great.
All right, go ahead.
2 kids exchanged gunfire outside of Queens High School yesterday. Neither was injured. The 2 fired at least 8 shots outside Andrew Jackson High School in Cambria Heights.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. I drove through that area on several occasions, and you think when I take a wrong turn. It is like going to. It's like being in the wild jungles of Africa. People are not behaving themselves in these communities.
Because there's no education, there's nothing, man.
No, there's no parenting.
No one cares about the lower class.
No. Yeah, I don't have to care about the lower class. The lower class has to care about themselves.
Doesn't care about itself.
Howard, give me a break, man. This government is a joke.
Come on.
The government could fix this?
The government will. If you're praying for the government to fix the problem in the black and Puerto Rican community.
Yeah, like putting more money in education and taking out of the...
Let me tell you something. The same schools with the same budgets years ago in poverty-stricken areas produced some of our greatest students. It's the student. The teachers are fine. They're all accredited teachers. All of these schools are inundated with kids who are told it doesn't matter how they do in school.
So you're blaming their parents?
Not only am I blaming their parents, I'd like to take each one of these parents and ship them out of the country. I would go through the kids' scores. I'd see how they behave in school, and then I'd take the parents and throw them right out with the kids, right out of the country, if I was the president. The president could take care of it.
So why don't you run with Buchanan, then?
No, it's not a Buchanan thing. I'm not a pro-Buchanan guy.
Well, you sound like it.
You know, if you're such a hippie, why are you running around?
Because you're right-wing all of a sudden.
No, that's not right-wing. What do you think is the answer? The government? You think the government is ruining the people?
I think that there's like...
The people get the government they deserve. All right, I'm turning off your microphone. I'm turning off your microphone now. The people are turning off the government. No, the people
are turning off the government.
The people are getting the government they deserve. I've got your microphone off. You can't even be heard.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're threatened because you know I'm right.
What are you right about? Let's hear what you're right about.
What am I right about?
Go ahead.
In this city alone, there's 31,000 people living in homes, in box homes, okay?
Refrigerator cartons.
Yeah.
Yeah, so?
I don't find that funny.
Oh, man.
I say scum. You know, in Yiddish, that means salt of the earth.
You know, Belzer makes more sense than you, and that's pretty low.
Belzer is like, to me, he's like way low.
You know what happens when you go to Hollywood? You lose your mind.
Yes, and you become ultra-liberal because you're so thankful for what happened to you, and you know it was all luck. That it happened to you as opposed to some other talented person.
Robin, I'm going to turn off your microphone. All right, your microphone is off. Now you can't be heard again. Because you're not making sense.
Not making sense?
You're acting like a Hollywood jerk.
I did for the first 5 years, and my CIA friend will attest to this. I went to Pips, I went to Caroline's, I went to Improv.
I didn't say you didn't work hard.
20 shows a night for free. Ask Jack, he knows the story.
Was there anybody there with you?
Huh?
Was there anybody there with you?
Yeah,
some other comedians?
3 in the morning.
This is a silly conversation. Let me tell you something. I will tell you something.
We got to get someone to knock this guy out of the White House, man.
There is a problem with the Hollywood community. Man. They all go to parties. Sean Young and Richard Lewis and Jamie Lee Curtis.
And Oliver Stone.
Jamie Lee Curtis,
went to a bowling party,
who grew up with all of the Tony Curtis and
what's her name? Janet Lee.
Janet Lee Money. They all go to these parties.
Lee Money? What are you out of here?
Janet Lee Fortune. The Janet Lee Fortune.
On a good day.
The Janet Lee Fortune. And they all go to these parties, and they sit around, and they talk about the poor. They talk about the poor.
He said Purim.
No, they talk about Purim as well. But they talk about the poor.
Yeah.
and how the government is wrong and Bush is wrong with the poor and this one and that one.
And everything's cut the defense budget and give the money.
Give more money to the poor. And the poor will then be rich and then they'll be fine.
Yeah, but they also donate a lot of money. They write
There is
checks.
a work ethic. Let me tell you something. You go through these ghetto communities.
I believe it.
Excuse me. I got to lower your microphone. When the communities, when you give somebody an apartment.
I'm talking about the government.
People
should work. I don't think people should just sit home.
Your microphone is off. Why are you talking?
And drink rum all day and get money. They should work.
His microphone is off. Why is he talking?
Continues to talk. You can't tell?
Let me tell you something. Your microphone is off. Come on. Your microphone's off. Let me talk to you. Look at those arms. I don't want to get in a fight with him.
I know.
But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I mean it.
I didn't hear what I said.
Just because you're poor doesn't mean you have to keep your home like a pigsty. Just because you're poor doesn't mean you have to be graffiti and urinating in your own homes on the floor.
You're scared of me.
I'm not scared of you. You don't allow me to talk. All right, you're right. Okay, let's go on, Robin. Go on with another story.
I was going to tell you that wasn't the only incident in the schools yesterday.
I don't hear
anything.
incident. Put the microphone on.
It's on. It's on.
I'm not kidding.
It is on.
I don't hear anything, and I'm strangling myself.
You don't have your headphones on.
Stuttering John got me nervous before because...
I bet you didn't yell at Jamie Lee Curtis like this.
I asked for 2 bagels.
I bet you didn't yell at Jamie Lee Curtis like this.
I'd be afraid.
You're not kidding.
At Paul Robeson High School in
Paul Robeson High School?
Bedford-Stuyvesant.
Yeah.
Yes.
A teacher heard that a 15-year-old student was carrying a gun and confronted the youth. The teacher found a .357 Magnum in the youth's bag.
It's very bad.
So,
it's very bad.
But it's not only happening here. A federal appeals court in San Francisco.
Pay attention.
No, that's not what I wanted to say.
Can't hear anything.
A 6-year-old boy at Webster Elementary School in Sumter County, Florida, was expelled from 1st grade for firing a handgun on school grounds and threatening to shoot a teacher who scolded him several hours later.
You can't hear Robin?
And confiscated the Derringer.
What did they say? No gym for a day? The guy comes in like Wyatt Earp, shooting people? What do they give him?
I don't know. Go ahead, Robin.
No soccer ball, Philly.
But it's not only among the students you have to worry. In Albany, a high school science teacher is being held on $175,000 bail after being charged with attempted murder in connection with passing out poisoned Christmas candy to fellow teachers.
Ooh, once upon a time.
Gary Kozowski pleaded innocent to attempted murder and other charges on Tuesday after a grand jury handed up an indictment. He's accused of giving 5 teachers and a janitor at his school candies that had been tainted with mercuric chloride, a toxic chemical used in insecticides.
God, it used to be good in the 60s.
I used to do that.
1 gram of the chemical could kill a 150-pound person, according to prosecutors. 3 of the recipients ate the candy and complained of vomiting, burning sensations, and shortness of breath.
That's how I feel during intercourse.
I know. You told me that in private.
I know.
I know.
And stay away from me because I think you've fallen in love with my arms.
You look handsome.
You're 1/8 homosexual.
I think Richard. I not only that. I think Richard's shaving his body hair.
Really?
Yeah. I think he shaved his chest.
I do. I put Nair on when I go to bed.
Oh,
and his arms are shaven too.
Sleeps in Nair.
You hardly have hair on your arms.
I am. I've turned. I've changed. I don't care anymore.
Did you shave your arms?
Huh?
Did you shave your arms?
It's funny.
What do you mean funny? It looks like it.
What am I going to do? A remake of that thing with Stallone, Fist 3, whatever?
Go ahead, Robin.
Remember the whole movie about an arm wrestling match?
Yeah.
Can you imagine pitching that? A guy comes in and truck driving. We have arm. Go on, Robin. I'm blowing your whole gig. Go on.
Anyway, so the teacher's under arrest and being held on $175,000 bail. They've got terrible flooding down in Houston, Howard. They had 8 inches of rain yesterday. It's the most they've had in a decade.
8 inches?
You know, in one period of time. 4 major bayous were out of their banks within a short period of time after the rains fell, and thousands of rush hour motorists were trapped in buildings and in cars.
Got something funny to say about that, Richard? Got a joke for us?
I saw your brain spin. You were dying. You were so desperate. You were so horny for a joke. You look at me.
That's why I live in New York. I don't want to live through any natural disaster.
Did you see the minibus rescue on the news last night?
Minibus. What about
a bus full of mentally disabled children.
In Houston?
And the
have any
driver,
funny things to say about that, Howie?
Was
about mentally disabled children?
went into the water.
Yeah.
and they had to, rescue the children before. It was just funny because it was one of those little short buses.
Oh, yeah?
That you always saw at your school.
Like a little circus bus?
The little short yellow bus. And it got swept away by the waters. And here's one of the divers who helped to rescue the kids. His name is Ronnie Parker.
Oh, Ronnie Parker, sure.
Yeah, I go to his diner.
Yeah.
Ronnie Parker.
We had life jackets in the boat. We tied it onto them, lifted them out, and then one of us would get on top of the bus as the other divers would pull them through and land them up, and then we'd hand them over to the boat. Firemen came along, we passed them on to the firemen, and they brought them over to shore, and we just kept reeling them out like that.
Well,
it was very lucky. All of the children were shaken, but uninjured.
Good. That's a happy ending. That's why I live in New York, because there's no natural disasters. I hate that whole Los Angeles with the earthquake thing, and it's a nightmare. I mean, I'd be scared.
Mudslides.
It rains in New York. You go out. It's nice. The wind. You put the wipers on. L.A. It rains. Dinosaurs come out of the sewers. It's frightening.
Do you have tape of one of the kids rescued from the bus?
No, I don't.
Look how you just dismissed. Oh, good. You're doing Listerine commercials for no reason.
Hey, what's that commercial you're doing?
Huh?
What's that commercial?
He does the
Boku. It's great.
Boku.
It's great stuff.
Yogurt. Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I drink it every day.
Grape nuts too, man. That's got to be big money you're making.
I don't do grape nuts. I do Boku.
You do
you
a
don't
cereal,
do the cereal anymore?
You did a cereal.
I did Total for a while, but Boku.
Total.
I'm a Boku man.
Did you have any problem like taking a commercial? You just said, "Hey, screw
Boku commercials happen to be hilarious." I think I wrote, and there's 3 more coming out.
No, but I'm just saying, you know how some actors and comedians don't want to do commercials.
I transcend that bull crap.
Right.
I just do me.
It was no big deal.
I'll go on stage and talk about it. What do I care?
Can I tell you one final story?
Yes, darling. And if
this is a good story. It's good news.
Yeah, come on.
Doctors say they can lower the death rate from colon and rectal cancer by 30%. If they checked all older Americans once every 10 years.
With that big proctoscope.
With that widely available viewing scope, Howard.
Oh, I can't take that. It's like having Captain Nemo.
Have you ever had that?
Yeah. Oh.
Have you had the scope?
Yeah.
You see,
I screamed.
Let me tell you something. My father used to go for a yearly physical with the scope.
But you go every day.
And my father would be sick for like a week after they would do the scope on him.
Really?
Why?
And you know what he said? He just turned to me one day. He says, "I'm not going for that." I said, "I'd rather die from colon cancer than have that huge periscope up my ass."
What's worse, though, that or when they have to put like a tube up, the other side?
I've never
of the
had
body? That to me.
You had a tube in your penis?
No, when they do that. Oh, I forgot where I was.
Why did you have a tube up
for a second?
Yeah, where were you, at a party?
No, I'm just. Yeah.
No, would you? No, seriously.
In Hollywood, they have parties. Come on, in that room in the bedroom, they're putting tubes up their penis.
You had a tube put up your penis?
No, I'm saying I had friends who had.
Have you ever had that?
Never.
That frightens me.
I have nightmares about it.
I'd rather cut everything off.
Huh?
I mean, the idea of a tube going up my penis. Gilbert told me he had a tube up his penis.
It doesn't hurt, from what I understand.
Oh,
how would Gilbert react to that?
Oh, I'm sure he was freaking.
He said it was a tube like a garden hose.
Yeah.
That's how he reacted.
You have to be aroused to get it up there?
No. In fact, you have to be unaroused. Oh.
Really?
Using the scope, doctors and nurses can see ominous growths in the colon and rectum before these growths become
Let's pass on breakfast.
I had it done once, and they thought I had this growth, but then it turned out to be a piece of corn.
Oh, stop
Oh, there goes the fettuccine down the toilet. I can't
it's a
eat
true
now.
story.
I'll never have an erection again. You really ruin meals and sex lives for people. Really?
Oh, you've never had that?
Of course I've had it.
Of course.
An hour ago.
So there you go.
Yeah, but you don't have to say it.
Anyway,
For lunch.
The best way to avoid cancer of the colon is not to smoke cigarettes down there.
You don't put a cigarette in your behind.
Sure you do. That's how they
Where
get
is
it.
the colon? See, I'm such a hypochondriac. I don't even know where they are.
Colon is right behind the anus.
It is?
Sure.
Where's the anus?
The anus is right there.
I block all
anus
this out.
is right. Anus is your...
Is it behind?
It's your opening, yes.
It's your opening?
Your colon is right behind that.
You'd be a great health teacher in high school.
Isn't that right? Your colon's right behind that?
The tube there is called the rectum, and then the colon starts after that.
See?
Yes.
Really?
I just made that up, and I was right.
You're brilliant.
I tell you.
Well, look, you had 2 places. It's either penis or your behind.
I got the ESP of the colon.
I get to see you now. Now you got a subject.
You know how I know
Jeopardy.
where the colon is? That's
$100
where,
on anus.
You know where I put that's where Richard Lewis's girlfriend puts the beads in Richard's colon. And pulls them out.
Yeah. You should be so lucky.
I only wish.
Yeah, really. You dream on, buddy.
You're having the time of your life, aren't you?
Time of my life.
How many different women? Be honest with me, just one time. Don't make a joke.
Yeah.
How many different women do you see a week?
Huh?
How many dates do you go on a week?
Depends.
You're done with Nikit?
Or Norit.
That was Khrushchev's dog.
Khrushchev's dog.
Yeah, you forget names.
Norit. You done with her?
Well, 3 years ago. Thanks for remembering. Yes,
well, I haven't seen you for 3 years. You've been on a TV
I've
show.
been on I called you from Monte Carlo making Once Upon a Crime.
So then you...
That phone call cost me over 100, because suddenly John said he had to go pick up a pizza. The call cost me $100. $100,000.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it exciting for you when Albert Brooks calls you during my show? Is it exciting for you?
No, he's a friend of mine.
Oh, friend.
Oh, God.
When did he become a friend?
You've become... if you're a homosexual, why don't you just admit it?
No, how did he become a friend of yours?
What?
How did he become a friend of yours?
We met at a New Year's Eve party, and we became. Well,
you got some social life,
huh?
And how did you get Albert Brooks' phone number? I mean, did he start calling you first, or did you call him first?
No, if you talk to a human being with a mouth and you have mutual respect,
but you understand.
He tried to befriend you, though, Howard. Remember, he used to invite you to lunch and stuff.
Yeah, but
I
invited him out to my house. He didn't come.
Yeah, you know why?
Why?
You live next to it first has armed guards, has
no, it doesn't.
Fences, Dobermans.
Oh, come on.
You need helicopters to land on it. When I saw you in L.A.
How could
you were really such a big shot at that Grammy stuff. Get
out of here.
I can't even bear to be around you.
Are you out of your mind?
I asked... Honey,
I'm busy. That's why I can't have lunch with you.
Every time?
I'm busy working.
Busy. You go up to the room.
I got a TV show and a radio show.
Put curls in your hair.
Oh, come on.
You look more like Napoleon.
Come on. You know how busy I am.
But you know the one thing that's sitting here nagging at me?
I know what it is. Don't even say it.
All right.
What?
You probably don't know.
How can Albert Brooks be such a cool guy and his brother be so weird?
What, Super Dave?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't
Oh, that wasn't it? Oh, okay. Super Dave.
What's his name?
All right, take it easy.
Isn't it funny that Albert's name was Einstein? They called him Albert Einstein?
Yeah.
Wild.
What is your question, Robin?
My question is, didn't David Brenner befriend Richard Lewis as a young comedian?
Yeah, he gave me $1,000. I was broke.
And Richard was a young comedian.
Right.
And David Brenner was an older, established comedian.
And how is it that David Brenner's younger than Richard Lewis now? Yeah. How is that?
How old are you, Richard?
Yeah.
44.
And David is a year
46.
older than you now.
Dave's 45.
Now David's 46.
About 50. I don't know. Maybe
He's
40.
53, easy. Oh, absolutely. We
How
caught
did
him
you
on
catch
that.
up with him?
Yeah, we got his high school yearbook.
I don't know.
Yeah, you caught up to his age.
Yeah.
You guys are contemporaries now. That's the funny thing. You were a young comedian on the way up. Now you're contemporaries. That's
Can you
a scream.
believe that?
No, I think he's probably
I'm Richard Lewis and I are the same age.
He speaks highly of you.
No, he's a great guy.
He is a great
He's one
guy.
of the nicest guys on the planet.
Richard Lewis gave him the payback, though.
What?
He was in one of David Brenner's pool table
video?
pilots.
The pilot?
He was a good pilot, too.
David Brenner had an idea that people could play pool
On
on
TV.
Celebrity pool.
So I look at it and I go, hey, I wonder who's in the pilot. Richard Lewis. Payback. Now, it was the right thing to do.
You help friends.
Yep. I tell you, it's
I hype
unbelievable.
you all the time in L.A. Even when they badmouth me for doing
Let me get into your lifestyle. So you go to a party and you meet Albert Brooks.
Well, that was in 84, 85.
And how do you make the move to
move?
call
See
him?
that? This is really Howard. Come out
It
of
is
the
a
closet
move.
today. It'll be fabulous.
How do you make a move?
We said hi. I said hi, Al. We said hi, Richard. I said, boy, you're funny. Boy, you're funny.
Right.
And I said, hey, maybe we should get together and go to a deli and laugh. We exchanged numbers, and that was that.
Right. So then...
That was like 7, 8 years ago.
But, you see, you're making it like it's casual. You know afterwards you were like, oh, my God, Albert Brooks wants to go to lunch. Are you being that casual about it?
Groupie, like he was one of the Beatles.
But you are a groupie in a sense. I mean, this is exciting for you that you made the move into an Albert Brooks relationship.
No, it was just sort of a kick to be able... I always, admired him.
But
so it was fun to be able to
maybe
become friends.
You didn't even think about what you were going to wear or something like that?
Oh, yeah, I had a pink dress all with taffeta.
No, you know
You're
what?
out of your friggin' mind.
You know how hard it is.
It's going to a deli to have get the Eddie Canna platter. It's not
you
like
go home and tell Nareed, I just met Albert Brooks. This is very exciting.
Why don't you just bring up women I went out with in junior high school?
Well, it was at the time that you were in
Nareed.
Nareed.
Women now, hundreds of them.
Who was the woman you went with to this comedy club?
The woman I go out with.
What is her name?
I go out with hundreds. If you're
What is her
that's
name?
a joke. I'm just trying to get them off my back. Huh?
What is her name?
Huh?
What is the woman in the picture? What is her name?
Miss J.
Really, what is her name?
It's in the paper.
What is her name? June?
Huh?
Is her name June?
June Allison Jr.
No, really, what is her name?
Huh?
It doesn't give her name.
Yes, it does.
Richard Lewis. Oh, with Jennifer Featherston.
She's a poet and a writer. That's right.
Who is Jennifer Featherston?
I met her.
Where did you meet her?
At a restaurant. She was so beautiful. I said, can I meet you?
And what did she say?
Yes.
And how long before you get her in bed? Does it take a date?
Huh?
Is it a date?
You say date or appetizer?
And are you worried about AIDS? I mean, not that she has AIDS, but I'm saying...
Who doesn't?
How do you do that? Do you wear rubber every time you're with a girl?
When I go out, I'm dressed up in a condom.
No, be honest with me. You don't know Jennifer. I mean, you don't know where she's been. You don't know any of the women you're dating.
I'm totally nervous about it. Everyone should be. I take precaution.
What do? You wear rubber.
Always.
But do you do other things to the woman?
I do it when I masturbate.
Can you do other things to women?
Huh?
Can you do certain things to women? Like, you know, with your mouth?
With my mouth?
Yeah, are you nervous about doing that?
It's like a
No, I mean, I'm asking you because if I was a bachelor, I'd be nervous about this.
No, I wear tongue condoms.
Tongue condom?
Yeah.
No, be honest with me. How do you do it? Do you say to her, hey, you go take a blood test, I'll take a blood test, we'll show each other the results?
I hope my mother's not listening, but I've stolen some of her doilies that she uses on her
you're not being honest
her
with me.
armrests, and I put them...
You're not being honest with me.
I do. I put
You know
doilies
you
down
must
there.
worry about that. You want to do something to please a woman, go the extra mile, especially a
doesn't?
beautiful model.
The extra
you
mile.
You want to prove that you're a good... You want to prove you're a good lover.
I am a good lover.
And you're willing to do that, especially on some of these good-looking
I want to
girls.
do everything that makes anyone happy.
I mean, this is the perk, if you will, of doing Boku commercials and having Jamie Lee Curtis. This is the perk of having these women. I mean, what else do you do it for?
You're so, you got married, you have a wonderful family, but you can't handle it.
No, I can't. And that's why I'm asking you what it's like.
You hate that people that are any celebrity that can are single.
But when you go out with a beautiful girl like this, how do you do it? Do you just say, hey, screw it, if I'm going to get AIDS, I'm going to get AIDS?
Yeah, who says
what
that?
Do you do?
Scrooge McDuck isn't stupid enough to say that.
What do you do?
Huh?
What do you hire?
I wear condoms.
But you do more things than just...
You're talking about oral stuff.
Right. You do that, don't you?
Less and less.
Less and less you do that.
I basically have diagrams and say, this is what I would have done.
What do? You wait like 3 months to do that? You say, but what if she says, hey, do something for me? You expect her to do something for you.
I draw, because I'm a comedian, and it's not maybe funny to you because you'll mock me. I draw diagrams like stick figures.
No.
I say, here's what I would have done.
Don't the girls,
back in
do
college.
the girls do stuff with their mouths?
On
you
occasion.
expect that? Yeah, so, I mean, how do they know where you've been?
It's a double standard. It's a double standard, it's true.
Do you check them? Do you check them for oozing, or is there... No, I'm being serious.
For oozing, that's your new movie of the week.
Come on, let's be honest about this.
What?
It's got to be a major problem.
It is for everyone. Oh, you see, I love
I'm
you.
sure his
now I
attitude
understand
is...
you.
Why?
You live on a farm, surrounded by Dobermans and people in tanks.
No, I don't.
I'll tell you exactly what his attitude
world.
is.
The limo picks you up. You have no idea how people
I'm asking
live.
you about your life.
His attitude is, Howard,
go out with women.
he's a major comedian.
Right.
And you should do this for me without protection.
Look, no, I'm going to tell you something.
Let me tell you
Robin,
something.
he's a guy.
You're cynical.
And he will do that. I'm telling you, he would have those girls do that, but then he won't do anything to them.
do.
But Robin, he is a man who is with beautiful women. He never had this opportunity before until he became famous.
But you have...
That's not true.
He wants to show these girls he's a great lover.
But wait a minute, this didn't happen to him yesterday. He's been doing this for a while
I don't care
now.
about it. It's all superficial. I'm not. I care what's inside. I've been burned by people who've been beautiful.
What is the longest relationship you've been involved with?
5 years.
5 years with one of these models.
Yeah, she was an actress.
An actress, okay.
Well, I live in Hollywood.
It wasn't Noreen, right?
No.
Right.
That was about a year and a half, 2 years. Who hangs out in L.A.? Who goes there? Shipbuilders?
No, I understand.
There are no normal people there.
No, they really aren't. I mean, there's 8, and they all live in one commune.
So there's only 8 normal people in Hollywood?
Only 8 normal. And I got a call from Albert the other day. I think one guy killed himself. There's 7 left.
What's Albert's story? Is he married?
No, he lives alone.
He does?
He's writing his next film.
Oh, yeah?
Of course.
Hey, Defending Your Life was great.
Oh,
yeah.
It's on video now, too.
My parents hated it, but I loved it.
Oh,
they called me up and said, don't watch Defending Your Life. I called them, I said, how could you say that? It was such a good movie.
Well, maybe your parents, and they're very hip, are not Albert's target market.
Does Albert like girls?
He loves women.
And who's his girlfriend?
I haven't seen his latest girlfriend.
Did he bang Meryl Streep?
I have. Beautiful.
Oh, yeah? Model?
I don't know what she does, quite frankly. I swear.
Well, you guys are having one party after another.
Oh.
And when you go out with these women, let's say you date 3 women a week.
Yeah.
And you have sex with them. I know you do.
If I do.
If you do. You will put on a rubber.
Always.
And these girls fall in love with you, I'm sure, because you're Richard Lewis, and they like the whole scene, and then you have to dump them.
It depends if I find this really spectacular Merv Griffin shot I didn't see.
What do you do? What would happen? Do they start calling you and become familiar with you, and then, how do you dump them? How do you let them off?
I don't dump anyone.
But you have to, you bang them a few times, and then you go on to the next one, I assume. Since you date so many different girls.
You have a tremendous way of, you really have set the feminist movement back.
Why have I? You're the one. I'm married to one woman.
Running around
the verb to bang is not...
that's horrible.
No, it is. To me, it is.
Oh,
I love women.
Come on. You sure do love
and
women.
Robin, I loved you, but you're always cynical towards me. I think you're repressing.
Have you seen Albert Brooks nude?
Oh, right.
Huh?
Have you seen Albert Brooks nude?
I only see...
Have you been over to his house for a party?
Oh, yes.
You have?
Now,
who would be at that party?
Huh?
Now, when the fight
Comedy
happens.
writers.
All right, who's there? Albert Brooks, you, and who else?
Oh, just lots of comedy writers.
Like who?
Oh, it's a million of them.
Who's there?
I don't want to start now. I can't think of them
Do
right
you
now.
think of 3 people who are
I'm
there?
exhausted right now, really.
Now, who is at these parties that you go to?
Huh?
Who are at these parties?
Huh?
Who are at these parties that you go to?
Male, like,
What an interview.
Just get on another subject. Yes, we have sex all the time. More than you. All right?
All right.
With different women. Without any guilt.
And what about the Magic
And
Johnson
I'm
thing?
good.
Hasn't that put a scare into you at all?
Of course, but I protect myself.
You wear rubber. Rubber
Always.
can break.
Huh?
You never have the girls get blood tests. Would that be too presumptuous to say, hey, I want to have a blood test, you have a blood test, we'll check?
Over dinner at a great Italian
No,
restaurant?
I'm just saying, do you bang them usually on the first date?
I don't bang women. I make love to women.
Do you make love to them on the first date?
I have.
Do you kiss women on their ears?
What are you, a rabbit?
I'm asking you a question. Do you kiss women on their ears?
Yeah, and then I bring. Yeah.
You ever put your tongue in
their
their
ear?
ear?
Yeah, and I put a chef salad on their behind. What kind of question is that?
Are you dating any famous women?
Huh?
Are you dating famous women?
Always.
No, seriously, have you dated anyone of note?
Yes. From
Who?
Oscar nominees.
Who?
To,
Who have you dated?
Millions of them.
Name a girl I don't mean slept with. I mean dated.
Oh, just dated?
Just dated. Did you date Sean Young?
Sadler and Young?
No, come on.
Huh? No, she's married, Sean. I don't date married. I've never gone out
You're
with a
sounding
married
like
woman.
Magic Lewis now instead of Magic Johnson.
Well, I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, I know. Well, listen, you're a single guy. There's nothing wrong
Why
here.
shouldn't I?
Absolutely, you should take advantage of your
Here's
situation.
the deal, though. I'm very honest. I never lie to anybody.
And what do you say to women?
I say, I'm scared of commitment.
Go ahead.
I'm attracted to you.
Yeah.
You're very bright. I hope we get along. Let's be friends first. And if we can be lovers, fabulous.
And you call me anti-women. Boy, are you anti-women.
What? I'm saying...
Because you know what you're saying? You're lying to them. You're stringing them up. They're saying, oh, I'll be the one woman who's going to get to go to bed with Richard Lewis. I'm going to change him.
No, I say I go out with other women.
You let them know right up front you're going to bang them a couple of times and leave them.
I don't say the word
that's
bang.
a nice way of saying
Don't say the words bang.
Absolutely.
Might as
Only
well.
elks say that.
That's
to
right.
Other elks. Not
What's
elks
the difference?
And when you make that
Animals
speech,
in the forest.
when you make that speech, has anyone ever turned you down? No. And you know why? Because you're a celebrity and you're taking advantage of these women.
Well,
because you know you can only sleep with them a couple of times.
No, I don't know. I've been with people like
because you don't want to give up that empire you've built up. Empire.
Yeah.
Now you say you had dates with famous women.
I don't.
You've dated famous women. Be honest. Be honest. I mean,
I never have. They've always just missed winning the Oscars.
You have dated famous women. Women of note.
I don't care. Huh?
Women of note. Women who have been in pictures and TV shows. Have you
He
not?
told us once that he had dated famous women. He never told us the name.
Why is that a secret? It's not an insult.
You know why
to
it is?
Why?
I'll tell you exactly why.
Go ahead.
If you ask me about my personal life, about rubbers and all that, fine.
Okay, fine.
But I don't have to. I don't have to bring in other people who aren't here.
The fact that you went on a date.
Who might not want to have it aired that I've slept with them.
But
if
I don't mean
or married.
sleep. I'm not saying
I can
sleep. I'm saying date. A date.
Oh, yeah,
That's like saying Albert Brooks is my friend.
All right.
That's what it's like saying.
You know.
Who are your
You
girlfriends?
know damn well.
Do you have any friends who are girls?
Damn well if you know that if I say I slept with so and so,
that doesn't mean you slept with them.
And they're lying in bed right now on West 57th
No.
Street. Or
I'm not asking you who you slept with.
You say,
who are
you
your
slept with
friends?
Richard Lewis? You never told me
who
that.
are your friends who are girls?
Huh?
Who are your friends that are girls?
Who are my friends that are girls?
Girls, yeah, I don't mean slept with. Who are your friends who are girls?
Well, they would be names that you wouldn't know of.
Like who?
Huh?
Like who?
Helen Kravitz.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I do know her.
Gloria Shalimar.
Helen Kravitz was in Bewitched. She was the next door neighbor.
All right, what do we have to do next?
Do you and Albert ever sit around and discuss the women that you've had sex with?
We walk around L.A. looking for wives.
You have dated famous women. Who are some of your friends who you have dated?
Called A Year in the Day.
Well, I can see you're not going to be honest.
I'm telling you, I'm writing an article about it. A Year in the Day.
When you worked on that movie with Belzer and Louis Anderson, did the three of you ever gangbang any women?
Huh?
Did the three of you ever gangbang any women?
There was nothing
Louis Anderson and Belzer and you. All right, maybe we ought to talk about the movie. Now you're in a movie. Now you're in a movie with the following celebrities.
It opens Friday, by the way.
John Candy, who, despite being one of the greatest and funniest people, has been in all bad movies.
Not all. Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck
Made money.
Made money, but not a good
Planes,
movie.
Trains, and Automobiles.
Not a good movie. Really?
Good movie.
Funny.
Really?
Funny.
I'll have to
movie.
rent it then.
Scream.
Yeah.
Jim Belushi. All right. Jim has not had a hit on his own. Has he?
I'm not sure. I don't have other... He's a good actor, and he'll have a hit on this one, I hope.
I notice he's slimmed down. He's trying to be more of a sex symbol.
I think this is what's destroying him.
Yeah. I'd fatten up and try and look more like John. That's my personal advice. Did you guys sit around and talk about John? John Belushi?
No. I mainly work with Sean Young and John Carlo, because it's three couples get caught up in a murder mystery.
As big as Jim Belushi gets, when I go to a movie, I see Jim Belushi, everyone goes, I hear all the old ladies, they go, that's John Belushi's brother. That's John Belushi's brother. That's what I hear the whole time. We all
Has
know
not
that.
surpassed that.
They got to say that.
Did you make up with Richard Simmons, by the way?
No, I'm not at war with Richard Simmons. This guy's got a problem that I didn't go to a movie with him.
Is that really true?
Yes. I mean, he hasn't talked to me since then. Well, what am I to do?
What is he, your wife?
What am I, married to this guy?
That's exactly right.
You know what it is.
Well, I almost had a fist fight with him on the Regis show.
Really?
He came out during my spot.
Oh, great.
You know how he loves that.
And with G-string on. And I almost ducked him, and it would have ruined my career.
I know.
But it was funny, though. I have to hand him that. Give him credit. But
Sybil Shepherd.
Yeah.
Sean Young, who is ditzy, right?
No, she's just from planet, as Bells would say, planet Uralmancrim. She just lives in, Arizona next to rocks,
Right.
I don't relate to that spiritual
Does she
stuff.
wash?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, my God.
Gene, I just wonder how loony she is. When they stop washing, then you know there's a real problem.
Why?
Well, we can quote you on that. That'll be on your grave, on your tombstone.
When you see them walking the streets and they're not washing, you know.
You give quotes that float on alleyways on the water next to curbs.
But isn't it true, though, what I say?
You're the kind of guy who writes those things like Jimi Hendrix is alive on West 58th
When
Street.
a woman stops washing and then becomes a homeless person or a man, there is a serious problem.
You.
All right.
Robin, give me some credit.
I agree with you there, Richard.
Yeah,
It's
whenever
not
I stick up for women, you shut up.
thing.
Whenever I don't say anything, you put me down.
When you were in Monte Carlo, you had your own trailer.
Trailer they treated me. Dion De Laurentiis
Who were you
like a
having
king.
sex with during the filming of this movie?
Just strange people I met.
Meet people from Monte Carlo, girls from Monte Carlo?
Yes.
And how would you meet these girls? Would they know who Richard Lewis
casino.
was? Do they know who
Some
you
of
are?
them, yeah.
Would you actually nail some girls who didn't know who you were?
All right, let's just list. Bang, nail. What
Come on.
You're despicable.
I know.
I know.
This is how you talk off the air.
That's why
it.
you're a big star.
Right.
Because you say words like bang
and nail.
And nail.
Why?
You know who would hate you more than anyone?
Who?
Gandhi.
Yes.
If he was
Gandhi
alive.
was not a fan of mine.
Oh, I hate him. He stinks.
When you
That
were
was a
in
good
Monte
impression.
Carlo,
Jackie, no?
When you were in Monte Carlo, did you share a trailer with women of Monte
I had
Carlo?
my own trailer.
Would you share a trailer with women of Monte Carlo?
Every now and then.
You would?
If,
So you
I,
had-
was, if I felt we had a good dinner. And I had a great life over there. And it's a really fun movie.
So it's called
And
Once
families
Upon a
can see
Crime,
it.
and you feel
PG.
it's funny. PG.
I really do feel it's funny.
But you're a PG kind of guy. I mean, you don't do dirty stuff.
No, but the movie is good for families and for college.
And what is your career hope now? To give up stand-up comedy
I'm
and
giving it
what?
up
And
now,
be
I'm
a
tired.
be a film star?
I want to act the films and write movies.
Do you have another film on the horizon?
I'm writing one now, Desperado.
Desperado.
Yeah.
And what would that be about?
It's about midlife crisis, about not having a wife and children like you.
Didn't
I have bouts of loneliness not having.
Didn't George Siegel do all those movies already?
No, but it'll be
George
my perception.
Siegel? Yes.
Everything's been done before.
I see.
Don't you feel good when you had your little kids and they lie on your stomach at night?
Right.
Isn't that a great feeling?
That is a great feeling, but you'll never know that feeling.
I want to, though.
Well, you'll never settle down with one woman. You've had every woman there is, and you know what? That's an endless parade that you can never give up. You're too late in life to settle down with one
No,
woman.
I'll never, you'll be able to go see your kids.
Do what your hero David Brenner does. Sleep with a girl, have a baby, and then...
Oh, I'm going to probably wind up
just have the
Fight
kid.
with her the rest
No,
of your life.
Fight with her in court the
Well,
rest of
I
your
hope, go for God, I won't have that, but I'll probably wind up with a model, not get married because I won't be in love with her,
Right.
and have like a Swedish Svensson.
Right. Svensson.
Svensson Lewis.
The way you were raised. That would
Yeah.
have been great, right? To have a dad who was a Hollywood guy who leaves you with a
Well,
model.
I don't want that, but I want to have a son or a daughter.
Right. For ego.
And anyone who's listening who I'm dating, I mean that. I'm just teasing.
You want to have a son and daughter and you don't want to marry the girl.
No, I do.
You
I
don't.
want a traditional marriage. But
Well, how are you going to do that if you only date 2 or 3 women and bang them endlessly? Like some sort of
Bang them endlessly.
some fun
I
of
saw
comic Warren Beatty.
I saw the movie Bang Them Endlessly on 43rd and
Here's
9th.
all these guys. They want to have kids. You know how you have kids? You marry a woman, you settle down, and you have kids. But nobody does
they
that.
want to have kids. They don't want to raise
Howard,
them.
I went
Right.
about 10
Yeah, everybody with the vanity and the ego.
Howard, I only have 10 minutes. I have to.
All right. Well,
Doctor's
all right. Then I will not talk about the Comedy Central Network.
No, the A-list. It starts April. It's going to be great.
There's a show called The A-List. Richard Lewis will host stand-up comedy shows.
Great stand-ups, too.
Like who? Who would we see
I don't
on
know
that?
the list because I've been doing the movie thing.
So you host it, yet you don't know the list.
No, but they promise you the best in the country.
All right. And
the movie.
will you nail the female comics that appear on there? Have you ever nailed a female comic?
Yes.
You
Nailed?
have?
I made
Yeah.
love to female comic.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, not
Wasn't
Elaine
good,
Boozler.
though.
Not Elaine Boozler.
No, never made love to Elaine.
It wasn't good?
No. Because I write jokes out all the time, and while we were making love, this woman did too, and I got me.
You were writing down what each other said?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. And I thought it was my premise.
This Friday, a Joan Rivers 1 hour with you. Have you
Yeah, like
taped
you
that
did.
already? Did you tape it already?
I'm a little nervous to do a whole hour.
Did you tape it?
No,
Yeah.
today I taped it.
Today you tape it. What time is that going to
I don't know when it's on in New York
I see.
and in L.A. You're everywhere.
Right.
Joan Rivers Friday and Larry King tonight.
All right. Would you mention any of these female comics that you slept with?
Probably. Yeah, it's much easier on Larry's show than on yours.
Carol Leifer. Okay, so...
No.
No, not Carol Leifer?
No, I never made love
I see.
But I like...
Did you ever feel Jenny Jones' fake breasts? The breast implant?
Let me tell you something.
What? Go ahead.
I can't articulate the nausea I feel for some of your despicable...
You love it, don't you? You're laughing, though.
I love you.
Right.
About 20% of what you say, I think, really reeks. But I love you.
Did you feel Jenny Jones' breasts?
Huh? You know, I saw that at Carnegie Hall. I owe it to you.
I know.
I really do. In Westchester, I did 2 shows.
Let me tell you something.
6,000 people. I really, even though I feel like sort of a phony because sometimes I nail you for some of your despicable and particularly now governmental.
What is he talking about?
I don't know.
What is he saying?
So off. I thought you were more of a liberal. Now I know you're not.
No, I am liberal. I am backing Jerry Brown. You can't get any more liberal.
Are you really?
Yeah, that's correct.
I didn't know that.
I appreciate his 13% tax cut. I think that's one of the greatest revolutions that could ever happen to this country. I've gone on the air and said that. I voted for George Bush the last election. I made a mistake.
You did?
Now, hold it a second.
You voted for George?
That doesn't mean that I can't be conservative on some issues.
Because you're a rich man and you just want to be helped. You don't
No,
care
I'm not
about
a
the
rich
poor.
man. I still have to work for a living.
You're not a rich man. Give me a break.
I'm not. What is it you think I'm making?
You have a halo on.
I'm a radio guy.
Huh?
I'm a radio guy.
Yeah.
No, I don't make big television money.
You have a television show.
Yeah, that's some show.
Good advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once, let me see like raisin bread on it or something like after the...
You must know after seeing those ads we don't
1-900 suck me.
All right, let's play
Great
Truth or
ads.
Dare.
What is he doing?
I don't know what he's doing.
I'm not playing Truth or Dare because I got to go. I have a show to do.
Have you ever had sex with Caroline from Caroline's?
Never. I would tell you. No, I would never tell you because that's my rule.
All right.
I don't say.
But you never have.
Huh? No.
All right. Are you going to ask Larry King tonight why it is that this man continually gets married and then...
He only got married a few times.
A few times, 7 times. And he just married another woman, now he's breaking up with her again.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Don't you ask about that stuff?
I don't play gin with Larry King. I don't know these things.
Oh, there goes your friend. He's leaving. All right, take it easy. He got bored with you. Now listen, Richard Lewis, great comedian. Go see him in his new movie. He's a friend of ours. We'd like you to go see it. Ask Larry why he paints his head. He paints his head before he goes to Duke Zebot.
Ask him if he painted it this morning.
We saw it on... What show was that we saw it on?
That was on
48 hours.
48 hours, yeah.
Larry goes to a barber and has him paint his head.
Is that really true?
Yeah, I swear to God. Swear it's true.
He admitted to it?
Yes. He showed it.
While he's getting the manicure, they paint his head.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll ask.
All right, now Richard's upset.
No, I just... Because sometimes paint can have lead poisoning.
You will have to fly to Washington? You won't do it on Satellite with Larry King?
No, I want to go live.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to go live. You know that show gets a 1 rating? What are you going down there for?
That show is also in 500 countries.
Yeah.
So thank you.
With a 1 rating.
Well, I'm big in Zaire. I can't walk.
All right, now listen. Richard Lewis, Once Upon a Crime. Let's go see it. Let's everyone go see it. Let's make Richard Lewis a success.
Yeah.
Let's do it for him. Why not? Whether it's good or bad, let's just go see it.
Yeah, hype me.
You don't even have to go see it. Just plunk down your money at the box office and leave.
Particularly my fans in Washington.
And don't waste your time
LA
with Larry
and New
King
York.
show. Larry King show, nobody watches it. It's true he's on in 500 countries, but it's hungry people see you. That's it. Hungry people. All right, very good. And also, go see the A-List.
It's not go see, it's on TV.
It's on TV
Comedy
somewhere.
Channel.
I don't get it.
Comedy Central. What do you mean you don't get it?
I don't get Comedy
Cable.
Central. I don't get it.
It's because you live in a gigantic hut like, what's his name, that wacko and we tried to, bomb. What's his name? Like, I just...
Gaddafi.
Yeah, no.
Oh, Saddam Hussein?
Yeah. Remember he lived in a Ramada?
Yeah, I live in a bunker.
Like a motel underneath?
It's
not a Ramada Inn. I take that back. I meant Shmata Inn. No, but remember they showed a diagram of where he lived? How they couldn't even...
That's where I live. That's right.
Because you have to.
Right. And I don't get Comedy Central.
Huh? Well, get it.
And it's a stand-up comedy show with Richard
Great
Lewis.
comedy.
Go watch him on Joan Rivers Friday and Larry King tonight.
Boy, oh boy.
Boy, what an interview, huh?
You too.
Hostile. He's hostile to me.
Hostile. I was honest for the first time with
you. were? You were so honest. Oh, I can't even mention you're your friends. Like pulling teeth with you, pal.
It is today?
Like pulling teeth.
I admitted everything.
I want to know everything. That's tip of the iceberg, what you admitted.
It is.
It is. It really is.
Next time I'll tell you everything.
You're having a fabulous life. We'd all like to share in some of the joy that you're having, but it's hard to when we don't know anything about it. You're so close.
Yeah, you won't come to see
You're
us.
tight. You're tight.
I'm a little refreshed. You're right. Next time I'll
Please
open
come
up.
in and be prepared to open up a little.
I will, I promise.
And bring one of your girls with you.
I will.
I would really like that.
Yeah.
No, really, I would behave myself. I really would.
Like every time I'm here with Sam, he comes here with
a different girl.
Different girl?
Right.
At a menagerie with him.
But But, you know, bring a girl with you.
All right.
Next time.
I'm not that way.
I know. Well, you'll change.
All right.
But,
yeah, you buy that, folks.
I mean, so much sex
I would
this
never
guy's
let
having.
you change me.
You're already changing.
You shouldn't want to change your friend. You should accept them.
Robin, you want to finish off with any news?
I would like to.
Go.
You two would
All right,
stop
Richard's got to go.
rattling
Thanks for having me.
All right, Richard.
You're leaving, darling?
I have a big show. I have a couple. I got to go to the airport.
Oh.
He's got to go do Larry King.
Well, that's a shame.
And
I
Joan
won't be able to
Rivers.
say a special goodbye.
Yeah. She'll be able to put her hand on your pants.
And I'm going to hear the end of the show at the hotel. And if you bury me,
We will be kind. Go ahead. We love you, man.
no, you're going to bury me.
You know we love you.
So
We're
I
going
brought
to go
a
see a movie.
headset with me. Actually,
All right, leave.
a Walkman.
Go ahead.
I'm going to hear
Goodbye.
it.
Goodbye.
Bury me,
Your
man.
interview is over.
I don't
Goodbye.
care. I
See,
still
he's
love
too
you.
I
paranoid
love
to
you, too.
leave
She's supposed to
if
be.
we don't leave.
I know. He wants us to walk out with him.
Yeah, really.
But we got to finish up, though.
All right, go. I don't
All right. The great Richard Lewis. See
Yes.
an exciting picture of him and Jennifer Featherstone in the newspaper. All right.
He says he couldn't stay there last week because it was a madhouse.
Right.
Too many people.
Couldn't say what at Caroline's?
Yeah, he had to come and go.
Oh, well, a lot of people were
It was a madhouse.
a lot of people have to get a piece of him.
Alec Baldwin could stay.
Yeah.
But Richard had to leave.
Really? Richard had to leave Caroline's because too many people were there? Too much pressure? Too many people hounding you for your autograph?
I had the flu.
Really?
Yeah.
You always do. Too much working out. You're weak. He works out like crazy.
I tell you.
Joe Piscopo. Jack LaLewis.
Jack LaLewis.
We love you, man.
I love you, man.
Keep doing it, man.
Like my coat?
Go ahead. I like it. You look very good.
Always jealous of my clothes.
You look great.
Thanks, boss.
You look great. Super Jew.
And I have a Sony with me, and I'm going to listen to the show. If you nail me on the
Go
way
ahead.
out.
Go ahead. Leave.
You can leave. You can leave.
I will.
It's really
of course I'm going to go see it. Arnold Schwarzenlewis is in a new movie. Go see it.
Sylvester Lewis.
Sylvester Stallewis. Do you get to show your muscles in the movie?
Yeah, all of them.
All right. Richard Lewis.
Jean-Claude Van Lewis.
He says he has to leave. I think there's 15 minutes
He won't
leaving.
leave.